What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I'm your host, as always, Rasheed White. Let's get into it over here. You guys actually see the title. I actually changed it, though. The original title was Gilbert Arenas, Paul George, Nike doesn't believe in Cooper Flagg, and should the Brooklyn Nets actually be worried? I am still going to be teetering with that title there a little bit later, though. All right, so let's see. Let's get into the Gilbert Arenas one first. Now, I try to tell you guys that I looked at Cooper Flagg and I didn't see anything generational about him. I don't know. I was listening to the Locked On guys, and they was comparing him to like a Wemby, Victor Wembanyama. I'm like, what are you guys talking about, man? And you got professional NBA scouts actually saying that he's the next really Andre Kirilenko. And listen, there is nothing wrong with that. Andre Kirilenko, also known as AK-47, went to the Western Conference Finals. All right, he was a force back in the days. He was a really, really good high-end role player. Not everybody is going to be a star or like a LeBron or like an MJ or a Wemby or something like that, a Joker. Not everybody's built for it. And Jonathan over here is like, this is his golden boy over here. I don't know what this man's problem is. Um, Now, Nike over here, let me get into this article over here because this one actually is really good from this. Hold on, let me shrink the screen down a little bit. Let me share this article with you guys. And this comes from Hoops Hype. And all right, so it says Duke's basketball Cooper Flagg's New Balance deals a red flag for Gilbert Arenas. And he gets into the reasons why Nike didn't sign Duke's basketball's top prospect Cooper Flagg, and that's a red flag for retired NBA star Gilbert Arenas. In a recent episode of Gil Arenas, reacted to Flagg signing his endorsement deal with New Balance, and the to the many people surprised that the NBA's future top lottery pick didn't ink a commitment with Nike. So, he says, where is it over here? Because I just want to kind of get into like when people are like, I'm surprised he didn't sign with Nike. Unfortunately, Nike must see something that they didn't like, because when Nike's coming, Arena said. If they wanted Cooper Flagg, there was nothing New Balance was going to do to keep Flagg from signing. They would have thrown a bag at you, and that's unreal. Yeah, Zion got almost like, it was $90 million or something like that, almost $100 million, I think. They would throw a bag at you. That's unreal if they think that you're going to be a part of their future. So unfortunately, he falls under the same category that Joker fell under, that Embiid fell under, that any big man falls under. Nike doesn't touch those big guys like that. But, like supposedly, according to, a fan of the show that's going to be on in a second, that he's not your average typical big guy. He's a so-called hybrid big guy. All right, so I'm gonna get into the Paul George thing in a second over here. So this means something to Arenas, who says a player's first deal with a shoe company matters in today's world. The face of something, unfortunately, your shoe company matters, Arenas added. There's only been a few people in history of the game that's outplayed and I'm sorry. History of the game that's outplayed and still became a superstar worldwide is something other than a Nike or even an Adidas. We're talking about since Michael Jordan, Converse was popping before Mike came to the scene. Yeah, sorry, Jonathan. Damn, man, this is. I try to tell you, brother. I try to tell you, man. Your emotions, they really kind of get the best of you, man. And then over here, so Paul George actually compares Duke basketball freshman to Cooper Flagg. Well, yeah, he compares the Cooper Flagg to an NBA draft bus. And so Cooper Flagg can. Let me get right. Yeah, so Paul George, a 9-time All-Star, divulges his comparisons to Flagg's on his podcast P with Paul George, and it comes with some red flags for the Blue Devil rookie. he's kind of got a little Michael Beasley, George explained. At that size, he can score, play make, super talented, just a game changer. To most NBA fans, however, Beasley would be considered a bust after being the number 2 selection in the 2008 NBA draft. He was picked only behind Derrick Rose and behind players like Russell Westbrook and Kevin Love. Ouch. Damn, man. Oof. But he thinks Cooper Flagg is actually going to be real special. Now, hold on. I think there was some highlight footage over here I wanted to show you guys. It was of him going against like Anthony Davis, and then like Anthony Davis actually blocked the shot. He was able to move laterally with him, and then it shows like Cooper Flagg kind of getting like an off the ball cut. That's what's really gonna have to work for him, man, if he's gonna play at the power forward position there. So let me get the link in for you guys over here. Let me know what you guys think about this story. And I think the shoe companies do matter, man. I kind of agree with Gilbert Arenas there, man. Let me get the link in for you guys here. 1 second. Especially I want Jonathan to come over here, man, because now Nike doesn't believe in him. NBA scouts don't believe in him. We did the actual Paulo Banchero comparisons over there last week, and he's not Paulo Banchero. Paulo Banchero should be really, really, really actually getting all the hype right now, man. Not Cooper Flagg, because like Cooper Flagg is nowhere near like skill level, like a Paulo Banchero right there, man. So let me see. Let me go through you guys' comments. Well, Jonathan should be the first one in here, I think. He says a shoe company doesn't believe in Cooper Flagg. This is an unserious topic tonight. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jonathan, what do you think, man?
What are you talking about? Listen, Mr. BK, I understand you got narratives, but a shoe company doesn't like him. But no, you're telling the half story. No. Because if you actually did your research, no, listen to what Cooper. No, wait. Listen to what Cooper Flagg said here. Wait, let me read you what he said. The connection with New Balance, the shoe company he signed with, as a family company, a company with main roots, means a lot to me. That makes this really different and special. My mom used to go to the tent sale for back-to-back shopping when we were kids. That realigns the brand with my roots. It's a perfect fit. He did it by choice, not because Nike doesn't like him. And he's still going to wear Nike shoes at Duke. Again, BK, you're not telling the full story. You're telling your narratives. This is gobbledygook what you're saying right now.
Well, I'm just reading the article. What Gilbert?
No, you're not reading the article. You're telling one half of the story. It's not that they don't like him. He chose that brand because it matters to him.
Okay.
It was a personal choice. And Paul George comparing to Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley didn't even translate in the league for 11 years. That's because the guy just didn't cut out. I'd say it's going to be a Cooper 2.0. Come on, BK.
You actually know more than a NBA player, huh?
An NBA player. Wait, an NBA player that went to the Clippers for 7 picks, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who couldn't even get the Clippers to a finals appearance, apparently knows a lot more about a player he's never seen in person. Come on, BK. Come on, man. Let's be fair, man. You're not being fair here. This is nothing.
I have a question.
Yeah, LBL.
Yeah, the question is, why did he sign so early, though? I mean, if he knew he was going to a Nike school, why did he sign so early? He could have waited till he turned pro.
At the end of the day, it's his choice. He's trying to build his brand like a lot of young guys are, and the time, I guess, felt right for him. And this New Balance shoe company has a lot of famous guys on it.
You don't think that that's kind of problematic? That, I mean, he'll be doing commercials and ads for New Balance, but when we see him on the court, he'll be wearing Nikes. That's kind of crazy.
Hey, but the good part is it doesn't coincide and really hurt each other in a sense. It doesn't really affect Cooper Flagg. He's still doing his own thing. He's still promoting Nike and Duke, and personally, he's promoting something that he feels connection to. That's how you make your own brand, your own mark in this league. Got to admire the guy for at least doing what he wants to do.
I feel like, if anything, it just illustrates how stupid it is for schools. I mean, schools can have their own brand, but I feel like it's just really stupid anyway to force players to have to, he committed to Duke. He shouldn't have to commit to their sneakers too.
That's Duke. That's Duke's policy. But you know what? Cooper
That's
found
every
a way
school. That's
around it, like
probably
you
every
said.
school's policy.
Yeah, but Cooper found a way out of a loophole, and that's him. And I got to give him props for that. That's ingenuity.
He doesn't have a loophole because he still will have to wear the Nikes when he's playing.
That's fine. It's a compromise. Listen, it's called compromising.
And it's not Duke. It's not just Duke. It's like what's his name had the same deal too. All of these guys.
I don't think it's
John
because of
Thompson
the. I don't
had
think
the
it's because
same
of the
deal.
Duke.
Yeah, John Thompson had the same deal at Georgetown. All of them, they co-op all of these guys, and then for a long time before they had NIL money, all of these coaches were making a hand over fist money off of all these shoe companies to get them to wear their brands, making these players have to wear these brands, and it's just stupid, to me.
Hey, you just pointed out something right there. Props to Cooper, man. Did it his way, and you know what? Props to him for wanting to connect to something he actually feels passionate about. Now he's telling people that it matters to
Jonathan,
me.
did you see what the consensus was on Gil's Arena? Because it was pretty funny.
No, I didn't. Tell me, man.
What they said was, well, who mostly wears New Balance? And then they all looked around and said, white people. They said, yeah, so that'll be good. So that'll be good for them because
where have we heard that before?
So now well, all of them agreed. Brandon Jennings, Gilbert, all of them. They said, yeah, white people wear New Balances.
Okay, since when did that become an offense? Like, at the end of the day, he's doing things his way. No, I know, man. I know, man.
It's just funny.
I know they're poking fun. I know they're poking fun, man. But
I don't even think that's it for real.
Like,
yo, so Ellen, what's your whole take on this? And then we'll go to Harlem. Ellen, what do you think about this whole thing, man?
Bunch of
Gilbert
BS.
From what I've heard,
Paul George.
From what I've heard, the reason why he even signed with New Balance is because if you know New Balance's history, they started in Maine, before they spread it to, I guess, worldwide. So for what I've heard, he signed because it's a hometown thing. He's from Maine. So I guess he wanted to do the hometown roots thing or whatever the case may be. But I mean, I feel like it was early, but at the same time, it is what it is. Like he's gonna have to, whatever Duke has with Nike or whatever, he's probably going to.
Well,
he'll figure it out.
He could potentially be
early, but at the same time, it is what it is. Like he's gonna have to, whatever Duke has with Nike.
Mm-hmm. He could potentially be their biggest star because when you really because
whatever Duke has with Nike. We're gonna echo.
Who's echoing now? All right, no, from far. So
potentially he could be the.
It started
in Boston. Star. Yeah,
they
started. It started in Boston. Yeah, he's from Maine. Yeah, so that makes sense. He's from Maine.
New England.
Maine and Boston. I've been to these two states. Well, Massachusetts.
Hometown was at the end of the day, friend.
So I mean, yeah, I mean it was a hometown thing, pretty much.
Well, Maine and Massachusetts is like two different
that's what it was.
Everybody,
it's where he feels personal connected to.
Everybody drop off and come back in. Pete too. Come drop off and come back in. All right. Oh yeah, Pete, come back in. Drop off and come back in. We got an echo, man. StreamYard is a pain in the ass sometimes, man. Just everybody drop off and actually come back in. So yeah, that's not it though, man. So I looked up where New Balance actually started from, and they started in Massachusetts and Boston, not Maine. All right, so LBL's back, Jamal's back. Okay.
I was gonna say that potentially it could be a good thing because if he does prove to be a star player or really good, when you really look at New Balance's roster, outside of Kawhi, who's kind of fading, and Jamal Murray, and like he could be their biggest name. He couldn't be that at Nike.
Facts.
Okay.
Yo, I got a question for you.
Trying to do his own brand.
We got Pete.
Yes, Pete. How you doing, man?
Fans,
Yo, Pete, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's going on?
Check out my boy. Subscribe to his channel over there, man. Go ahead, Pete.
So, like all these things you guys are saying sounds nice, but I'm going to throw a wrench in it. If Nike offered him more money, do you really think he's going to go to New Balance over Nike?
Thank you.
No, listen, Pete, that's a great question. But I think since Cooper already has so much pressure, so much expectations, I think he said to himself, hey, listen, do I want to do what everybody wants me to do? Or I just want to do what I want to do my way and still get my money at the end of the day? Hey, listen, it's not my place, Pete, to say, but it's definitely Cooper's place, and that's what he did.
Well, let's say you. What would
Pete,
you think?
I'll answer your question this way. Maybe, like, because that's the bigger place. Obviously, they have more money than New Balance, but the thing is, it may have not potentially been a bigger deal. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
So you could say this, right? Let's say they're equal, and New Balance says you'll be the guy here. You'll be him at New Balance. At Nike, you're just one of 10, right? So I could see that, but I definitely think that New Balance gave him more money. I think that's why he took it. I would be shocked if he took less money.
No, that's a good thing to say, Pete. It's just at the end of the day, like you said, the less numbers for New Balance, the bigger his stock grows. With Nike, there's already so many phenomenal names on that list. So I got to give Cooper props for actually going that route. It's courageous on his part.
I probably would have waited.
To get that check? I don't think it's courageous.
I probably would have waited until
Jonathan is such a fangirl, man. I'm telling you.
No. You pick on Jonathan a little bit too much, bro. You got to.
No, Pete. You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Pete? I'm on Locked On Nets this morning talking with the guys. This guy follows me. I'm on Breezy Show. This guy follows me. Now tonight he does a topic on a shoe company hating on Cooper, man. It's funny, man. That's all I gotta say. It's funny.
I think
we all like the same team. Shit.
It must have been a boatload of money. Because for me, if I had the potential to be the number one pick, and I'm already going to a school where I know I have to wear Nikes, I'm gonna play out the season. I'm gonna play it out as a free agent because if I'm number one, I could probably get even more money in June.
But if you can get the bag now, why wait?
Yeah, I agree.
Well, who's to say they won't let him wear his New Balance though?
They said that. Well, that's what Gil and all the rest of them said. They're saying it's a Nike school. Everyone has to be uniform. No one at Duke will be wearing anything but the Nikes.
I think that's right.
That's tough. I mean, I feel like maybe they give a little leeway because it's Cooper. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe he might be forced to wear Nike.
Yeah, but if you that's what I'm saying. Then you got to do that with everybody.
He'll be allowed to make commercials and ads wearing New Balance, but in the Duke games, he will have to wear Nike. So I'm saying to myself.
Or maybe his contract or some shit don't kick in until he get drafted or some shit. Maybe
that's what I'm saying.
Or
maybe because
maybe New Balance would do a collab with Nike just for that.
I guess.
It's not even that. He could wear New Balance's sneakers. He can't wear New Balance's
jersey.
I would have gambled on myself and waited to be a free agent.
So according to Gil, I mean, he's saying basically Nike didn't even want to even bother, man. I mean, they passed.
That's his opinion. That's his opinion, BK.
Well, they passed on Embiid. They passed on Jokic.
Okay.
Other big guys that he was talking about.
Well, Gil also
to be fair though, BK, Jokic could care less about sneaker deals. That nigga care about horses. Like,
there you go. There you go.
But, well, he's a global. I mean, he has like a global reach, though. Jokic. I mean, he's not.
That's true, but Joker has made it clear like he does not give a shit about basketball. Like he loves basketball, but that shit is a second job to him. Like he doesn't care about any of the off-court endorsement. That man is.
Like, these guys got like a finite amount of time to really kind of make money.
BK, he was pissed that he had to join the championship parade.
This guy's racing jockeys, man. Off season, this guy's partying it up.
He was actually when the parade was over, when they won the chip, like he wanted to go home.
Like, no, there's no money in that, man.
That's man.
I mean, he a simple guy. A lot of these guys, like, they don't really care. I mean, I guess Jokic is a rare one, but they don't really care about the off season.
What about Joel Embiid then?
Oh man.
I mean, he's different. I mean, I feel like Jokic, even though he play in America, he hasn't been Americanized.
Oh,
like,
but
he still has roots to his
hometown. But what Gil
Embiid been here since like he was 15, 14.
Yeah, but if you want
again about Jokic,
I was gonna say something about Jokic and Embiid. What Gil said was Nike doesn't really f with big men like that. That's what he said.
That's true.
He said all of the guys.
Didn't Zion get a bag though?
Zion's with Jordan.
But he's not really, and he's not really a center like those guys.
Anthony Davis is with AD is with Nike though, right? Or am I bugging?
I'll check.
I think Anthony Davis is with Nike.
He don't want to play center.
Oh yeah, he don't. He wants to play power forward. Ooh.
But guys, when you're talking about these shoe deals, you got to think about this also. The guys you're talking about are vets with millions of dollars already in their pockets, right?
Right.
So they can go somewhere else. Got to think about that.
Yeah, and Cooper's just starting out, but you know what? He tried to find a loophole around this, and I
do feel like it was too early. I do feel like it was too early.
I would have bet on myself and just said, you know what? I'll sign a deal in June.
Yeah, but what if you tear your ACL?
That's what the NIL is for.
The NIL is just a promo for college, right?
Yeah, but I mean that could happen. That could happen.
On the millions.
But that could happen. Period. That could happen.
How much they get paid on the NIL? It's not like a Nike like an NBA contract.
It depends on the school.
I mean, well, the NCAA made a deal for them to get paid anyway.
Yeah,
and they getting paid anyway in college now. So
the NIL.
One mic. A 4-year contract.
AP, come back. People drop out. Come back.
I'm going against one of my friends. One of the best advice things he ever gave me was, because I'm saying I would have bet on myself. I would have waited, till June if I was Cooper to get the money. But then I'm going against my friend's advice where he said, never turn down short pussy for more pussy.
I mean,
that's kind of true too. You're right.
With the NIL, you guys got to keep in mind it's not a set deal.
The New Balance. How much the New Balance?
Hold on, AP. P. What is
AP, drop off and then come back in. I'm gonna put the link in over here. Hold on. Drop off and come back in. You're breaking up.
Me? I'm breaking up?
No, not you.
No, Pete. Do you explain the NIL thing?
Okay, so the NIL just allows them to get paid. Remember when college players couldn't get paid? Like, let's say Walmart wants to sponsor Cooper Flagg, it could be for $100 million. It's depending on a per player basis that allows them to get paid. So it's all about the individual player, not the team. Keep that in mind.
Ooh, now I'm glad you said Walmart. You know why? Because now you got me thinking, well, that's where Calipari's going to get the money. Isn't Walmart Arkansas based?
I think it started in Arkansas. Pete, let me ask you something, man. So what do you think about Cooper Flagg? Because I got everybody's perspective on what they actually think about Cooper Flagg. If the Nets actually hypothetically got the number 1 pick, I mean, would you be comfortable with them taking Cooper Flagg? I actually did a comparison with him and Paolo Banchero. I mean, Cooper's not in the same stratosphere as him. What do you think?
Man.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I said this before. I haven't done my homework on him yet, but I will say this: I got a draft expert coming in one of the next 2 weeks. I'll be a little bit better then. But think about all this talk about this dude saying, "Man, he's not that good." I think it's gone to the point that he's getting almost underrated a little bit because everyone's like saying, "Oh, he's a white dude. He's not athletic." Like he's
athletic. He's athletic,
team, bro. He's
athletic. He's very athletic. He's not. No, it's not about.
A lot of people are hearing different.
So the thing, all right. So my thing is, he has limited skill at the 3, and he's undersized at the 4. So that's a problem right there. It's going to take him a couple of years. Now, if you're the number 1 pick, I mean, they're expecting you to actually make all-star teams. I mean, he's nowhere
right away.
He's nowhere near Paolo Banchero, man, in terms of skill. I mean,
Paulo got 2 years under his belt, BK.
Players, though.
Paulo got 2 years under his belt.
And Paulo's first year, he was averaging 20.
He's gonna play the 3, BK, not the 4. Come on, man.
He's gonna play the 3. It's very limited skill set.
Do you know his skill set, BK? I don't think you do. I don't think you really do.
What about
I
Anthony Bennett?
actually looked at him already, and there's other scouts. All right, and we
What about
all
Anthony
agree.
Bennett?
Yeah,
Compare
we're
him to
talking
Anthony
about
Bennett.
guys based on other
Wait,
people's
what happened?
opinion. We're
Pete,
not even
he's not
basing it
Anthony
I'm
Bennett. I
on.
don't think.
I'm saying you guys are comparing guys from different years. What if you compare Anthony
Yeah.
Bennett to Cooper Flagg, right?
Nah.
Compare LeBron
He's
to
better
Cooper
than that.
Flagg. That's what you're
He's
doing.
better than that. He's better than that. My
Well,
thing
I'm
is
You
saying-
should listen to Pete. He's giving you some
Oh.
tips, BK. I used to listen to Pete if I was you. He's giving you tips.
Right, but Paulo's entering what he's saying is Paulo's entering his third year. His sophomore year was excellent. Cooper is just now entering college. Like, it's
want me to
two
put the
different
highlights
things,
again?
two
Come
different
on.
comparisons.
Do you want me
It's
to put
way
up
too
the
different.
highlights again of Apollo Bencaro?
Paulo
Why are
is
we
nice,
going
but
over
he
highlights? You can't tell
bro,
anything
BK,
from
Paulo was in the
This is
league
what
and he
BK
solidified.
does, man.
Like,
DJ, I need you to come in, man. Come on, DJ.
Oh,
please
here
come
we
in.
go. BK needs help here,
oh my
guys.
gosh,
man.
BK.
Woo!
BK,
That'd
Paulo
take
is on
long.
his
Why don't
Paulo
we
is
wait
on his
till the
third
games,
year.
Thirsty?
Right, Paulo's on his third year in the league. Cooper's not
It's
even in the. He
still.
hasn't even been
Yo,
drafted yet.
I mean,
Ellen, this is what BK does. Can Cam Thomas do what Donovan Mitchell does? Can Cooper do what Paulo does? Come on, BK. Come on. We've seen this
I
playbook.
don't
I'm
think.
just.
Switch
I'm not.
it up tonight.
I think
Everybody,
Wait,
tell me
wait,
switch
wait,
it
hold
up
on.
tonight.
I just want to make it clear. I think Paulo is the better player. Duh, he's been in the fucking league for 3 years, but at
And
the
you
same
saw him
time,
more.
yeah.
Nah,
But at
I
the same
think.
time, Cooper hasn't played yet. Like, we gotta give him. We
Like
gotta
I
see
said,
what
I
he can
don't know.
do.
I don't know if Cooper. I don't know if Cooper Flagg could create his shots.
Paulo is a better
do
shot
not
creator
all
by
that.
far, but that don't mean that Cooper can work on that. It doesn't mean that he can't work on it.
Yeah, it's just too early to tell.
It's way too early. It's way too early for that. It's way too early.
I know.
Number one pick.
I watched.
For number one pick, you gotta be a sure thing to do that.
Let's not talk
I don't want to hear.
over each other. And then I want to let Harlem go because Harlem has been
Like I
relatively
was
quiet.
for number one.
I watched
For number one pick, you better be something. You better be good at something. Like I don't think Cooper Flagg is really good at anything. I think he's good at a lot of things. I don't think he's really good at one thing. Like I don't see it.
I watched the whole
There you go,
McDonald's
AP.
game. I watched the whole McDonald's game, and from that game, the most impressive, like they had 4 of them in there, right? They had 4 of them top picks in there, and Dylan Harper was the most impressive in that game.
Yeah, he's the most NBA ready out of all the draft.
And
picks.
even Boogie Flan looked better than some of them dudes.
Sorry, Jonathan. I mean, I don't. Like I said before, Jonathan, you got the worst basketball takes I've ever heard.
Oh, that means I disagree with you.
Don't do that.
No, he does, man. I gave Jonathan. Listen, I gave Jonathan months and months. He has the worst basketball takes.
I'm giving you 8 months, BK, and you're still saying Ben is a competent player.
Jonathan, let me ask you a question.
Yes, AP.
I want to ask the panel something. What is Cooper Flagg really good at? What is his main good ship? Like, what is
His defense is very skilled from everything I've seen on the tape. He's really good at shot blocking. He's good at staying on his defenders. He can give you that high pressure defense that I think Coach Jordy could utilize and grow more on this team. Of course, offensively he needs a consistent jump shot, but he's shown spurts of what he can do offensively. I think there are minor tweaks that need to be made.
He's a good play finisher.
But Jonathan,
he can finish the rim.
But Jonathan, did you go back? Did you go back and watch a full game of him yet?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
No,
if you didn't,
stuff.
So no, you can't comment on him if you didn't see a full game.
I can't comment on him.
No, I'm saying because what you're looking at is highlights. You're not looking at lowlights. You're not looking at how he played the whole game.
But here's the thing, LBL. The lowlights, according to BK, are huge holes in his game where it's like, you really going to pick on 2 little things that he did? He had a bad performance a couple times. It's not like it was like huge, crazy bad performances. He's still finding his craft, but he's still a decent player.
I'm saying, the games are on YouTube. Go there and watch a couple of games. They got one with him against Ace. They got one. They got the McDonald's game, and they got one against him in the Banster. You could go watch those whole games and see, oh, this is what he's good at. This is what he's not good at. Instead of just looking at highlights.
I also look at his scouting report and everything. I look at all different types of stuff.
There's a coach on YouTube that actually
look with your
dissects
own
these
eyes.
too.
look with your own. Don't you trust your eyes more than you trust?
I do trust my eyes, and I see what he can translate. But you're right. I'll look at even more stuff. But it's not like I haven't seen what he can actually do a bit. But I haven't seen him in a personal game yet. I hope one day I do if he's in Brooklyn, man. I will be there if I get the chance, man.
I just think it's too early to be comparing players to league players.
Anybody name what his Flagg strengths are? Can anybody name what Cooper Flagg's strengths are? I want to know.
Oh, just good defender, good leader, and finisher around the basket. But like everything else needs a lot of work, man.
He's a
lot of work.
Jonathan, can I ask you a question?
Do we have a lead?
Yeah, Gary.
Between Cooper Flagg, Ace Bailey, and Dylan Harper, which one do you think has the best chance of busting?
Busting. I think Ace and Cooper, they have both skill sets on offense, defense. I think with Harper,
he asked you a simple question. Man.
I honestly think it might potentially be Harper just because people are comparing him to James Harden and Brunson. I think that's why.
It's Cooper Flagg, bro.
What do you mean?
Right?
Wait, hold on. You can't say his answer is wrong. That's his opinion. He might be right.
No, listen. Can I be honest with you? Can I just say this though? Listen,
Cooper Flagg's strength, and y'all can't name Cooper Flagg's strength. Y'all can't name him.
I just
named the strengths already. I mean, it's that Jonathan thinks he's something more. That's the thing. So, Pete, you understand what I'm actually going through, right?
Oh, Pete, yeah, you understand what he's going through?
I mean, you can Cooper's strength is mainly play finishing, defense. He can play the perimeter.
Yeah, but he's very. It's not even his strength. His strengths are not elite though. Like that's the whole point. Like you gotta at least have one of them that's elite. I think he's good at a lot of things. I just think he's not elite at either one of them.
Was Jason Tatum a leader?
I mean, he's an all-around guy. I mean, I think
he's an all-around guy. That's why they keep
at just one thing.
That's why it's hard for him to be elite at anything. Jason Tatum too. I think he might be a Jason Tatum type of player. Cooper Flagg.
Tatum was a way polished scorer coming into the league than Cooper.
AP, can I say this to you? If top draft scouts are looking at what each of these three guys, Cooper, Ace, and Harper have. With Cooper, it's the defense. With Ace, it's his offense. And with Harper, it's his point guard skills. Those are their three main strengths.
Is Cooper Flagg? All right, John. John, can I ask you a question? Is Cooper Flagg defense that good with his locking down shit? Like,
it's not going to lock down like Anthony Davis, Zion. Who's
not going to play the floor.
He's not going to be guarding those guys.
No, BK, don't name them. BK, just don't name them. BK, name the three. BK,
if you really want to talk about it.
Listen, BK, it's easy to support your argument. Just name the threes, not the fours. Name the threes.
That's it.
Right, you gotta name the threes. You not
making a good handler and a good shooter to play the three.
He's not playmaking skills though. In his, I can't.
You're looking at it from a hot Jonathan, man.
No, you don't even read his own.
John, what we saying is elite. Is elite. Like, is that his strength though? Is that his strength? That's not his strength though.
The part of his bag.
You said his strength is defense. You said his strength is defense.
Yes, but you're asking defense. So is his defense that's elite? A part of his bag.
Yo, Jonathan, can I ask you a question? I legit don't remember.
All right,
you guys comped him to Tatum, and I might not hate that, right? Like, okay, that might be your best comp, but I don't. Could Tatum shoot at Duke? I really don't remember.
Yes.
Was he a shooter at Duke?
He could shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Tatum would be the best outcome, but I wouldn't mind if he reaches an Aaron Gordon type level where he's great defensively and offensively.
Aaron Gordon. Listen. Aaron Gordon for number one pick. Aaron Gordon would be a bust. For number one pick, Aaron Gordon would be a bust.
Because I can't compare him to some huge guy. Like Tatum would be a great outcome, but you got to start somewhere too. Where you can build at least.
Aaron Gordon was made way more athletic than Cooper Flagg, so you can't even name. Way more physical. He came in with heavy pound. He came in heavy. Like
Listen. Hold on. Aaron Gordon, when he was Orlando, he used to destroy us. I mean, annihilate us. We didn't have a match.
It's not even about if he destroyed us or not. He's not
Gordon
even a
don't even play like
comparable
how
player to Cooper
Gordon
Flagg.
don't even play like how he used to
He's
play
playing
in
on
high
the Deuce
school and
Florida though.
college.
He was the guy when he was with Orlando, and now
Oh yeah,
with Denver,
I'm just saying he wasn't
actually
elite.
playing with
He
Bro.
was all right. What he was elite at was his fucking athletic ability. That's why I was asking y'all what Cooper Flagg
No,
is
he could
elite
put
at.
no. What I'm saying is that it was Aaron Gordon is like more playmaking at a high level. Can
He
you
wasn't a
No, I
shooter like
understand.
that though, BK.
I understand that, but he was elite. What made him elite was his elite athletic ability. But Cooper Flagg, y'all keep saying his defense, and I don't see his defense being
No,
that
he's a good
like.
defender. He's a good defender. He can slide
No,
his
you
feet
said
for
you
a guy's
saying
size.
good. You saying good for number
Say
one.
it,
That's not good enough.
say it, BK.
Yeah,
For a what? He can slide his feet for a
add
what?
play finish. Y'all gotta add play. He can finish, and I really think real talk. I think Cooper is like a really, in
Like
my opinion,
Giannis.
he looks similar to Ben, just with a jumper.
No,
I'm
he's
not even gonna hold you.
similar. He's similar to
He looks
Jason
similar to
Tatum that
Ben.
can't shoot. He's
Nah,
similar
he
to
don't play
Jason
like
Tatum that
Tatum.
can't
He don't
shoot.
play
Like
like Tatum. Not Duke Tatum. Hell
Can't
no.
give him the
Nah,
Tatum
it's
when
not even
he
close.
really gets to that level. In
That's not
fairness,
even
you know?
close. Tatum was
all right,
way
so
better than
all right,
Cooper is
see,
at that.
all right.
At
You
that
say
age.
you comparing him to Ben Simmons, right? Do you want to pick him at number one? I that sounds like a bust to me. Like,
Wait.
get what I'm saying? I
No,
don't know.
the reason why I say that though is because Tatum at the point of the draft, Tatum had a more polished scoring skill set than Coop. Like it was
Definitely.
Coop is more so
Oh
an
no,
all around. I'm
that's
just
why I said
comparing the
Cooper
all
is
around
Tatum
aspect.
without.
If you talking scoring,
That's why I said
I'll say that's
Cooper is
Ace.
Tatum.
Like
Hold
Ace
That's
is
why I
on.
more
said
so
Cooper is Tatum.
Let me let Pete get in here, man. Pete, so what do you think is the big hype? You think race is a big component of this over here? Gary said it last week. He thinks it's race. I hope it's not that. I think it's 2024, man. I think we should just look at everybody as human beings and not just as race or
I
anything
don't
like that.
think. I think you're saying it wrong, man. That's all.
Gary thinks it's because he's a
You
white
set
guy.
me,
I
you set
think
me
he
up
can
for a
ball, but I
great
think
answer.
No, he's saying Gary's saying is you seen a white guy dunk all over the place, people get a little hype. That's all he's saying. He's not really blaming it on race or anything.
I'm looking at these highlights, bro. If you're getting wild by these highlights, I don't know what to say about you, bro. That's you can't look at the highlights. God damn it! These highlights.
Yo, y'all gotta watch the full game, y'all. Y'all gotta watch full game. Highlights is not just tell y'all nothing.
No, we trying to say
see something, but this shit is
listen,
shit, dog.
nobody saying Cooper Flagg is trash. We saying for
Hold
pick.
on. All right. I asked Pete a question, man. Let him talk over here, man. What do you think is the big hype over him, man? From what you actually hearing?
I haven't heard
Is it
anything
a
about it.
race thing? Yeah.
I haven't heard anything like yet about hype. It's still very early. But look at
Pete, ask Cool.
Ask
Kool-Aid, Pete. It's Pod. What up?
Yo, what's up? What's up, Yeez? What's going on, bro?
Yo, what's going on, bro? Yo, ask Kool-Aid about him. He'll give you the whole scout report.
He gave me a scouting report. But look at the guy's numbers. Like, what's he? 17 years old, guys. He's gonna add to his game. I think when you look at Cooper Flagg, look at the tools that he's working with. Right? What do you average? Like four blocks a game, 3 steals a game. Very good on defense.
Not many points.
But that's high school though. That's high school. That's high school. Can we see him? Can we see him at Duke?
But don't niggas want somebody? But don't niggas don't? We argue all the time about Cam Thomas don't only do one thing. Don't niggas want somebody on the team that can excel at everything?
Absolutely.
And if you're looking for a counterbalance for Thomas, Cooper could be that balance for Thomas. If you're looking for a balance.
One mic.
No, I mean
I'm just saying because niggas be complaining, all Cam Thomas do is score. If you got the chance to get a nigga that can do almost all around.
Cooper can't shoot, he's not worth a number 1 draft pick.
He can't shoot, AP.
If Cooper can't shoot, he's not worth a number 1 draft pick.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, John. That jump shot looks
all right,
crazy.
it's bad for a number. John, you hear how that sound? That's bad for a number 1 draft pick.
Listen, he's got some things to work on at Duke, and I really hope he does to prove the doubters wrong, AP. I really do. He's
John, you know what's scary, John? John, you know what's scary? He got a lot on offense to work on. His defense is good. I believe that.
Yeah.
But his offense is you have a lot to work on. And that's bad for a number one pick.
You're right. But you know what's good with having Jordy as the coach? He will work with utilizing Cooper's defense and then working with his offense.
Nah, we need you coming in. John, we need you coming in
Braun
gunning,
wasn't a good shooter coming into the league.
No, John, no. Braun was a freak of nature, man. That's different. That's totally different.
He was, but he wasn't a good shooter though.
No, it doesn't matter. He was a freak of nature. He was a freak. He was a Karl Malone that was running fast, that could jump high, that could do everything. Like Cooper Flagg. That's why I said Cooper Flagg don't have amazing. No. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Wait, let me say this. Let me say this. Cooper Flagg is not amazing at anything. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He don't have amazing athletic ability. He's not amazing on defense. He's not amazing on offense.
BK, let me answer the question that you posed to Pete. Let me answer that question. Because if you ask me, I'm gonna just put it out there for what it is, the elephant in the room. He's an athletic white guy that's going to Duke, a school that traditionally, the school of Christian Laettner and all of those guys, and I'm saying he's a white guy who could dunk, he could jump out of the gym, and people
jump out of the gym.
And people, they said he got a great vertical, and I'm saying, and he's long and rangy. So what I'm saying is, he's a guy that I think because he's white, he's overhyped. Now I haven't seen him play at Duke yet, so I gotta reserve all of that to see. But I mean, I remember when what's the name won the dunk contest, they thought he was gonna be another. When Brent Barry won the dunk contest, they went crazy, like, "Oh, he's gonna be a star now." And he's still
gonna be like his pops.
Yo, let me ask you a question.
Hold on, but it is because he's white.
I was just about to say, if he was black, right? Where does
he'd be an average player?
Can I make a comp? Is he Jonathan Isaac?
Maybe about that.
Nah, Jonathan Isaac is crazy.
He'll be an Aaron Gordon probably, or some less athletic Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon, bro.
Aaron Gordon, nah.
No, I said a less athletic Aaron Gordon.
I mean, on the low end, I'm going by what I see, and then what the NBA scouts see is AK-47, and there's nothing wrong.
Listen, AK was way more.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
AK was way more nice on defense than Cooper Flagg was.
He remind me of Ben Simmons with a jump shot. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
He remind me of Gordon Hayward. He remind me of Hayward.
But listen,
not Hayward, man.
If Cooper Flagg was black, if Cooper Flagg was black, he wouldn't at this point of his career. He wouldn't universally.
He would not be in the top 5.
He would. No, I'm saying universally. Everyone wouldn't say he's the number one pick. They're only saying that because he has these attributes and he's white. And I'm saying he's still
it shouldn't be that.
I mean, to be fair, when John Wall was coming into the league,
it shouldn't be that, but it is that. It shouldn't be that, but it is that. That's just how it is, man. Yeah, that's how the hype be. Cooper Flagg has a machine behind his back. Like, that's it.
But to be fair, when John Wall was coming into the league, like in 2010, that nigga was the undisputed number 1 pick. Like, I remember everybody was.
All right, but that was a different league. You can't compare it. That was a point guards league back then.
Oh,
that was totally different.
Yeah, but still even with Rowe.
You can't compare him to John Wall because you're talking about John Wall after we saw him at Kentucky. We haven't seen this guy play yet. So how is he the number 1 pick?
I mean, isn't that the same thing? We can say that for every pick.
No, we can't.
You can't say that.
Most of the people we seen play in college, and then we say, yeah, they the number 1 pick.
Bro, Andre Bargiani was drafted the first overall pick, bro.
Who you said?
Andre Bargiani was the number 1 pick at some point in the league, bro. Like, we gotta be real. Exactly. I'm not saying.
Why was he the number 1 pick?
Why was he? Yeah, exactly. Why? Because he was white.
Hang on. Bargnani was supposed to be the first ever stretch big. I mean, he didn't pan out, but like he was supposed to change the game into what it is now. Like Bargnani just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Bargnani had no IQ, man.
In the private chat. I want y'all to look at that.
I mean, and it's not like they don't have black dudes that are busts like Anthony Bennett. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that every white guy is a bust and every black guy
Yeah,
isn't.
that's not the
I'm
case.
just, but what I'm saying is, if this kid has never stepped on a college court yet, and they're already saying he's the #1 pick, and we haven't seen a lot of him play, it's like the scouts and stuff, they're going crazy because he's white and he's doing stuff that they always think in their mind.
All right,
Is what a
so
black guy's doing.
let me ask
Yo,
this, right?
Jonathan,
Because wait, hold on. So let me I want to ask this one question because I thought I know I'm not saying I disagree, but before Zion went to Duke, was he the clear consensus #1 pick?
No,
No.
My bad.
No,
he wasn't.
No.
What?
But yo,
Is
guys,
it until he went his
What?
freshman season in practice, he was dunking over
All of
everybody.
these
That's
other,
when they was like,
no,
okay,
I'm
this guy
saying
could.
all of these other
Y'all
guys.
niggas
So
here.
Barrett
he
was
wasn't
ahead of
clear
him.
#1.
Y'all
Barrett was
bugging,
ahead of
bro.
him. There was about 3
No,
guys. He was
and he
about
was
#4.
No,
in camp.
Hold
He was
all right,
number
y'all not
one.
wrong in that.
This is
Well,
nasty.
Y'all
my
not wrong in
guys,
that because RJ was definitely in talks about going #1. Y'all not wrong in that.
So was
There was
DeAndre
like 3
Hunter.
He was
guys
That's
ahead of
because y'all
Zion.
believe that bullshit that the media is pushing to y'all, nigga. You thought
John
RJ
Morant,
was better than
I mean,
wasn't
Zion,
I
even
thought
nigga.
in the
Zion was
rank.
supposed to be one
Like,
regardless. I'm not even going to hold. I thought Zion was one regardless. It didn't matter who the
Man,
fuck. I thought that
nigga,
nigga was
they
#1. I'm
say
not even
No, I'm
going to
he
hold.
saying
won because
no,
his
but I'm
act.
saying
yo,
He
hey,
going
was
guys,
into
guys,
it.
dunking.
guys,
He
hold on.
was
yo,
dunking.
dogs,
He was
yo,
dunking from the
dogs, yo,
free
hold
throw
on,
line at
hold on,
300 pounds. That's why everybody thought he was a beast.
hold on, bro,
But
because they
going
say
into
can't.
Duke, he
Yo,
wasn't #1.
hold on.
Right,
They
but y'all
said,
didn't think no nigga was #1
hold on,
before Duke?
Yeah.
hold on. They said Cam
No, he
Reddish
was.
was supposed to go #1, nigga. Oh, is that what we about to do here?
Cam Reddish back then. Cam Reddish was everybody liked Cam over Zion.
He
That's
didn't go
true.
#1 though. He didn't go #1.
So,
He didn't go #1,
That was
but
his
niggas said,
range.
yo, he was going right. They said he
They
was going to be
seen
the
him
most
play in
well-rounded.
college. They seen him play in.
oh shit, somebody got cut off.
Yeah, I mean, Cam Reddish was the most well-rounded. They thought he was going to pan out of all three, but I ain't gonna hold you. I thought Zion was the #1 pick even before that nigga
But
went to
Duke has
Duke.
had a lot of dudes like that. Duke has had a lot of dudes like that, right? Like Jabari Parker, right? He was #1, right? Coming out of high school. He went to Duke, and then once we seen him in the NBA, it was like, nah, he's not that guy.
Yeah, I think it was just injuries, man. The injuries messed him up bad.
Well, you could
I'll be
say
honest.
that
He
I
was
for
thought Parker
nice
was
with
going
it,
to be
but
that dude.
yeah,
Marvin
me too.
Bagley. Marvin Bagley,
Injuries is
another Duke guy, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Marvin
Jaleel
yeah.
Bagley was
Okafor
the
was the
#1
#1
guy,
recruit
right?
too.
Harry
Jaleel Okafor
Giles, right?
was.
Harry Giles, right? So they had a lot of guys, you know.
Yeah, Harry
Giles is
Giles.
injuries.
All right, so let
Giles
me.
is injuries too, though.
So P, all
Like
right,
Definitely,
hold on. Let
Giles.
me let me let Harlem go because he was on
Yeah.
He was on backstage for a minute though, man. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead,
Yo,
Harlem.
what's good?
What's
Hey,
good with you, man?
what up, y'all? What's good? What's good?
Harlem, what's the word, my
Yo,
guy?
to be honest, BK, yo, Easy, what's good, bro? You was talking some bullshit earlier. You still my guy though. All love.
No, DJ, I'm gonna get you next. Hold on, man.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, BK. Like, I don't really think you could judge any of these guys until you see what they can actually do in the NBA. You feel what I'm
or
saying?
college.
Like,
No, I mean you can see.
we
I
don't
mean,
really
like,
know.
listen, if they're going to the NBA, Harlem is going to be for a reason. They do something really, really well. You know.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is you can't dictate who gonna be a bust and who's not. You're not gonna know until you actually hit the pros. So I
that's
think they
true.
all gonna do good in college, right? So I think Cooper, Ace, and Harper, I think they all gonna do good in college, right? But at the end of the day, the real test is gonna be in the pros. So when they make it to the pros, you really gonna see who's who and what's what.
Well, there.
So
That
even
well,
off
Cooper
college,
already has a bunch of weaknesses already, though, man. I mean, that like
no,
opposing
but
coaches.
listen to what I'm saying, BK. But again, right? Shit can change, right? Cooper, like, let's say Cooper's the worst player in college, right? But he could go to the NBA and be the best. We don't really know. These guys have to make it to the professional level. I've never
That's
seen none of
true.
them play, right? So me
Right.
personally, I can't judge none of them because I never seen them play. So I don't have a judgment on Ace Bailey, Harper, or him. I've only seen highlights, right? I would pick Harper because I feel like the Nets need somebody that could facilitate the offense. That's why I'm picking him. But in the NBA, we don't know what's what. You know what I'm saying? So these guys have to make it, and then you have to see. So that's why when guys say, "Oh yeah, Ace Bailey's gonna be better than Cam Thomas," I don't agree with that because I've seen Cam Thomas score at the highest level. I've never seen Ace Bailey do that. So that would be blasphemy to say that. No. It is. It's blasphemy to say that because you don't know what the fuck he's gonna do in the NBA.
You comparing a number 27 pick to like a number 1 or 2 pick, man? Really?
You know what's crazy,
here comes BK changing narratives.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, BK. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, right? I forgot to write this stat down for you. Next time I see it, I'm gonna write it down. It was like 20 players, right? That was in the second round that damn near all panned out to be were superstar players or really good players. In that list, it was Jokic. Jokic, I remember, was in that list. Russell Westbrook was on that list.
Westbrook was a lottery pick.
Yeah, Westbrook was a lottery pick. I mean, it was definitely a lottery. I think he was like pick 4.
I think he was like 4.
It was Jokic.
Yeah, I think he was 4.
It was Jokic. And it was some
Gilbert
other people.
Arenas.
Draymond was
Gilbert
in there.
Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas is on
he
there.
was in there, right? But these are all guys that was really good players. So to like sit here and to always say because somebody's a first or second round pick doesn't mean nothing, bro. Jokic was a late round, second round, 40th pick, and he's better than most of these niggas. So again, man, you're not gonna really know. So I feel like the conversation with these guys is just pointless, bro. Let them play in college, let them make it to the pros, and then watch what they do.
Wasn't Brunson second round?
I think so.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it was a whole list of these niggas, but most of the people in the second round turned out to be really good. LM. So just let these guys make it to the pros, man, and see what they can do.
All right, let me let DJ, because DJ's been waiting to get on here for a minute. So DJ, what you think about this whole article with Cooper Flagg and everything, and the sneaker deal, and what's your whole take on it, man?
Yo, what's up, BK? Salute to the panel, bro.
Cooper,
yeah. Congrats to Cooper though, bro, because he got that shoe deal, bro. Was it a shoe deal?
Yeah, with
New Balance.
Shout out to Cooper for that, bro. I mess with Cooper. I do think there is too much criticism on him mad early. But
Right.
man, when you get to the pro, bro, you got to get to the pros. That's what happens. But it is what it is.
And that's the same for Ace, Harper, and Edgecombe. They all have things to work on. Let's remember at the end of the day, they all have things to work on.
But
why you not saying that about
that don't mean I agree,
though, man?
I keep saying they have to work on a consistent judge. I keep saying that.
Why am I a hater for saying that?
No, because you say it could take 3 to 4 years for his offense to translate. You said that.
Jonathan.
What's wrong with saying that?
Jonathan.
No, he's acting like the guy's not going to be able to average a decent shooting number.
But BK, John has.
And averaging a
Jonathan, him saying
John has said he needs a consistent jump shot though.
Yeah, that's all.
Can I ask you a question, BK?
Why you acting like a little? Why you getting
conversation? Hold on, BK.
No, it's the way you attack him because you didn't even read the shoe deal. Why he signed with the shoe deal? You said Nike hated him to something. That was your narrative.
John love Cooper, man. Let him.
Ellen, I had to fact check. No, wait, Ellen, I had to fact check him because he wasn't even talking about why Cooper signed with New Balance over Nike. He's just like Nike hates him. I was not going to let him do that tonight because I knew he was going with that narrative. I knew he was going to go with that narrative. I had to check that. That's all I came on to do.
Yeah, so early in the conversation, LVL said something to John, right? He told John the games is on YouTube. Watch the games. I encourage you to do that, John, because therefore you can actually make actual observation of the game, right?
Jonathan doesn't know. We already
let me finish though, BK. Hold on, BK, right?
Oh, really? I don't know anything yet. You claim to know. I'm not going to get to you. You're not working, man.
His highlights and you've never seen him play.
Hey, yo, BK, let me finish though, right?
So, like you know everything.
So I agree with LVL, right? John should watch the game, but if John watched the game, right, BK? And he watches Cooper and he comes back to you and he says, hey, BK, listen, I feel like this is his strengths, right? I feel this is his weaknesses, right? I feel like this is what he can improve in, and I still feel he could be this great player. At that point, since he actually watched him and he still thinks Cooper could be this big guy, would you like understand where he's coming from at that point?
He doesn't know
I'm just asking a
basketball,
question.
bro.
Oh, that is such a great
BK, come on, bro. Don't do that. BK, don't do that, bro.
I've been arguing
BK.
him for 3 weeks, man.
Yo, BK, I was listening the whole time, right, bro? And AP asked this man like 3-4 questions, and he just deflected it, didn't answer, bro. Y'all just jumped in.
What I deflect on?
Like
Yeah,
LM,
okay.
like you kept defending, y'all kept like helping John out, bro. Like answer.
I'm not helping out. I said that stuff before. They're just verifying me,
bro. Like AP, I don't even know where AP. I don't know if he's still up here, but AP.
I'm trying to. I was there's so many people in here, man. I'm just trying to like time everybody out here.
You don't know.
I said his weakness is he doesn't have a consistent jump shot yet. He has to show the offensive side more, but defensively, that's one of his strongest assets right now.
Well, you got to put the ball in the hole, though, man.
Why was that so hard?
But DJ, but like that's what I'm saying. If John watches the game, right, what LPO said, and he comes back to the panel, like I just said, and he says, "Yo, listen, this is what Cooper good at. This is what he needs to work at." Right? At that point, then what's the problem with him still feeling like Cooper could be this really good player?
I don't gotta respectfully disagree. That's all.
And that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you just gotta respectfully disagree.
That's what this should all be about. But this guy is saying, I don't know damn about basketball.
You don't, Jonathan. I'm just listen. I'm keeping it a buck
That's
with you.
BK
You really
saying
don't.
that though. Like, what is?
And that's coming from the guy that was following me all morning today. Locked on Nets, Breeze. This dude come at me, man, for no reason. Like, BK, why are you so obsessed with me, bro? Come on,
guys. Can we all just have a different opinion?
Jonathan,
I don't get it.
Nets was on my side when they came to Cooper Flagg, man. So I mean, sorry,
BK,
Jonathan.
BK, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Jonathan the one that said he only watches highlights of Cooper Flagg, bro?
Yeah.
Oh man, DJ, dude. I've actually looked at scouting reports with different tastes, but you're right. I should look a little bit more into that
These
stuff.
highlights ain't shit, dog. You can't get a full comprehension of this player with these bum ass highlights. I'm not going to lie.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the point of highlights is to highlight the good stuff. They want to like, the whole point of highlights is to make them look good. Like,
LM, there's better highlights than this bullshit right here. Like out of all these highlights, I think I only saw like 5 layups, bro. Like 100 dunks, bro.
Hey, yo,
like,
easy,
like,
listen,
some
though,
bullshit,
easy.
bro.
Yo,
That's some
easy,
bullshit,
listen, bro.
I told y'all that nigga is a Ben Simmons with a jump shot. No, but y'all niggas keep saying no, he's not.
Who's a Ben Simmons with a jump shot?
Ben Simmons with a
Who
jump
put
shot.
the Ben Simmons?
That's a
crazy.
right there.
LM talking crazy.
Words who I'm not trolling. Y'all telling me them niggas don't play the same way?
Bro, but
Cooper Flagg and Ben Simmons?
Yeah, in the transition from the defense to the playmaking, like
Ben is a point guard.
I'm bugging.
Yes,
Ben has better ball handling and better passing ability.
There we go. There's BK. I was waiting for that. Man.
I usually agree with LM, but he gapping right now, bro. I don't know what
Ben is the former point guard.
Bro, y'all couldn't tell. Ben Simmons was doing this shit at LSU.
Bro,
yeah, but he's the former point guard now.
Yo, listen.
Yo, go ahead, Hollow.
If John think Cooper is the next great white hope, then let him think that, bro.
I never say he's next great white hope. I just say he's got a lot of
bro. Like seriously, Harlem, is you good, bro? Like, I don't think you understand. Nobody disagree with that.
Yeah, I got
that. Listen, I said I would be happy if we get Cooper Ace. And Ace does have a lot of offensive upside. 5'2" player. I'd be happy if he's on the team.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if you want to think that that's
yo, bro, you keep saying niggas is defending him, bro. It's his opinion, bro.
Nobody is disagreeing. I don't think you understand or comprehend it, bro. Like nobody's
one person talking at one time.
Yo, one mic, because I can't even hear none of you guys.
Hold on. Anybody. Right. We're just
I'm
talking
just saying that's his opinion, bro.
Nobody's disagreeing with his opinion, though, bro.
All right, so like I don't really get like what's the back and forth about that? What's the like? You know what I mean, we like Cooper, y'all don't, and that's it, bro. Like let's just move on.
Nah, yo, Gary, you know who?
Exactly. So you don't, bro. Like
Gary, you know who? Dylan Harper reminds me of.
Who?
Gary, you know his game. It reminds me of Darren Williams. He reminds me of Darren. You know how? Remember how Darren?
I can see.
Remember how Darren Williams used to be?
I think he's going for real. I think he's gonna say Darren Collison. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was about to say.
Darren Collison is a little guy. This guy is 6'5", 6'6". Come on, Darren Collison.
Yo, LBL, is he a left-hander?
Yeah, he's
he's a left.
left-handed.
Yeah, he's left-handed.
Yeah, he
I'm saying
left.
Darren Williams is not left-handed, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
the physicality, the assertiveness, and the dribble and the bounce. That's what I'm saying, because he's not an elite athlete, but he in that McDonald's game, he got to wherever he wanted to. He dunked on a couple of people, and that's what his game kind of reminded me of.
Can he
Darren
shoot,
Williams.
bro? He can shoot.
He was
Yeah,
making.
he can shoot.
Yeah, he can shoot.
He can shoot.
All right, let Mo Beasley talk, man. Mo Beasley, what's going on, man?
And he played defense, so that's a plus.
Everybody's pulling up to the BK site.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to manage everybody over here, man. It's
a full-time job, I'll tell you that much.
He remind me of a taller Jalen Brunson.
So Mo Beasley, what do you think about the whole what do you think about the topic of the show over here, man?
I got a strange theory. So when was the last time in an NBA college, okay, so number 1 overall picks usually get their own shoe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so with I think that with him not signing, Nike not having that. You ain't getting your own shoe out the gate like that. I think that with a combination of him being like the local kid in New Balance, I think New Balance is willing to give him a shoe faster than the other companies was. He's probably gonna have creative control. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a shoe by time. I wouldn't be surprised if he's coming out with a commercial with his own shoe by time March Madness comes around, or when March Madness over with. I think it was just easy. I think it's easier for him to build his own brand and have his own shoe faster than having to work and play games and actually show his work with Nike, because Nike gonna make you play some couple games and they're gonna make you show your worth before they actually invest in you.
And that's how it should be, honestly, though, man. I mean, yeah.
And I think that with New Balance being more of an upstart company, they trying to get people on their side. I think it's more incentivized for New Balance to say, hey, we'll give you a shoe right now. You can have full creative control. You can, you know what I'm saying, you got last say so. You know what I'm saying? However you want the shoe to look like, it's on your terms, because you're a local kid. You know what I'm saying? And we're an upstart company, and we trying to take our brand
Makes
global and
sense.
stuff like that too. So
I mean, he the number 1 draft pick. Kawhi always in a wheelchair. Jamal Murray don't got enough star potential. Fuck it, why not give that nigga the deal?
I mean, Kawhi.
But easy, come on, bro. The nigga always injured. I love Kawhi, but.
All right, so the second part, the second part of the show over here is that Paul George actually compared.
Yo, let BK talk, man. Come on.
Paul George actually compared Cooper Flagg to Michael Beasley, NBA draft bust. So let me get that article up in here, man. Hold on.
Very fun.
Michael Beasley?
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie to you, BK. That's probably the worst comparison I've ever heard.
I don't see Beasley.
I would say certain aspects of his game. I wouldn't fully say full Michael Beasley.
Don't get me wrong, Beasley was nice.
Beasley is a bucket.
That nigga was a mid-range game. The way his movement around the floor. I think
Beasley would bully people, bro. Even when he was young. You see, I'm looking at these highlights right now as we speak, bro. He's not bullying nobody, bro.
He got I would say the mid-range game to the I would say Beasley probably is a little bit better 3-point shooter than Cooper Flagg. But I would say the only thing I would say is probably the mid-range game. I gotta see a little bit more for me.
So Beasley, all right. So Beasley was actually nice, but for Beasley's career, he averaged 12.4 points a game, though. So
I'm gonna say this one thing to you.
That's where.
That's not
one thing Cooper Flagg got over everybody. BK, I keep telling people, he can shoot over people. That's the one plus that he got. Is he got that Kevin Durant, Paolo? He got the height, so he could shoot over anybody, bro.
Michael Beasley could
so
as well.
He could kind of
he's barely 6'9", man.
No.
He's not like Wemby or anything.
No, right? But I'm
over everybody.
No. But what I'm saying, Mo Beasley,
Hey,
is
Anthony
if you saying he got a mid-range,
I ain't gonna lie, Wemby sitting
If
that
you
nigga
play
shit.
Cooper at the 3,
Bro,
you can over some
his
but
people.
what I'm
pull up
saying,
and
People
his
are probably
release
gonna
is
challenge
too
him.
low, bro. He's not
I
shooting
don't
over
know.
everybody.
Hey, LM, I don't know
KD
because
has the
Wemby.
ball high, shoots high. He doesn't shoot like
nah,
that, bro.
I get it, right? But I'm saying
I'm
at
just saying,
6'9",
DJ, if it's
bro.
on the switch, I think Wemby sending his shit. Like if we
AD
get an
already
ISO,
clocked him
I've seen
already.
shorter guys shoot over Wemby though. That's the crazy part.
Bro, you talking about in a non-real game, bro? Like, come on, man, stop
DJ,
it.
that's because of they
Hey,
Stop
arc and
it,
how
bro.
they
Not
hold
really
even
on,
make
play
it.
hold
Not
on,
that.
hold
even
on,
make
hold
it
on,
But
hold
funny,
on.
easy.
bro.
That's easy.
Hey,
That's my
you guys
that's
are
my
Funny,
point.
hyping up.
bro.
Like if he gets an
Wait, you
arc from
guys
his
are
shot like
hyping
that.
this up, man. Don't tell me that, Harlem. I'll kick you off the show, man.
Bro,
You
what
get
you
the
guys
fuck
are
mean?
out of here, bro.
y'all are hyping on this
BK, he
dude.
played good.
Look,
He played pretty good, no?
Yo,
yo,
bro,
Yeah,
hold
BK's
on.
not showing the
Yo,
good
BK, can I
things.
ask
It's
you a
only
question, BK?
the
So
negatives.
LeBron James and all these other USA players vouching for Cooper Flag, that don't mean nothing.
Facts,
Not that
DJ.
big
No,
Come
deal.
on,
I'm
man.
not.
We read
Listen,
the articles
you
on
guys
that.
acting like I'm saying he's gonna be a bust. I'm saying he's
These
gonna
is
be.
NBA players though, bro.
nigga, you are
No,
talking
what
like
I'm
he gonna
saying
be
is
a
that
bust. You the main
he's
nigga
not.
talking like he
Yeah,
gonna
come
be a
on,
bust.
man.
He's
The
not. He's
fuck
not a
you talking about? You the main
generational
nigga up
player.
here talking like
Nobody
he
is
gonna be a
saying he's gonna.
bust.
We don't know if he's
No,
gonna be. He doesn't
locked on
have.
guys said he
I'm
was a
not talking to
generational
you, bro.
player.
I'm talking to BK,
You don't
bro.
even like those guys,
You up
man. Now
here
you.
talking like you gonna be a bust.
No,
Yo,
no.
what's
We're
your
No,
not.
no,
beef
That's
with
no.
We're
Locked
not
nah,
On,
saying that.
nigga.
The
BK?
locked on guys said
You
he's a
don't like them
gener.
because I like them, LM. Plain and simple. That's where this all started.
Harlem,
Hey, yo,
hold on,
BK, bro.
Harlem. Do you understand what a generational player is? You got people out there saying he's a generational player. I'm not
He might
saying
be.
he's not. He's not.
Their
No, he's not.
opinion, bro.
Isn't it too
How you
early to
mad
say
at
that?
Nah,
somebody's
it's too
It's
early.
opinion,
way
my
too
nigga? That's
early,
their
though, BK.
opinion.
It's way too
The
I'm
early.
reason
not.
why
Listen,
the reason why they was calling
Guys,
Wemby a
remember,
generational
BK,
talent.
I got wait. Remember, he's the guy that says AJ is better than all these guys. Remember that. He
No,
said this
now,
3 games
but
ago.
hold on,
2 years
BK,
down the line, he said
but
this.
BK, if you're saying this in March, then I'm with you. Feel me? But
But they said it about
it's
Wemby
it's
though,
it's
LM.
about what he a I mean, a nigga 7'5" with guard
But that's
skills.
what I
Yeah,
mean
hell
though.
yeah.
Like he don't have the hype around him to be a generational talent right now, bro.
Bro,
Oh, Cooper
we
Flag?
don't know what these guys are
That could
gonna
Yeah,
be
do in the
Cooper.
that
pros,
could be
man.
true.
Not
That
right
could be
now.
true,
Later on,
bro.
Later on, he might have the hype.
But I'm like,
Yo,
BK, you gotta stop being mad at people's opinions, bro. If that's what Locked On Nets feel, that's their opinion, bro. You know
That's
what I'm
not true.
saying?
Again, all right.
Nah,
So let
he
me.
said
All
How
right,
he
you
all
said
gonna
right,
they
all
say
right.
feel
that?
Hold
that he
on,
a
hold on,
bust.
How
hold on,
you
hold on,
gonna
hold
say
on,
that's
Harlem.
not, bro? How
1
you
second,
gonna say
guys.
that's not true, bro?
All right, it's my opinion. I want Dennis
Nah, Locked
Schroeder
On
as
Nets
the
be talking
starting
like he gonna be a
center.
bust though, bro.
Come on,
Oh,
Listen,
bro.
Pete,
man.
Come
Pete,
on,
yo,
man.
Pete,
Wait,
Nah,
Come
what?
on,
yo,
BK.
Gary,
You
yo, you
talking
be
I
hating
crazy,
on
want
me,
I
bro.
bro. You
want
be
Dennis
talking
Schroeder as
crazy,
my
bro.
starting
Nah,
center, man. I think
BK
it's a
making a
good thing
point.
for the team.
He
Come on,
BK
bro.
making
ain't
a
That's
making
point.
a
crazy,
point,
man. Come
easy.
on, bro.
Pete, you there, man? I want Dennis
Now, you
Schroeder
need to
as
be
my
kicked
starting
off your
center,
Yo,
own
man.
show
yo,
talking this
LM,
dumb
that's what I
shit.
be
Yeah.
talking about too. Yo, you can't just be coming up
That
here
shit
just
don't
saying
even
any
make
type of
sense what you
bullshit just
talking
because you
about,
feel it,
bro.
bro.
No, you said
I mean,
this is my
I don't know
opinion.
what
You
Come
BK
on.
said,
on, man.
No,
Yo,
no, no,
LM,
but
you
no, no,
didn't say
no.
anything wrong, LM. Stick
BK
by
making a
yourself.
point though. Like you can't just come up here and saying whatever you feel like, bro. That's some
Yeah.
bullshit right
Yo,
there.
easy. Do you not see what
I mean,
BK says half the time?
Yeah.
Yo, this
I
dude
That's
no,
what
said
you
the
I
talking
do
You could
agree.
crazy,
talk
It
about
do
bro.
got
real
to be
shit. You
some.
could do that.
I'll say this easy.
I'm not
There
gonna
do
front,
have to be
BK.
some
Your
sort of
takes be
realism
horrible,
mixed
bro.
in. So I'll say
yeah,
that there's some
actually,
But
You
realism
where
ain't
that
do
got
doing
to
we
be
hold on?
mixed
anything,
But
in.
LM,
BK.
where do
yo,
we go to
Gary, man,
rely on realism
I
though?
do want Dennis Schroeder as my starting center, man.
yo, I
It's
got
just
Yeah,
this.
my opinion.
he might be a
It's just
little
my
undersized
opinion.
for that. He might be a
Yo,
little undersized
Yo,
for that.
Pete, you
But
there, man? Yo, Pete.
Yeah, I'm alive.
I
I'm just
want Dennis
waiting.
I
Schroeder
mean,
as my
to be
starting
fair,
center.
when BK put it like that, then I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds crazy.
But to
It
say
do
yo,
Cooper
feel
Flag
type
is a
crazy.
generational player, it's insane when
yo,
he
I
has to
got
work
this.
on a lot of different
Bro,
things.
Yo,
bro, that's
I
not
got a prediction.
insane if that's how they
All right,
feel,
so
bro.
why? All right, Let me put Harlem backstage for a second.
I got a prediction.
Is that insane for me to say that Dennis Schroeder should be the starting center then? If it's just my opinion, you saying like,
that's
oh no,
insane.
and that's my real opinion, Harlem.
Okay, what's your opinion based on?
My starting center.
What's your opinion based on?
Bro.
Well, what's wrong with that opinion, though? What's wrong with if Jonathan believes that Cooper Flagg is really good, then why do you care?
Nah, Pete, for the BK, it's personal. For me, I don't look at it, Pete. I don't get it.
One mic. Let's not talk over.
But hold on, BK, answer that. What's your opinion would be based on him being in the center? What would you? What's your point? Yeah, if that was your point, what would be your argument? Why should he play center?
Yeah, why?
Because Harlem's saying that
But it's his opinion though. So should
it's
he
my
have to really
opinion.
It's your
And
opinion.
Harlem
Right,
disagrees with
and
me.
I'm trying to say,
Right, but DJ, what I'm saying is usually when people give
you
opinions, they
can't
give
tell
reason
another
behind those
man.
opinions, though.
Yo,
All
bro,
right, so why do you
There's a
disagree?
reason behind that.
Why do you disagree with me about Dennis Schroeder being a center, then, man?
I didn't disagree with you. I said you
You
can't
just
tell
you
another
did.
man not to have his own opinion.
Bro,
That's why I just said
no,
you
dog.
can't tell another man. Bro, what I'm telling you is you can't tell another man how to feel. If you feel Dennis
All
Schroeder,
right, but I just said I want Dennis
hold
Schroeder
on,
and
hold
Cam
on,
Thomas
hold on,
as my centers.
hold on.
You're
Let me
missing the
finish.
point.
Let me finish. First of all, you trolling, right? But if
I'm
you
not
really
trolling.
wanted
No, I'm
Dennis
being
Schroeder
for
to
real.
be, but if you really hold on. But if you really wanted
He's
Dennis
trolling.
Smith to Dennis Schroeder to be your
That
center,
told me
right?
the whole day.
I can't disagree with you because that's your opinion. I could think
That
it's a
told me
stupid
luck on
opinion,
that
but
Tim
that's your
Breezy
fucking
show, man.
opinion.
Coincidence?
But every time somebody says something
didn't
about
smoke anything
Cooper,
today, right? You didn't smoke anything,
Yo,
right?
you know what
nah,
Breezy
you
said?
ain't
Yo,
smoking
I got a special message from Breezy. Wait, BK. I got a special message from Breezy. He said you got the canola and the spatula, BK. So anytime you want to go, he's ready, man. So you guys set a challenge.
But BK, that's a good point. That's a good
Jonathan, why
point.
you
If he
can't
think
never,
your
why you
opinion
can't never
dumb,
go at
BK,
BK
that's not
yourself,
any
bro? You gotta
crazier,
bring somebody else into it, bro.
but
What,
Schroeder
DJ?
playing center
What's
isn't
up,
any.
DJ?
Schroeder playing
but
center
that
isn't any crazier than Ben
Man,
Simmons
start
playing
mentioning
point guard.
Breezy, like, bro, what?
but that's a
Yo,
good
DJ, let
point that he
BK defend
made. Even
himself,
if his
man.
Leave
BJ
him
opinion is,
like
doesn't
that.
do the
Leave him
same thing to me,
but
man.
that's a
Have
good
a
point.
victory.
But that's a good point
I
Harlem
go at
made though.
BK all the
Even if
time.
he
I don't
think
agree
it's
with
a,
that BS he be
even
I
if
spitting.
he
bet you.
think his
Yeah, I
opinion
know, and
is
I appreciate you
stupid.
making some
LM, come
cricket
on, man.
tonight,
Come
man.
on,
I
don't turn
bet you
Harlem, man.
Schroeder's a better center
But
than Ben
BK, that's
Simmons
nah,
is a
true.
point
yo,
guard.
yo,
But that's true though.
yo,
Even if
it's
you think
all
your opinion is
opinion based.
mad dumb, he can't say shit
It's
because it's
your
your
opinion.
opinion.
No,
It's
LM,
That's
your
a
LM.
opinion,
fact.
bro.
LM. You can have
You
an
know what you
opinion,
do,
but you can
BK?
still
This is
call
what
out
you do,
that
BK.
bullshit though.
I'm gonna tell you
Hold
what
on,
you
let
do,
Easy
BK.
talk. Let Easy
You
talk.
get on the show, BK, right? You get on the show, and this is what you do. You give horrible fucking takes, and then when the shit
I
is
have horrible
stupid
takes.
and makes no fucking hold on,
Wait,
yes, you
how is
have
it
horrible
horrible if
takes,
it's
and
his
then
opinion?
hold on, bro. Let me finish. He give horrible takes, and then when the shit makes no fucking sense, yo, DJ, jump in for me. Yo, Gary, jump in for me. Then y'all niggas jump in and y'all give even more fucking horrible takes.
No,
And
no,
it's just
because
three niggas with horrible fucking takes. It's like, come on, bro. It's the same shit.
Whoa,
It's the same shit with you niggas.
How is it?
Like,
Hold
get
on,
the
hold on,
fuck
hold on,
out of here, bro.
hold on. When
It's
do I ever
crazy, bro.
defend
It's
BK?
terrible.
Hold on.
And it's
When do I
every
defend BK
show.
about? What do I defend BK
No,
about?
no,
Because
no.
you want to
No,
yap
no, no, no,
and
no.
say that I
If you
defend
listen,
BK,
if
right?
you listen to what I said, I said he'll give a horrible take, and then when niggas call him out, he'll say, "Yo, DJ, jump in for me," and then you'll jump in, and then you'll co-sign some bullshit, and then he'll ask Gary.
No, I
And Gary
don't though.
will come.
What?
Bro, it's the same
Once
rhetoric with
again,
you niggas.
what do I
But
defend?
you do a lot
What do
though.
I do? What do I
But you do a
co-sign
lot
about?
though. I ain't say
What
you
do I
always
co-sign
do,
about?
but you do. You do
What do I
defend him
co-sign
sometimes, bro,
about?
and it be
What do I
horrible,
co-sign about?
and it be like the dumbest shit. It be
What
the
do I
dumb, like
co-sign about?
it's like yo, bro. If you
Oh,
gonna
okay,
defend a
because you don't
nigga,
have
at
no
least
proof of that.
defend a nigga that makes fucking sense, bro.
Yo, I
Hey, yo,
got
Cooper
this.
Flagg is not a
He
generational
just mad
talent.
because
Nigga,
nobody
how
be
you know
agreeing
he
with him.
not
That's
gonna
the
be a
problem.
generational talent? How you
he's
know he
not.
not gonna be a generational talent? Because how you know
BK
that?
is
How
too
you know that?
And
early,
once again,
bro.
Harlem, who agreed with him on
Like,
that?
come on, bro.
Everybody was
Like,
silent
come
when he
on,
said
man.
that, right?
And
Because
that's the
nobody
Yo,
agreed.
horrible.
Nobody co-signed.
Yo,
yo, I got breaking
yo,
news.
hold on.
think
But
Cooper Flagg's
that's
the
the
generational
horrible
talent.
takes that I'm talking about. That shit right there.
But
Oh, he's
Wait a
not
minute.
that's
Hold
his
on, hold on,
opinion
hold
though.
on.
So how is it?
Everybody be
Hold
quiet.
on, BK. Hold on, BK.
Let
So
Harlem.
how
Let
is it
Harlem
Harlem?
Black
How is
go
it a
at it.
horrible?
Hold
How is it a horrible
on.
take, bro?
Is he better than Paulo Banchero, Harlem?
You don't know yet.
We don't know. He hasn't
Oh
made
my
it
We
to the
don't
God.
know
NBA
yet.
yet to even be able to say that.
LM,
And
stop,
that's what I'm
man.
trying to say, bro. That's
Hey,
horrible.
Wait,
BK
hold on.
asked
Wait, hold
questions.
on.
Come on, guys.
Wait,
You might as well.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. Let me add. Because if he, so let me add context. Because BK, I'm not saying that you wrong in that.
That's
I
being a
would say
hypocrite though,
Paulo.
LM.
I'm not.
LM, that's being a
I'm not.
hypocrite though.
Paulo.
If he feels that way, that's his opinion, bro. So why is
Yeah, right. Correct.
Harlem getting
I don't
all
disagree.
rowdy upset
I
about
don't
BK's opinion?
disagree. If he
You
think
can't say
Paulo is better,
hold up.
then
He can't
you think he's better.
LM. He can't say it's a horrible take from BK
Come
if
on,
it's
bro.
his opinion. How is it a horrible take? Because you said so?
I mean, that's a
Let
decent
me
Schroeder
tell
as
you
a
why it's a
center is a
horrible take,
horrible
bro.
take.
Right?
Schroeder
Hold
as
on,
a
Like, you not
center
no
is a
guys,
horrible
NBA
you
take.
know
god,
what?
bro. You not
Let
out
me
here
tell you
shooting
why it's a
down
horrible
threes.
take.
Like,
but
that's
BK,
like
hold on.
that's his
But
opinion.
I'm not
the
calling
only
out
Hold on,
reason
nothing.
why I
yo,
say
DJ.
BK being
Bro.
unfair is because
That's being a
Paolo's has
hypocrite, bro.
3 years in the league
Nah,
already.
because
Paolo's not
it's
even in
funny.
college
It's
yet.
funny when somebody says if
Hey,
he
yo,
has a bad
But
take,
DJ.
it's oh you
this is
wrong.
3 years.
You
So I
getting
mean,
cursed out at. But when somebody
Hey, yo,
gives they take,
hey, yo,
it's a
DJ.
horrible
Let
take
me
from them.
explain you why
Like
it's a
he's not
horrible
no
Hold on,
take.
NBA
hold on, hold
god,
on, hold
bro.
on, hold on. Let Pete go. Pete, go ahead, man. I put
Go ahead,
Harlem
Pete.
backstage real quick.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
go ahead,
yo,
Pete.
shout out
Like
to
dude come
Harlem,
up here acting like
everybody.
he's some NBA god, bro. That's wild.
Yeah, go ahead, Pete.
Say, bro, we basically arguing because everyone has different opinions, right?
Yeah.
Like who cares, right? Who cares if Jonathan cares about this? Who cares if BK cares about this? If you think it's a bad opinion, then say I think it's bad because of this, and state your shit.
Yeah.
But no. So the thing is,
that's a fact. But don't just come up here and say that's a bad take.
No. But
hold on.
Why it's a bad take?
So Pete, I give these
but
guys.
Pete, it's a difference between a bad opinion and you coming up in here saying some bullshit, my nigga. Like if you gonna say bullshit, say the reasoning behind the bullshit.
But he gave reasons. But LM, what's crazy is he gave reasons why he feel like he's gonna be not a generational talent yet.
That's true.
He didn't give a reason.
So what is the bad take? That's what I mean. Like,
well, DJ, what is the take with saying I don't know basketball? Wait, DJ, what is the take saying I don't know basketball? What is that all coming from?
See, you making it personal. That's between you and BK. I'm not talking about that.
No, he's making it personal, DJ. He's making it personal. Wait, he's making it personal. I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with that.
You and BK got into, bro. We talking about basketball.
Guys, one mic. We can't talk over each other.
One-on-one, me and Jonathan.
Let me just address you, DJ.
No, I took that smoke easy, and I don't even want to deal with this. I just want to talk basketball, man.
Jonathan, you making it personal. That was between you and BK. We talking about Cooper Flagg, bro.
Yo, but that
I don't know why Jonathan brought that up. That's between you and
I just want to say this one thing.
Schroeder is the center.
DJ, I'm saying from my perspective, man, because this guy's just going out for no reason.
Everybody be quiet. All right, y'all want to know the reason why I'm going after. All right, the reason why I'm going after Jonathan, right? Because we were talking about the whole Ben Simmons and Atlanta thing, right? So I said Joel Embiid had 9 turnovers in a closeout game. Tobias Harris had 8 points in that game, right? And he just totally just doesn't want to even acknowledge that and just want to blame Ben Simmons for the whole thing. He had 33 turnovers in that whole series. And Ben is paid to run the offense, not score the ball. All right? It's Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and he just totally forgets about that. So that's why I said Jonathan doesn't even know shit about basketball. He doesn't know. I don't respect him. I just don't. Sorry.
That makes absolutely no sense, but okay.
You see what I'm saying, guys?
No, wait, you know what's funny? You contradict yourself, because you said Russell Westbrook's the reason the Rockets lost against the Warriors, because he was the point guard and extension of the coach. And Ben Simmons was an extension of the coach.
Well, hold on, BK. Well, hold on. If we're using the same logic, right? If we're using the same logic, that's John's opinion on. Wait, what series you
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, Jonathan, what series you talking about?
Let's not go.
I know, I didn't watch it though.
Yo,
what series you talking about?
Let me just say this one thing with DJ, yo.
I think it was OKC. Wait, I think it was OKC.
Hold on. What series you talking about?
Yeah, OKC. That's what it was. I think it was OKC. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
So you talking about?
You talking about the Atlanta series?
No, you gotta be talking about KD and Westbrook against.
No, he said Russ.
He said
Houston.
Yeah, we brought them a few streams ago.
No. Let Jonathan explain himself. Like, what series you talking about? Just fix that.
No, because he said Westbrook's a low IQ player, and he said something about Westbrook being an extension point guard type guy. And I'm like, wasn't Ben Simmons an extension of the coach on Philly? So why not hold Ben Simmons accountable?
Ben's role was to get the offense involved. It was Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid's job
why he brought
to the ball.
Tobias Harris.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about
what I'm saying.
No, but easy. What did have to do
it? I'm asking John.
BK, this doesn't make any sense on your part. You just want to defend that guy.
You guys understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, John, you just deflected. I don't understand why you brought up Russ.
What I gather from this,
talked about it a few streams ago, if you remember.
But
that was irrelevant.
This is my own thing.
Guys, let everybody talk, man.
Real quick, BK.
This is my only issue, right?
I haven't even got nothing else. Yo, real quick. Westbrook was only on the Rockets that bubble year, and they didn't play.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch it though. I don't know why you brought that up.
I watched it though. But Westbrook was only on the Rockets that bubble year, and they didn't play the Warriors. So I don't know what series you're talking about right now.
I think he's talking about the Wizards versus the 76ers.
No, but he talked about the Warriors though, and then he talked about.
I think so. In that series, Philadelphia won by 5, and then he was saying that Russell Westbrook scored 19 points and Ben only scored 14 points, but Who gives a fuck? I mean, he actually won the game. They won the
Well,
series.
actually, that was LBL. LBL's the one who did the stats on that. Remember?
That shit,
no,
I
LBL
definitely
did
did
the
the stats and
yeah.
said that Westbrook had better stats. That he didn't
LBL was
shut
doing the
down
stats.
Westbrook.
John was just
That's what I
co-signing.
said.
Oh, okay.
Man.
But anyway,
my thing is like, do you want to score 20 points and actually lose, or 15 points and actually win the
But
game?
BK, can you agree that Ben, if sometimes like as much as Ben is the guy on the court
Hey, yo,
that you
Ellen, can
gotta
we not talk
run
about
the
Ben?
offenses?
Yo, Ellen, can we please not talk about bro?
Yo, that's
Please,
the
my nigga,
problem.
like,
Yo, that's the
Hey,
problem.
I
just wanna-
I'm putting
Y'all
Harlem
are
back
too
there because you're another one. You don't even know why you even
Yo,
like that
BK,
motherfucker. Be quiet, Harlem.
Yo, BK, you and Jonathan are too emotionally attached.
I'm not emotional to anything.
You're
I'm
emotionally
not.
attached to Ben
Listen,
Simmons, just like he is
LBL.
emotionally attached.
I just talking about basketball. This is the guy who wants to make it personal, not me,
Just like
man.
he's emotionally attached to Cooper Flagg.
Both of you guys make it personal for no reason.
Yeah,
Pete, I never even want to start anything with him. This is the one who says I don't know basketball. Did I ever say BK
John,
doesn't
we
know
was having a good
basketball?
convo, and then you said BK said this. BK, like, why you bringing it personal, bro? Like,
Yo, DJ, dude, not even, man. I don't want to go
like
into
you
it.
still on that stuff that happened like 5 streams ago, bro?
Dude, he's the one going at me today. For no reason. I was minding my business today, doing multiple stream work today, and he's the one who keeps following me.
Bro, who cares? He's allowed to do whatever he wants to watch the other podcast.
John, look out, John, think about how long ago.
He acts like, I'm telling you, he acts worse than like my son, my 9-year-old son.
Okay, but you're making comments like that. He's gonna
No, it's true though, Pete. I've been being patient. I've been trying to explain to Jonathan. He's not listening. And I'm like, yo, I got to come to a conclusion.
bro,
I was very patient, Pete. You know,
bro,
listen
he's not
to the
just saying
previous
no,
stream.
my nigga. Like, what you talking about? You trying to explain it? He got his own mind, his own opinion, bro.
Harlem,
do we root for the same team?
Harlem is backstage for now, man.
Can I tell Pete? BK, I gotta tell Pete. Pete, him and BK just getting into it because of a stream that happened a while ago, bro, of them talking about the 76ers versus Atlanta Hawks series, bro. They still stuck on that, bro.
Oh, yeah, DJ, I'm over it. It's just that
but John is still talking about it. Like, every time he
referencing
brings
to
it
it,
up,
man. Like
I'm
Jason
over
Kidd
it
never
for
had a
Yo,
bad
can I
playoff.
get the floor for 1 second?
Yo.
Can I get the floor for 1 second?
When that bullshit came out,
Easy. Let Pete talk. 1 second.
My fault.
Yo, I got a deal for everybody. What if both of you guys just don't talk about it no more, and then both of you can prove it? You're not taking it personal. How about that?
No, I'm not taking it personal. That's not gonna happen.
That sounds good.
I know. I'm trying.
I've been watching basketball for a long time, right?
Pete, I got a prediction.
Matter, my nigga. You be wrong, bro. You be wrong, nigga.
Yo, Pete, I got a prediction.
You fucking wrong, bro.
The prediction
You got
is
the most horrible takes, nigga. Your takes is more horrible than John, bro. Real shit.
not.
You don't make no sense. You just be
here's the
talking.
prediction.
You just be talking, bro. You just an old head, my nigga, that don't know basketball for real, bro. Real shit.
My prediction is
I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro.
Kawhi
You
Leonard.
just an old head that don't know ball.
Go ahead.
Real shit, you don't though, bro. You just be talking, bro.
Hold it down.
I put Harlem back.
Yo, Pete,
prediction
right?
is
That's
Kawhi
an
Leonard.
example of making it personal.
My prediction is Kawhi Leonard signs a new shoe deal with Dr. Scholl's.
Nah.
I like that one.
We peak trolling now. We peak trolling.
All right,
nigga Kawhi holding New Balance on by a
to
thread,
get
man.
the backstory where this whole thing started between John and I, because like I don't care about what he did in that in that series. I don't care. He's a young player. Everybody's gonna go through things. Magic Johnson had a bad playoffs or something like that. They call him Tragic Johnson at one point. I mean, Jordan lost first round series before he started winning chips. Steph Curry had bad moments. He blew a 3-1 lead. Kevin Durant blew a 3-1 lead. You know, I mean, it happens, man. Let it go, Jonathan. And then when I give him,
I already let it go. You keep bringing a lot of stuff up, man.
You know what it is?
Brought it up.
You know what it is with Ben Simmons, though.
That's a lot.
It's not that he's had early success. He's had recent failure. But the problem is that it seems like you're not willing to accept that he's not the player and anymore from this point on, from the time that he got to the Nets till now, the last 3 years. and there's no indication
Imagine
that
this dude
he's
put that
the
thing start.
player.
No. That's
that
not
you
his
think
gripe.
he's gonna
He
be.
keeps holding on to that 2021 playoff series. I'm like, let that shit go.
Yeah,
It
I'm
wasn't
not.
all his
But
fault,
but
man.
most of the Net fans are not going by that 2021 series. They going by what has he done lately.
No, if Jonathan was to say that, I would have no gripes with him. But his thing is like, that he had a bad playoff series, and that's the reason why I don't want him on the team. Where he keeps ignoring that the fact that Joel Embiid had 33
There was a
turnovers in that
multitude of
series.
things I've said that why we should move forward without
That's
him.
not a big deal.
So now you hold up, BK,
BK,
hold up. Let him say that again, Jonathan. What was it?
I've stated many times specific reasons why we can't depend on him. He's not reliable.
You're capping, bro. You just
see what I'm saying? He still doesn't
No,
want
wait, DJ, give me a grown man, let a grown man defend himself. You keep stepping in for him, man, respectfully. Let him.
Listen, Jonathan, I already cooked your ass, man, like 5
I cooked you. I cooked you, and I was willing to let it go. But you want to keep bringing it back up, man.
But hold on, BK. I think John's point is, and I'm not saying that he's necessarily right, but I think John's point is maybe I'm not saying that you're wrong in saying Ben is an extension of Doc on the court. He has to run the offense. But I think what John is saying is, right. If Ben just for a series just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm taking over. Joel Embiid's getting too much turnovers. Fuck it, let me take over this shit. Like, would that have been so bad?
I mean, it depends,
I don't think that would have. I think if Ben had to take over, said, "Fuck it, let me get 40." Joel Embiid keep getting these turnovers. Fuck it, I'll take over. I'm the number one pick. No one can stop me going to the rim. I'm the guy too.
His role was to get the ball to Joel Embiid, get the ball to Tobias Harris. So Jonathan doesn't understand that Tobias Harris, before he went to Philadelphia, averaged 20 points a game. And in 2021, Tobias Harris was actually doing very well. He was scoring the basketball. And the playoffs, he just shrank.
Gil's Arena roasted Tobias Harris. They said that nigga out there doing cardio.
He really was, bro. He been doing cardio for the last 3 years.
The fact they chose that nigga over Jimmy Butler was crazy work. That shit was wild work.
Probably because of his ability to space the floor. That's why they probably.
I'm not saying that you're wrong in that, BK, but if I was Ben, I'm saying I'm in my head like, yo, this nigga Tobias not better than me. The fuck? What I look like giving it to that nigga?
I'm saying he should have did that, but I mean, you really gotta listen to your coach though. If your coach says get the ball to Joel Embiid and feed him every possession, I mean, that's on Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers should have mixed it up. Yeah, you can get the ball to Joel Embiid, but how about running it through Ben and then let Joel Embiid play off the ball, just to throw defense off a little bit.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
As much as I get on Ben, when I heard this whole stupid, probably clutch inspired trade involving Golden State, the Lakers.
Oh my God, I saw that shit. That shit made me have a fucking aneurysm, bro.
Man, there's no way I'm giving up Ben Simmons' contract. There's no way.
There's
no way I'm getting all of these. It's like all we were getting was D-Lo and
we was getting D-Lo and some bullshit
and all of them. I think that's what you were talking about, right, Gary? I think you were talking about that on your show, right? There was no way I would.
That was some 2K mock trade.
The whole trade was just to help LeBron get Curry.
Yeah, that shit was dumb. And I would hope.
But like, why would the Golden State Warriors want? The only way Golden State would want Ben Simmons is if BK is going to coach them or something, right? Come on.
Listen, man, I love passing is my favorite part. Everybody falls in love with basketball for different reasons. My favorite part of the game is passing. So he's a really excellent passer. So that's why I like him.
Did y'all talk about Lonnie going to Boston? Oh no.
I was gonna get into that too, man. I mean, they saying he's
BK, I was the first to predict it up here, bro. I told you.
Oh yeah. DJ, give DJ his flowers. You know, he actually predicted it. He said like months ago that he would go to Boston, man. Like 4 months ago.
But the Celtics talked to the Nets about acquiring him at the trade deadline.
They're deep, man.
That's Boston. Crazy. They got deep. You want to talk about bench?
Because that other dude, Dylan Walsh, is nice. He ain't even play yet.
You talking about the light skin bald head?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lonnie Walker
like,
averages like
Jordan
1.4 assists, so he's like in similar like
Boston might
territory.
repeat, bro. Now
I ain't gonna lie, Lonnie coming
bro.
off that Boston bench, that shit gonna be
No,
nasty.
but Lonnie wants to be the man though. He
bench
said he wants to be. He wants a home. He wants to really be that guy.
He wants a
Man, Lonnie saw them niggas win a chip and was like, "Yo, I'm on board. Like, I don't care what the fuck I got to do."
Pete, what were you saying?
Like,
I was saying Lonnie wants a long-term deal. That's what he's talking about when he's talking about like a home place. And he only signed an Exhibit 10 deal, which is basically like a training camp deal. It's just if you guys a bigger deal than that.
If he balls out,
he doesn't play defense, right? He's not a great defender, right?
Yeah, but there's value in a score.
Yo, they're not gonna need him to. He could just be that 6-man, give you microwave type points.
Yeah,
and he in the Celtics organization. Who knows? He might. That's a franchise where you can't play half-assed, man. They got 18 chips under their ring as a total. He might play different there. Nigga might be good defensively involved.
Dula got them a chip before. That's wild.
What's the name's career has been extended because he should have retired a long time ago, right?
Who's that?
Horford.
Horford, right?
I only got to play 10 minutes.
He's kind of like that Udonis Haslam to.
Yeah, but except for he's still a little productive.
I agree with Oren. Oren said he's only going to play like 12 to 15 minutes a game because Derek White is better. Drew Holiday.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get much.
Well, you know what the key is for him? The key is Porzingis' health.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Porzingis has to stay healthy. That's the problem.
He does.
They already gave up Williams, so it's like if Porzingis goes down, that's gonna make it harder for them because they got to play that old guy that many minutes.
They should have went after a big this free agency. It's
they still got Luke Cornett though.
Where John doing,
but
man?
I mean,
oh dang! Everybody went quiet. Nobody like Luke Cornett, bro.
Where John doing?
Man, Luke Cornett, he alright, but
he not all that. But I mean,
he's servicing.
I hope Jonathan didn't get his feelings hurt, man.
I think when you said Luke Cornett, I started thinking about KG saying, "Yo, a lot of these niggas wouldn't even play back in our day."
No, but listen, yo, he thinks I'm hating on Cooper Flagg, and I'm like, yo, I'm just pointing out the flaws.
Jonathan like to pay attention to the good stuff, and when he points
ball handling, playmaking, getting stronger. Like he's 205 at the 4 position, and then he's limitedly skilled at the 3 position. So he has to get stronger. He's not going to come in and just make an immediate impact like that. I mean, Paulo came in as 250 already, 245, 250, strong, ball handling.
That man is a grown man.
Yeah, his game was taking it to the fucking basket, nigga.
And his goal is the locked door nets was actually.
It is very rare to see a 6'10", 250 dude move like a guard like that. It's extremely rare.
Paulo is better than I thought he was at Duke, though.
Yo, wasn't Paulo also older than what Cooper Flagg is going to be when he gets into the draft? Am I wrong there?
But all right, so see, Pete, when you come in right as a number 1 pick, I mean, you're expected to make multiple All-Star teams, right?
But not
eventually, not right away.
Not right away. I mean, eventually, like he's going to be in the East. Is he better than Giannis? Is he better than?
You gotta
remember though too, right?
BK, keep in mind, a lot of these old guys, man, they ain't got much long,
old guys.
Maybe not in the East, but in the West, all of them dudes is old.
Hold on, but Pete, hold on, y'all gotta remember, Pete, in that draft, there was talks that Jabari Smith Jr. was supposed to go number 1, and that was Orlando's pick, but they went with Paulo. They went with Paulo instead. So really, Orlando took a chance.
All the way up until the draft, they said Smith would be
they was like Jabari Smith is number 1 certified. Niggas was shocked when Paulo went first. I remember that day.
I agree with
I was shocked. I was like, oh, they chose Paulo? It worked out.
I thought the Rockets.
That was clear. I thought Rockets was gonna get Shet at one point because I thought Jabari was going second, but OKC went with Shet, and Jabari went to Houston, and I think we could all say Orlando made the right pick. I mean,
I think all the teams made the right pick in that situation.
Yeah, it pretty much worked. It's rare this season.
Jabari
was going 3 regardless. Yeah, Jabari was 3 regardless. At that point,
I think those other two guys are on the clock though. I think Chet is on the clock, and I think definitely Smith is on the clock.
I don't think.
I think Smith on the clock more. I don't think Chet's on the clock.
Chet. This was Chet's first year.
Yeah, but remember, he already missed the year, and now
he's not on the clock though. Like he's mad young. Like,
you guys,
to be fair though, that's what along with Shea, they was the number one seed this year when that nigga came back.
Them legs is fresh. He just missed his first year, bro.
Them niggas was the number one seed when he came back though.
They ain't gonna sneak up on nobody anymore.
Yo, I was gonna say Chet Holmgren. What do you call it? If you guys take a survey of GMs in the NBA, they love this dude. This dude, if you had a draft like a player like under like 21 or whatever, you do a draft of all those guys, he might be one of the first picks. Don't be shocked.
Yeah.
Don't be shocked. He plays with a lot of guys. Like Shea. So his numbers are going to be a little lowered. Keep that in mind.
I mean, yeah, I get the Wemby hype, but realistically, him and Wemby is like fucking unicorns, man.
Yo, I'm telling you, that future, they gonna be the two best big men, bro.
I can see that. I'll definitely kiss. And they both in the West too. You know, OKC and San Antonio always got that right.
And they hate each other, bro. That's a rock. Yo, every time I seen Chet on Paul George's podcast, yo, he hate Wemby, bro.
I love
So
it. Wemby not one of the best big men in the league right now.
Right now?
Oh,
yeah.
I think there's a big gap.
I think Jokic and Embiid still. I think Jokic and Embiid better. I think
Wemby has a big gap between him and Chet.
Who's the top 10 big man right now?
No, not top 10.
Wemby.
Yeah, he's in
Wemby top 10. I think so. Yeah, I put him in top 10. I put him in top 5.
He's arguably top 5.
I think he's top 10.
He's arguably top 5.
He's top 5.
Nah, he might be top 4. That nigga might be top 4.
I was watching a Wemby.
That nigga top 4.
So easy. It's
There's
Jokic.
only two guys better than him. There's only two guys better than Wemby. And that's
only two niggas for me is Embiid and Jokic.
That's it.
That's
you
the
put
word.
Wemby over AD?
Better than him.
Hell yeah.
Better than him.
Okay.
AD
better than Wemby?
Yeah.
He's a better player, but because we talking about centers, he don't want to play center, so he ain't better.
Yeah, that nigga want to play power. That's why niggas don't really put AD at center though.
But y'all saw, but in the beginning,
but he always be at the 4 though, easy.
But
he been playing center the last 4 years.
He played, bro, was terrible.
He been playing center the last 4 years. I'm not giving him that, bro. You can complain about all you want. You've been playing it still, though.
But easy, you know what's crazy, bro? When he was at the power forward, bro, in the beginning of this, it was terrible, bro. It wasn't good, bro.
Cause they have a reliable 5.
Wasn't that nigga playing the 4 in New? Wasn't he playing the 4 in New Orleans?
He was playing.
You know why though? You know why?
Like it didn't look good, bro.
You know why? Because he don't want to take that pounding.
They needed him to play 5.
He was getting bullied.
Yeah, but he can.
They needed him to. I ain't gonna lie, but them niggas got Boogie.
At number 6.
Them niggas look unguardable. I ain't gonna hold you.
They had Miles Turner over Victor, bro.
Miles top 5.
That's wild.
Victor definitely top 4 in the top 4 center in the league, though. I'll agree with that. That nigga top 4 already, if not anything.
As I just don't have.
Speaking of which, did y'all see the?
I think by his 3rd year, Wemby be the best center in the NBA.
I think so.
I'm not gonna lie.
About his 3rd year?
Yep.
3rd year.
I
3rd year? I can see that. I can see that.
I think so too. Did you see the extension that Allen got? I think he got $90 million for 3 years.
Oh,
who?
Which
Jared Allen?
Oh, Jared Allen? Oh,
yeah, you got
it.
Damn.
They re-signing everybody over there, bro.
And I'm like,
man, we have that nigga.
I still don't like the Evan Mobley, Jared Allen pairing though. You know, like
Mobley is supposed to be playing the 5.
Why you don't like it, VK?
Because like scoring wise, man, you need offense.
Mobley been getting better though.
Mobley is a lot better than people.
But DJ Mobley been getting better though. Remember that playoff series?
But you got to think Mitchell's on that roster.
I think Mobley better than Allen. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, definitely he's better than Allen.
Mobley definitely better than Allen.
Mitchell's not waiting.
Nah, Allen, what are you talking about? Nah, I'm
to develop, bro.
No, I said Mobley better than Jared Allen.
No, you wrong, man. Nah, I'm messing. I'm joking around. You're right.
Both of those guys are some of the best defensive big men in the game, right? Who's better than those two on defense?
Who's that?
Who?
Mobley and Jared Allen. Who would you rather take? They got the
like
size.
the best young parents.
Well, I think with Mobley, he could switch better onto guards. Like he has better foot speed. I would say than
I agree.
And Jared Allen, but
Jared
Allen
got the better
terrible,
bro. Like that spacing is bad.
Yeah, I don't like.
I watched the Magic series, bro. It was bad, bro. It was so
the
bad.
spacing doesn't bother them. They're like really the thing that makes them good is the defense. When that defense is clicking,
yeah, but in the playoffs they get exposed for their spacing though.
All Cleveland needs is Cam Johnson. Give us some picks.
Exactly. We could work something out.
And Mitchell, and if they don't get another like a floor spacer, bro, Mitchell gonna end up like, yo, I'm not like about to sit here and wait.
Listen, I will be worried. Orlando took them niggas to 7 games. All right, if you meet them niggas again,
and the Magic
with KCP
Wasn't what's the
bro.
name hurt
Like
though?
the Cavs didn't get better.
Wasn't Allen hurt though?
Yep.
Was he? I think he was.
Remember, he had the bruised fist.
The Cavs gonna be. I think the Cavs not even gonna. I think they're gonna.
But the only thing with that is Orlando got Wendell Carter Jr. at the 5, and that niggas can shoot. So I mean, you bring Allen out the paint at that point.
You guys do realize Mobley shot 37% from 3, right?
How many attempts?
Mobley is a beast,
good.
yo.
He's good, bro. He's good.
It's slowly improving. Nobody's saying he's not.
How many attempts though?
BK said how many attempts?
That's a fact.
You're right. That's a good point. That's a good point, BK.
Don't be surprised if Mobley is 2010.
Pete, I don't think you mentioning the Cavs didn't get better, bro. Like they just did not add nothing to their roster, bro.
You're right.
They need to give Imani Bates more minutes, man. That nigga, he might be nice
on a two-way, ain't he?
Yo, that's what I want. I want Imani Bates. Give me Imani Bates and something else. Couple of pick or something.
Nah, I haven't even seen enough of Imani Bates, bro.
But you know what we can say about the Cavs? They kept all their guys, and they're gonna get better because a lot of these guys are still younger. They're still getting.
That's cool. I mean, your core can get better, but what about that bench? What about the other guys, bro?
They got LeVert, the god.
The LeVert. Oh my god. They're gonna be out the first round again. Nah, I don't believe it. I'm telling you, bro. They're gonna be out the first round again, bro.
But who's their coach now?
So long. Nobody
they shouldn't have fired
Kenny Atkinson.
Same roster for past like 3 years now, bro. They haven't even made it past like the first round, bro.
I'm skeptical on Kenny.
You could have said the same thing about Denver.
Yeah, I think Kenny do better with young. I mean,
Denver won a chip though, so there's a difference.
I know, but it took like 6 years.
But they added. But my point is, they added stuff to their bench. They went out and got Aaron Gordon.
Yeah,
they went out and got they added stuff. The Cavs haven't added anything in the last like 3 years.
No, they did. They got what do you call? They got Niang. They got Max.
Niang. Oh my god.
Yeah, Niang's a good. He can shoot. You just need to shoot.
They're about to get Cam Johnson.
I don't know about that.
First round pick.
Dean Wade is really good.
You got a deal.
They don't play him enough. I think
he's
Dean
hurt.
Wade,
That's why he always gets hurt.
I think he need to get more minutes too.
They need Cam Johnson.
But when you look at their roster and then match it up against everybody else, bro,
gladly.
Nigga, Orlando need Cam Johnson.
Like that's crazy. Everybody got better and they just stayed the same.
A lot of these teams,
bro, but they had to pay their guys. That's why.
Somebody got to come up off that 2026.
Yep, they got too many max guys.
Well, to me, I would have traded Okoro a long time ago, bro.
Yeah, he's a weak link.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Bro, he's not bad, bro. He's not,
I don't want him on.
But he's good.
I don't want him here.
Play that many. I don't remember him playing that much.
He's a poor man's. He's a poor man's Ananobi.
If you can't hit that quarter 3, nigga, it's over.
That man is brick, bro. He can't. Yo, he can't hit a shot, bro.
Nowadays in the league, if you can't stretch the floor, nigga, you out of here.
Like you can't hit that quarter 3,
that small.
He worse than Pat Beverly.
Nah, he got mad quiet at that shit.
Bro, he shot 39% from 3 last year.
Let me ask you something. Do you see similar journeys for like Cam Thomas, like Lonnie Walker, Cam Thomas? Do you see a comparison there? Like
nah.
Because
they had different roles that they like.
Cam is. He wasn't like the high key. Lonnie was just like a mid scorer.
Yo, you
Cam is in a very.
He's like a high.
Cam is in a good or bad position. I kind of feel bad for the kid because I mean we in a tanking situation.
I'm not gonna lie to you, BK. If he don't improve on his offense and his playmaking, and his defense, bro, then he is just going to be a microwave scorer.
That's true, because Lonnie's never been in this position before where he was like the main guy going into a team. Like,
you know what would save? You know what would
San
save Cam
Antonio.
Thomas? You know what would save Cam Thomas if we got Dylan Harper and he proved to be everything that he proved to be as good as.
What about next year if you get AJ DeBounce?
I ain't gonna lie, I want a 3 though, man.
Nah, I'm on Cooper Flag.
I mean, to be fair, BK, if you get Dylan, Cam, and if you get Dylan and AJ at the 3, I mean, I think we golden.
Yeah, I don't
really want
the Nets targets right there. To me, Dylan Harper.
We don't pick
AJ
DeBounce. I hope it's Cooper Flag or Ace, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I want a 3. I'm not even gonna hold you. I love Dylan.
Cooper or Ace, bro.
You have.
I want to win.
I think the
wait. Hold on. Let me hear Pot Thorn. What happened, Pot Thorn?
Yo, you have to get Ace Cooper. You cannot. You cannot even play that game to even.
AJ's better than both of them. AJ's better.
Yeah, but that's next year's draft though. That's next year's
Come on,
draft.
BK, that's 2026, bro.
Yeah, that's 2026. We can worry about that next year.
And listen, if you get Cooper Flagg, you think we make the play-in tournament? Not with Cooper Flagg with them?
Not right away.
Yeah,
probably not right away, bro.
But hold up. The same thing goes for AJ. If you get AJ, you ain't gonna make the play-in.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking crazy, BK? No, bro.
You'll have the.
I ain't gonna hold you.
None of these dudes. Hold up, BK. None of these dudes is taking you to the play-in first year.
No, I agree. But you'll have the cap space back then to actually.
I ain't gonna hold you. If we get AJ, probably not that first year, but
like
second year,
Dylan
we definitely
cool.
play.
Yeah, he's cool. I mean, I see. I really don't hear many Nets.
Yeah, if we got Dylan this year,
Dylan is nice.
We got AJ next year.
I just don't want Dylan.
We definitely by his rookie year, by AJ's rookie year, we'd be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
AJ, you gotta really study AJ.
I agree.
Bro, you
be impressed. You would like
bro.
it, man. You would appreciate it because you
when
gotta
does that
get
happen,
back.
bro? First year?
Because it would be Dylan's second year, so I think Dylan would be acclimated to the league.
Hold up, BK. What's our roster looking like though? We just gonna have
No.
AJ.
I mean, it's gonna be retooled, of course. I mean, it's not gonna be the same players.
Nah, I can't say that.
Clowney will be better.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, you will have your guys, so now you got to surround them with good role players now. Those are your two guys.
And then who's the 2026 free agent?
I can't say that. In 2026, does Cam Thomas have this all-world type playmaking?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. That's what this
shit. I was listening to a Nets content creator today, and they said that
does Clowney and Claxton has to take up another level? I can't say we make the play.
Yo, say his name, BK.
Nah, I don't want to say his name. It's gonna
no, say his name. Come on, bro. You gotta do it.
It's so cool.
I think as of right now, though,
I saw the Warriors is engaging with the Jazz again for Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, I saw that bullshit, man. Isn't Lauri? Did he sign an extension anyway?
Yeah,
so
that's fake. Yeah. They can't even make that trade.
Yeah, that nigga locked up. He's not going nowhere.
I'm not gonna lie, that Warriors.
Duncan
last person I'm doing business with in this league industry is Danny Ainge. That nigga will force the shit out of you. I'm good.
So yeah, the 2026 free agent list looks pretty decent, man. It looks pretty good compared to like 2025. But this 26 list actually looks good. Maybe you can get a role player out of this.
Yo, somebody on Twitter said Brad Stevens was just scrolling through Twitter and saw Lonnie wasn't picked up and was like, "Oh, okay, let me grab him."
Who's even left on
free? I don't even know at this point.
Yeah, I
think everybody's going, man.
Yeah, so I was listening to a Nets content creator, man. They were saying that Cam Thomas.
But yeah,
whoever comes over here, like I forgot what the actual wording was, man. I don't want to like.
But I think regardless if he gets
over Cooper Flagg got to fight Cam Thomas for the rights to the team, something like that, man.
No, he don't, man.
I think let's get Gary involved.
I think Cooper gonna have the
don't like Cam, bro. Like they don't like Cam, bro.
No, this is. All right, I'll say the name. I was on Breezy's show earlier. I was listening to that, man.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. You can just tell the organization really got like a little problem with Cam because it's like the way they be treating.
Yo, you listen.
I mean, they got no choice now. He the best person on that nigga's endorsement deals on Slam or fucking interview. Like,
if you get
think he gonna really put people in the seats?
Cam Thomas? No, I don't. Nah.
I mean, it's not gonna be just him
It was
alone.
pretty
He got to
empty
be
this season. It
somebody
was
else.
still out there this season. There wasn't that many people in
But
there.
I mean, to be fair, Mikel was still here. We going into a team where Mikel is out, so it's solely Cam now.
Well,
So
see,
now we're
all right.
gonna see if niggas is
Ben
gonna go to the
Simmons
game.
comes back healthy, right? I mean, it's really the ball's going to be in Ben's hands a lot, not Cam Thomas's.
Bro, nobody want to see this shit.
Dylan Harper. If you get Dylan Harper, I mean, the ball's going to be in Dylan Harper's hands.
Niggas not playing tickets to see Ben with the ball in his hands. BK.
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't
Nobody's
gonna
going to see these games when we just losing, just getting blown out here, bro.
At this point, we better pray to God we get Ace or Cooper, bro, or Dylan or whatever one of these.
If they play hard, they're going to be in games. I mean, it's just a matter of do you have the experience to actually close these games out? That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, listen, you can play hard. If they play hard, they'll be in games.
I better not see Josiah with them games, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro.
He probably gonna be there to make sure we tanking.
With that goofy look,
We better not losing games. But to be fair, BK, I don't think I would want Dylan here. I'm not saying I would be mad if we got him, but my preference is preferably Cooper.
Man. Listen,
I'm just glad we don't got that
if you don't have a good ball handler, I mean, teams are going to pick you up 94 feet and they're going to just turn you over, man. You need somebody that can actually handle the rock, man. You do.
That's true, but I'm just hoping that means you got to hope, because I don't disagree with that, but from what I've been hearing from other people, they saying, yo, you can get another point guard in the draft. I mean, you got to hope that one of them Knicks or that
ready, though,
pick,
man. You have to get one that's actually NBA ready.
No, nobody even wants us to get Cooper, bro. I've been seeing a lot on Twitter on everything, bro.
I don't mind Cooper Flagg if you have like a good team around him. I think he's gonna be like an excellent third piece. So like
I mean, this is the best. This roster is the best we gonna get, bro.
Me personally, I want that second pick. Fuck one. I'm not even gonna hold.
So Gary, let me get you involved here. What? So you prefer Ace Bailey over Cooper Flagg? So what's your thing? Why don't you want Cooper Flagg as your number one guy?
It's not that I don't want Cooper Flagg. It's I think Ace Bailey is better, right? Like if they got Cooper Flagg, I think he'll work out. I think he'll be good. But Ace Bailey is more complete right now.
Yeah.
He's and Dylan Harper too. Like I think Dylan Harper right now is the most NBA ready, and I think Ace Bailey is next, but Ace Bailey has an even higher upside than Dylan Harper.
I think Cooper Flagg could be a bust out of all three of them.
Because he's not fast enough? Is that why?
This is important.
No, it's just that he's if you're going to play him at the small forward position, you have to be a really good ball handler, a really good shooter.
But
he's not
a good ball handler.
He's not. He's a decent.
I think Ace ball control is better than Cooper.
And if you play him at the 4, he's too small. He's only 205 pounds.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I like Cooper's
look at Zion, AD.
BK,
yeah,
BK, listen to this. Listen to me. It's so simple. In this current NBA, your number one has to be able to go out and get you a bucket on his own.
Yeah, shot making, elite shot making, exactly.
Not just shot making. I'm talking about you got the ball in your hands with the last few minutes, and you're gonna score without a play being called.
Sound like Ace to me.
You are.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I mean, when you
PT
driving
Megatron. PT going Megatron.
All right, so basically, all right, so if anybody can't hear Pot Thorne, he's basically saying you're going to be the number one pick. Like game is on the line, 3 seconds, 4 seconds on the shot clock. You know, you gotta be confident.
Sound like Ace to me.
I think Nolan is better than Dylan Harper, bro.
Yeah, only
that sound like Ace. Or
they got Nolan coming out too.
I'm telling you, every Nets fan up here is sleeping on Nolan, bro. Nolan is nice, bro.
Yeah, I mean he can explode to the basket with a hand.
He is better. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I be watching him, bro. He's better than Dylan, bro.
Nah, yo. What game did you watch? Did you watch the under 18?
The what?
I thought he was gonna dominate. I had my popcorn ready. I watched the under 18, the Europe under 18.
Yo, bro.
He didn't even dominate.
I seen somebody say Dylan is James. Was it Dylan? Somebody said James.
That's what the NBA scouts are actually saying.
They're talking crazy, bro. Ain't no James Harden, bro. Stop it.
Well, James Harden can dunk on you. I mean, back in the athletic,
in his prime, Rockets.
Prime, yeah.
He's a lefty like Brunson. He's not athletic, That's why I don't want to take him number 1 overall. Is because
he might be a Malik Monk.
He's
well, you
athletic.
listen. Edgecombe is athletic too. I mean, but he doesn't have footwork. I mean, there's a lot of holes.
Edgecombe has crazy footwork. Edgecombe's footwork is the best in the draft.
Who, Edgecombe?
Yeah, Edgecombe got the best one.
He's got the best footwork, but he's 6'4", so that's to be expected.
BK,
I don't know, man.
Edgecombe remind me. Edgecombe remind me of Ant-Man.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. A 17-year-old is not supposed to be on a team with legit NBA players. Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton, that other kid that they say is on drugs.
Come on, Buddy Hield, man. I mean, he seriously
he's an NBA player. You're comparing a grown-ass man, 26, 27-year-old, not playing in the NBA, not anywhere near as close as good as a 17-year-old.
He's playing against men.
Buddy, yeah, go ahead, Pete.
He scored 20 a game.
I was saying he's playing against men, and he's putting up very good numbers. And we've seen in the past guys that play against NBA talent when they're younger and have good numbers usually do very well in the NBA. I was
watching a full game.
Pete, look at Wemby. He was going against grown men at a young age.
Yep, I think unicorn, right? But I agree. But yeah, look at
Wemby was 5'10" at 9 years old. Like
that's
what
ridiculous.
That's fucking crazy.
Luka was going against grown men at a young. That's why he was so NBA ready like that.
5'10" at 9? That's wild.
Look at these international guys that play against NBA talent. They usually do pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's
I gotta remember, man. A lot of these guys don't play high level defense.
What's crazy is when
look at South Sudan, right? In the scrimmage, and then look at it when it came to when it really matters. I mean, they were turning the ball over, shooting. Huh?
That game was close. It was close until the fourth quarter.
That's what I'm saying. But a lot of these NBA players don't really play like defense like that until really the fourth quarter. I've seen it from Kevin Durant, even James Harden at times when he was with this team.
Hey, he is.
That's because the main score. They have to keep.
To be fair, when Harden ever played defense, BK?
No, I mean he'll turn it up a little bit, a little something, a little bit.
But all superstars do that, bro, because they got to conserve their energy.
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Think about
that. Like South Sudan, they were shooting shots off the side of the backboard.
Even the Gary in here. The Gary hasn't said anything.
I ain't gonna hold you, BK. To DJ's point, Nolan Traore is from France, and listen,
I'm telling you, bro.
You saw how Wemby was giving it to these niggas. Nolan and Wemby on that same team in 2028. That shit might be a problem.
Them people that come out, BK, the players that be coming out of France, bro, they be NBA ready, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Nolan because he can actually
see they trying to promote more of the France players.
Y'all, what have y'all seen from Nolan that y'all like? What game did y'all watch?
He's fast, he's speedy, he's twitchy, he got a good he like a athletic, speedy Tony Parker to me, but like with a better.
I was watching because
he's like Tony Parker but bigger. But he's
he's a good playmaker too, bro. He's a very good playmaker.
A very good playmaker. I like the fact that he can explode to the basket with either hand. And
I like his mid-range game.
Mid-range,
yeah, but he's not. But you can't pick him over Drake Powell. A dude like you can't like. There's so many.
If you look at most of the NBA draft, they got him like going like 2, 3, 4, so he's high up there. Bro.
Yeah, they got Nolan in the lottery for sure.
Look at the date. That was before.
No, not just this one. It's even more updated ones are the same ones.
No,
what do you go, yo, Pod?
They didn't watch FIBA because I watched the whole thing of FIBA.
Yeah, Pot Thorn. Pete trying to talk to you.
I was saying, he played in. He played in the EuroLeague, right? His team was in third place, finished in third place. He's playing against men.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like he undervaluing Nolan, bro.
2 red flags. He didn't make the Olympic team, 1, and then 2 against the under 18 France team. He wasn't the best player, the most hype, but he wasn't the best player. And I watched that FIBA. I watched for him, this other player that I like, You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. I think he's
But
better.
but to be fair, it's the same. It's the same argument that we made earlier. Like even though Traore not gonna be in college, but we seen guys maybe they don't perform well in college, but in the NBA they dominate.
Bro, they be
Like
different.
Traore may come to the league, he may dominate. Like we don't
What
know.
they be doing with them France players, bro? They be having them go against
France
grown men
France players
early, bro.
is coming in and just wilding. Like I don't know what's the name that they I don't know what's going on over there, but usually when France players come into the league,
the guy that got drafted year before last.
Koulibaly is nice.
We get no
Koulibaly nice, but
I like him.
Man, just get everybody, man. Hey, BK, just get all the top 5, bro. Just get the top 5, bro.
It'd be nice.
Check the private chat. I put a little article that you might like.
I mean, Drake Powell's not bad. They said his jumper is still a work in progress.
I don't know nothing about Drake Powell, but he look. Wait, is that him?
Play
Which one's him with the ball?
No, he's good. Pod. You got to play both sides of the ball, man. There's no like offensive, defense. It's not football. You got to play both sides.
That's true. I think if he can get more polished,
Dylan Harper's like offense a little shaky to me.
And he can play into the rest. I was watching. Post the stream y'all link again. Hold on, I got you. LBL, 1 second. Hold on.
Yo, where's John, bro? He ran away, bro.
He's in the chat somewhere, man. He got his feelings hurt, man. But I just gotta be honest with him, man. Like
I think Ace is our god, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Ace is the god, man.
I don't know. So here's a good question, man. Do y'all want Ace Bailey? Because like, all right, the team is gonna suck. What about if you get the number 1 pick next year and get AJ? AJ's on another level, man.
No, AJ hasn't beaten Ace head to head yet. 1, 2, they play 2 different positions. One is a 3 and one is a 2. So you could get both. If that happens, you get both. But
I mean, if you're talking about the 2,
you can't be.
Who you talking about? Ace?
2026. You can't be thinking about 2026 when
AJ. I'm thinking about 2026, man.
Nah, you get.
I mean, we haven't even gotten to this draft yet, though, BK.
Nah, I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I'm thinking about 2026 too. I'm with BK on that.
I mean, yo, dog. If we got AJ, listen, we get AJ. Listen, if we get AJ, I'm thinking the gods. I'm not saying that y'all wrong in that, but like, we still got to focus on what's coming up next, man. We thinking too far ahead.
When does that happen?
Let me ask you this. Y'all really think Ace is better than Dylan?
Yes.
Yeah,
Dylan Harper?
I think he's
100
times better than him.
All right.
Yeah, but we do need a point guard. We don't need. I'm
not even talking about
Dylan. I'm not gonna lie.
Dylan's
a bit overhyped, bro.
No,
I'm not even talking. You think Dylan is overhyped?
Just a little bit by Nets fans only.
I don't think so.
To you why? Can I just break it down?
Yeah.
All right. Ace gets buckets. He's a bucket getter. Pure. That's what he does. That's who he is.
I didn't see that in the McDonald's game.
Shot blocking too.
There was too many niggas dominating the ball. And at that age, whoever got the muscle is gonna win. That's the thing with Dylan.
I didn't see that in that game against Cooper Flagg. I didn't see that either. I didn't see him. Ace Bailey.
Cooper head to head. Versus that main team, he beat them.
How much did he have?
Cooper, he had
not Cooper.
34.
I'm talking about Ace Bailey.
He had 34. Yo, I want you to look up a video.
I will.
When he scored 40 points.
Okay.
He only dribbled the ball 6 times.
Oh yeah, he only dribbled 6 times. Yeah, he scored 40 on 6 dribbles.
Okay.
You understand?
Look at
young 17-year-olds don't have that skill.
Who's that?
Yeah, that nigga. Yeah, Ace. He scored 40 on 6
I mean,
dribbles.
that's gonna help him succeed, man. Being able to play off the ball versus a guy who can't play off the ball. Yeah,
but BK, you combine that with the fact that the nigga got like a 50-inch vert. Like he can do that, and he can.
Who got 50 inch?
Ace.
He
probably got the highest vert in the draft.
I don't believe
You know what games LBO watching?
Between the legs and dunking.
I've seen him
Ace
dunk,
got
but he's
damn near the
already
highest vert in the draft.
6'10",
That's
right?
Once that combine stats come out, that nigga's gonna have the highest vert. I'm telling you.
He's
Once
gonna
that
be the number
combine,
one
that's a
overall.
fact.
For a minute.
Either him or Edgecombe. They gonna have one of the
Did y'all
highest
guys
verts.
look into any of these picks that the Nets have late though, man?
Late ones.
Boogie Flan. They keep changing a lot.
Boogie can drop to us. I like
Think Pate.
Yo, BK, I like top.
Think Pate if he can drop to us, that would be nice.
There's this other guy too that's really good. Igor Demon, 6'8". Guard. He's pretty tall.
Yeah. There's some guards there, man. If one of our picks forward, if we can get a guard in there.
And I'm gonna say this: I looked at the future draft picks. I mean, not future draft picks. The free agents.
Bro, they
I
got
looked at the
listed
free
at
agents. I looked at the free agents for 26 and for 27, and I'm gonna tell you, for me, I don't want any of them dudes unless it's like. I mean, I don't want any of them max free agents.
What's the hype around them?
I can't interest you in Shea.
Really?
Nope.
I think it's the point guard IQ part of this.
Yeah, but his offense is very shaky to me, bro. Like,
no, the part about his offense, he's just
how much is he gonna? How much is he gonna cost?
That's a potential weakness.
I ain't gonna lie. It depends if we got a point guard. I'm not even gonna hold you. If we don't got a point guard, Shea,
I'm
you
saying,
trying to come to Brooklyn?
But if we do have a point guard, then why do we need to spend $50 million on Shea?
60.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's too much.
I really don't see
that's too much.
Nah, that's because Shea is fucking great. And if you could add that dude to a group of young players, you're OKC. You're the number one seed in the West or number one seed in the East.
I
think OKC would be foolish to let Shai go because they can't be great without him right now.
I don't see anybody, and then he's a young guy, so I get what you're saying. But I'm saying most of the guys, like whether it's Giannis or any of them, all of them dudes is gonna be making like freaking 45%. They're gonna be making 45% of the salary cap, and it's not really worth it, man. Because then we won't be able to keep. We want sustainability. We want a good team for 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, this looks like Brunson to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
he plays like a taller Brunson.
Cam Thomas?
He's better than that.
Nah, he a Brunson to me.
Who's that?
I know. I wanted BK. I just wanted BK to say that, bro. I knew he's
Dylan Harper.
I'm
seeing Brunson here. Yeah,
he's taller.
He has a taller Brunson.
He has a taller wingspan. I mean, longer wingspan.
He's got like a 6'10" wingspan too.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing Harden here. I'm mostly seeing Brunson. I'm not seeing Harden.
But see, you know what a lot of people forget about. But you know what a lot of people forget about with Harden? They thinking of like really either the Houston Harden or the Roly Harden.
Yo, BK, if we have the.
They're not thinking of the OKC Harden. OKC Harden, he was like a top 4 pick, right? But he came off the bench.
Well, only thing I see with Dylan that if he could master like going to his right and finishing on his right just as good as his left, man, he can be unguardable, man.
I don't see the right hand at all.
I definitely think he'll work well with. I definitely think he'll work well with Claxton and Clowney because he knows how to work well with bigs. I think that would make our offense more dynamic.
It's crazy you said that because when I was like watching him for a second, bro, it looked like kind of what like Jaylen Brown be doing. Like he just always had that left hand, bro.
Yeah.
The only worry is
one of them things, and I did
see
the Locked On Nets. I did see the Locked On Nets thing, and one thing that I would agree with them about is the pedigree is there too. That does matter sometimes.
Yeah, I mean he has a brother in the NBA,
and his pops. Yeah, so how you think he's working out? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's definitely advanced in that level, but there's some things you can't teach. He's not
elite athletically.
He's not an athlete like that. He's not blazing fast. He's not.
So Jalen Brunson's not he can barely dunk. I mean, as long as you have like elite footwork, I mean that doesn't really even matter, man.
That he does have, and he does have an elite handle.
I'm not saying that we don't need a one for real, but I'm trying. We need that 3 solidified, man.
Yeah,
I want to wait.
That's next year when we get the Benster.
Bro, it's easier. It's
they're not. But look, you can't say that. You can't say that with certainty because we don't know if we're gonna even get number 1 2026.
Bro, if you get the number 1 pick and you take Dylan Harper, bro, no way, bro. Nah, bro.
It's
I
not
would do that.
bad, man.
I'm saying
They
I
won't
would
take
like.
him. They won't take him number one.
Hold on, it's
They
too
would take
early,
him
right?
3.
But based on what we know so far,
No, I'm saying, Gary. I'm saying,
No,
if we had
hold
the
on.
number
So
one
first
pick,
of all, wait. What's
if
so
we
and we
get the
just
number
draft
one,
Dylan, bro,
are
if
you?
we get the
But
number
Pete,
one,
let me let Pete go.
Let me
Pete,
get
what were
them
you
in there.
saying? I want to expand on what Ellen was saying. Go ahead, Pete. What were we saying?
I was gonna say it's a lot easier to replace a point guard than there is getting like a top scoring like 3. Think about it.
Yeah, like
Point guards are like these guys who could score and whatnot. There's a lot of them. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, you got a lot of scoring point
It's
guards.
yeah,
bro.
that's
Think about it.
exactly.
Pete
You got a lot
made
of
a good
point
point,
guards
though.
in
Think
general.
about it. Point
all right.
guards
So
come and
here's
go,
what
bro.
I'm saying:
They
if we
come and
get the
go.
number one pick, and it's starting to go like the way people predict, I would probably look at who has the number 2 pick and who has the number 3 pick, and then I'm gonna ask them, yo, how bad you want Cooper Flagg?
Bro, that's
I'm
sort
trying
of
to
like
look
what
at.
the
And I'm telling you,
Philly
they're not
and
gonna
the
care.
Celtics did.
You could take anyone in the top 5 and you straight. You just
Nah.
started your
That's
rebuild
not
over.
true. That's not true
Nobody's take.
no, I'm saying that's
Listen to
not
me.
true. If you're
I'll make
saying
you a bet right now.
Uh-oh.
No, you're not gonna get to next year, and Cooper is gonna still be the number 1 overall.
well, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. If what's the name? If Ace Bailey is the consensus number 1, and you got the number 1 pick, okay, draft him. But if Cooper is still the number 1, I'm gonna trade down and still get Ace Bailey.
Yeah, I mean,
But F that. What if you still get number 1? Say fuck all that Cooper hype and still take Ace.
All right, let's look at it like this. What's the most important need for the Brooklyn Nets, man? Like a
1 and a 3. A 1 and a 3.
Scoring.
So if you have
It's
Dylan
not even.
Harper,
It's
right?
not
The
even.
one spot right
You got
now.
Dylan
A
Best
Harper.
1
player
and a
available.
3. We need a 1 and we need a 3. At
The
this
one
point,
spot right now,
I
bro.
want
We
the
could
3
probably
spots solidified.
like we could
best
do a
player
Johnson. We can go
available.
get Lonzo Ball for 1 year, or we can go get it's gonna be a point guard for us.
Yeah, like fuck that.
The
And you
You
need,
can
go
the
for a
real
draft.
point
need is
guard
Pete.
next year,
That's the
like
other thing people not talking about. They have 4 picks in the
There's
first
gonna be a
round,
point guard we
and
can
then
get.
they got
right. There's gonna be a point guard you can get. Like fuck that
Let's
shit.
look
Get
it up
get
to you,
Ace
man.
and all that shit
BK,
is
look it up.
there.
It
Think
seems
about
like
it,
y'all
bro.
guys
Free
might be
agency
stuck
too.
a Schroeder, man.
Boogie
Well,
is
Jonathan
nice,
does.
yo.
Nah, you got a number 1. You don't
Nah,
take Dylan. You take
there's mad point
Ace for
guards in this draft that you can get.
I think
Now, if you're talking
I think
2026, that's different.
but I think the season will prove who's better. Look, these 2 dudes is on the same team. We're gonna look at Rutgers. We're gonna be able to say,
man.
well,
As long as
who really
we
is
don't
the
draft
man?
Dylan Harper, bro, I'm cool with Ace or Cooper
Because I'm
Flag.
gonna tell you, remember one thing. It's like if you've been watching ball for a long time, remember people coming in. You
Patty
know
Mills.
who was.
There you go,
You
BK.
remember Darren Williams, right? Remember
No,
Darren
it's
Williams when he was
Patrick.
at Illinois. You remember when he was at
Patrick
Illinois?
Mills. Yeah, Patty Mills. Yeah.
No, I said, do you remember Darren Williams when he was at Illinois? They had D Brown, they had Luther Head.
They had 3 point guards. It was a
Darren
3-headed snake.
Darren Williams was the lowest rated of all them dudes.
That's true.
And he
But he
was
got
better.
drafted the highest.
Yeah,
He got drafted the highest.
That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes coming in, people are ranked this way for one thing or another, but the play shows, right? So that's what I'm saying. So if I'm not blind, so if Ace is all that y'all say he is, I'm gonna take him number 1. But if he ain't, I ain't gonna take him just
But it might
because
be a
he's a
Paulo
3.
situation. Not to say that Jabari Smith Jr. had the same hype as Cooper, but it may just be a Paulo situation where niggas is
Point guard.
expecting someone to go number 1. Yo, he solidified. What if Brooklyn say fuck it? Nah, we going with Ace. And
And you
wherever
got
Cooper go to, he go to.
but that's what
And
I'm
that
saying.
shit
By
goes
that
through the
same,
roof.
you're not wrong. But by that same token, if the consensus here is Ace Bailey is the best player at this moment, right? What I'm saying is that's the same thing that happened with Jabari Smith. Jabari Smith is the best player at this moment, but then look, Paolo is better than him.
I always thought it was Paulo.
Nah, I didn't think that. I mean, I know the consensus was that, but I thought Paolo was better at
But
that
so
time.
that's what I'm
I knew
saying.
Paolo
But
was
you going?
better.
I'm saying we all go by our eye test, hopefully. Because I'm saying, so if Ace Bailey is the best player, I'm gonna be like, y'all were right. He is all
Jabari
that.
Smith not
He is
bad.
like.
He's
I'm
really
saying, but I'm just
But
saying,
he's
because
not
it's
I
one of
don't
the
true.
let
But it's two
I
sides of
don't
that.
let
It's two
scouts tell
sides of that
me.
coin too.
Paolo is definitely not what
Because
the hype was
it's
though.
two sides of that coin too. Because
Yeah,
while you're right in the fact that a nigga that might not be as high as the other niggas might be better, it could also be true that the nigga that higher than everybody is the best player, and that nigga goes on to
true,
be what he was projected to be.
true.
So it is a double edged sword to that. Like there's always a chance that somebody that Dylan might end up being better than than two of these niggas. That is a
Because
possibility.
and
All right,
But
so
and
then, all
and
right,
I'm
so
not saying take. Look,
there's no good point guards really
no,
like
but
that can
listen,
really help
I'm
the team.
like, because we already have a bad example of a point guard that might have been taken too early, right? Scoot.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a great
I
example.
gotta
yeah.
let me look up
Scoot was
Scoot's
supposed to be
scout
number
report.
one,
I
right?
want to give School Tom. I want to get, but you're right in that. You definitely right. I want to give him Tom though,
But
I
I
because
wonder
I
didn't
don't
I
want to
wonder
see.
count
what
him out
happened
just yet.
to Scoot, man.
Now I seen a couple of his G League games, but what I seen with
Oh,
Scoot,
yeah. I go straight. I go
but,
straight.
but what I seen with Scoot, what I seen with Scoot, he wasn't the point guard that Dylan Harper is. He was a
Yeah, I think
better
he more.
athlete.
Yeah, he a better athlete, but I
Big
don't think
dog in
he
the
a.
house.
I think Dylan is better at getting guys in these positions and
Who has the
setting them
background
up.
noise?
And
I
controlling
think
the
that's
game.
part.
And controlling the
Nah,
game.
I muted
I,
Pod. I don't think
I
that was
was on
him.
mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't Pod. All right,
Oh, somebody. I
Scoot.
don't know. I heard dogs and some
So
shit,
Scoot
but
might be
Wasn't me. That was LM.
hey, who else went in that draft with Scoot?
Uh,
Wimby, Brandon Miller,
yeah, Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller is nice,
the
bro.
I was
Thompson
Scoot was
taking
butt
twins.
Brandon
though.
Miller
I think
all the
Scoot was
way.
butt. And see, that's the thing. Like those twins, right? Every time I seen them, I
The
seen the
Boozer,
athleticism, but to me, they just look like dudes who are really athletic, but they really didn't have no skills to me.
Oh,
the Boozer
Saying
twins.
the Thompson
The
twins.
Thompson
who?
twins.
Wait,
Thompson
who
twins.
don't have skill? You said the Thompson twins don't have skill.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
They just
I thought
they
Amen
could
is the
jump out
better
of the
one,
gym.
was
They
the
could
better
play
Amen.
twin
D.
Yo,
player.
hold on.
Are you
Did
saying
you
they
watch the
trash?
Pistons, bro?
I'm not
No,
saying they
he's saying
trash.
he
I'm
didn't have
saying
skill.
they
He's
didn't
saying
really
they look
have
like
the
they didn't have
skills to
skill.
be taken so
You don't
high.
think
That's what I'm
rebounding is a
saying.
skill?
Huh?
You don't think rebounding is a
A
skill?
Sor and a men have skill, bro. I don't know what
Yeah,
you.
rebounding
No,
is a
they
skill.
don't. They don't
Defense is a
rebound yet.
skill
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. They good defensive players. I'll say
No,
that.
A Sor
because of their
rebounds.
athleticism.
How many rebounds does
That's
Asar
true.
average?
I think like 6 or 7.
Yeah, you gotta look that up. There's probably about
I
six.
don't know the exact number.
I think Amen is more of a
I can't do that.
like
I don't
he
know
give
his
a more
exact
point
number. I
guard
know he
vibes to
And,
rebounds.
me.
and be careful because they're a horrible shooting team. Some of that rebounding could be his own shots.
Nah, a Sor
It's still a
rebound.
skill though.
A men
Nah,
is
them
rebounding
niggas
too, though.
definitely they not really good shooters though. I will say that.
Yeah,
A men
And
osmosis.
they
is
not really good.
That's what the scouting report was saying
And they
about
not
Scoot
really
Henderson.
good. They not
Selfish,
really
takes
good
back
A
shots.
men
creating
is
your
a good
shots.
playmaker. He's actually their best playmaker on that team,
But they
outside of
really not.
Flagg and
They
Rafe
they really don't have exciting
and
handles either.
Shangoon.
They don't really have
Yeah.
handles either.
But the thing
A
is,
men what? A men
BK
has
during
handles,
that
bro.
draft,
Do y'all watch the Rockets and
during
the
that
Detroit
draft,
Pistons?
they was calling Wemby and Scoot the generational talents. So I
Calling
mean,
They
Scoot generational is
Y'all
nasty
it,
work.
sleeping on the
To like
Yo,
Thompson
a
twins,
I,
John
bro.
A
Morant.
men has
It's
handles.
hey,
look,
hey, y'all can ask
Wemby said, "Yo," Wemby was like, "Yo," y'all think he said in the interview, he was like, "Yo, if I wasn't born, Scoot would probably be first." Like
yeah, I
yo,
think
realistically,
you can ask
Scoot is
Pete.
just.
I was
Go ahead,
on.
Pod.
I was saying. You can ask Pete. Me and Pete did a pod back in the day, and before that draft, I was saying, yo, there's no reason to rush out and trade your whole team, trade Mikal for Scoot. There's gonna be a bigger and better trade after. Just wait, see what
yeah.
next year
Looking back,
is.
that was the right choice. I ain't
Facts.
gonna lie.
You know what I'm
That was
saying?
definitely
That
the
was
right
beyond
choice.
the right choice. That was
Yeah, so when
beyond
it
the
That
comes
right
to
choice.
ass.
Scoot is a
Scoot
bust, bro.
Henderson, it just looks like it's just basketball IQ. You know, I mean, that's the only thing he really needs to correct, really.
He probably
And
should have just
shooting.
stayed back in college, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Looking back, though, I'm not gonna hold you. I was definitely one of those people. I was like, "Yo, you could have got the third, second pick from
Nah,
McCall, and you
bro.
didn't do that shit."
He
But
wasn't
looking
worth it.
back,
He
yeah,
wasn't
see,
worth
that
Hey,
it.
was the right
you see,
Johnson,
decision.
man,
Ella?
you
You
got
see?
quiet.
You
You all right,
see?
man?
You see?
So that's what I'm saying. We got to
That's
No,
what I'm
respect
I'm
saying.
that.
just
Hindsight, you
listening.
gotta give it time. You gotta give it
Brandon
time, man.
Miller and Wemby
Sometimes,
was the best, and the Thompson twins, bro.
yeah,
And
I think
we
that
gotta
you
get
got to
another
get
top,
Cam Whitmore was in that draft too.
and we got to get
The
another
Thompson
top
twins are
10.
gonna need time. After some time, they'll pick up the skills they
Do y'all,
need,
do
and
y'all
Nah,
watch the Rockets? Do y'all watch the Rockets and the Pistons, bro?
Whitmore gonna be a monster too. I think niggas gonna
I watch the
Whitmore
Rockets and the
gonna
Pistons.
Men should be
Whitmore
starting. I'm
gonna
not gonna lie.
elevate.
Like he need to
But
be.
you
I
know
That
don't know
what?
why
Rockets
this
team
trade
got
failed me
mad
recently.
talent on
It
that
was nasty
team.
work when the Soul
Yeah,
got sent to the G League.
Whitmore
The
had
Rockets
medical.
they got a squad. They put that shit
Yeah,
together.
they just drafted that. What's his
Whitmore
name?
had
Shepard.
medical
But
flags
they
ready
had so
for him.
much of the
That's
Reed
why he
same
Reed
Shepard.
thing.
dropped.
Shepard.
That's
What's
why
his
he
name?
dropped.
Shepard, right? Shepard.
Reed Shepard.
Yep,
Yo,
he nice, bro.
you know
I
the Rockets are the poster child for drafting for need, because their problem is they got a bunch of dudes that do the same thing and they can't play them all. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they're
some of them
all
niggas gonna have to go.
like
Nah, it's
somebody.
probably gonna be Dylan. No, it's probably gonna be Dylan Brooks is gone, and Jabari Smith. I think he's gonna be gone.
Well, Green
Yeah,
got to go. Green got to go.
like you
Why would you
wasted
trade Green?
Jalen
Jabari.
Green.
Green was ball.
Trading
Green was
Jalen
getting you
Green?
all them
Who
wins.
you, Jalen got it. So who you putting at the two? Reed Shepard?
You might have to. I
But
ain't gonna
Jalen
lie,
Green
Reed.
Might have to.
was winning them games though,
I
bro.
don't think Green shoots good enough
What?
as a guard. I
Ooh.
I
don't think
don't
he
know. I
shoots
might
good
not
enough.
trade Jalen. I'm not even gonna hold you.
They said they're not trading
I'm
Jalen no more. They don't got him on the trade block
I'm
no
doing.
more.
I'll take the Boston route. See how Jalen and Sengun can be in a few years. Don't split them niggas up. Just see how they stay how they are. See if
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can
Do you think
Well, yeah,
Dylan
they
coexist.
haven't really
Harper?
got a
You
full
think Dylan Harper
roster together
can
with them two
be the
together.
next Killian Hayes, man? What do you think? Do you see
Come
something
on,
Dylan
like?
come on,
Harper?
man.
Killian
Killian
Way
Hayes?
Hayes,
better
come
than him.
on, BK.
He shoots way
Killian
better than him.
Hayes.
You saying he a bust?
That's crazy.
Yo,
Dylan being
BK, you
Killian
think
Hayes would
Dylan
be
Harper's a bust?
insane.
I think out of all of them, I think Dylan Harper will be the bust.
Not
Yeah.
me.
Sheesh. I say Cooper, but
Don't let Priest hear that, bro. Don't let Priest hear that shit right there, boy.
Oh, I don't
Priest
care if he
gonna
hear
lose
it.
his fucking mind.
Priest. Harper would be the bust.
I also think Trey Johnson could be a bust too.
nah, don't say that. That's my guy, man.
I don't see it,
Nah,
bro. I don't see
Trey
what I
Johnson
don't see
is
what
nice,
everybody's so
yo.
excited about Harper for, bro. I don't see it.
Well, I could tell you, for me, like I said, for
Who's
Harper,
that X about Harper?
the reason I
I'm
like him
gonna be
was
honest with you,
because,
Gary. The only people I see talk about Harper is Nets fans, bro.
well, I like him because I saw, man, he's
No,
getting
there's another
anywhere he
NBA
wants to
scout
on
out
the
there. I
court.
listen to, man.
He
Tell
got
you
an
one
NBA
thing, y'all
body.
niggas better not let San Antonio get a first, second, or third pick, because Ace
They
with
definitely
Wemby is
will,
gonna be
bro.
fucking
Yo,
crazy.
LM. I'm telling you, the NBA wants Wemby to win. Like they're gonna give him
I ain't gonna be
a
mad because
draft pick.
San
Yeah,
Antonio is definitely my favorite team.
I
So
hope
Yeah,
they
they're
don't
gonna
get.
do it. And
I
I'm telling you right now, they're gonna
I won't
probably
be
either send
surprised.
Cooper or Ace over
Ace
there
with Wemby would
with
be
Spurs.
fucking nasty. I ain't gonna. That shit would be
Yo,
with
I'm not gonna lie.
Castle.
Cooper Flagg and Ace
Like
is a nice duo, bro. And no, Cooper Flagg and
So
Wemby is a nice duo, bro.
Wemby with a real point guard like Dylan Harper, that wouldn't be nice.
I wouldn't say get Dylan
Nah,
because you already got Castle.
Nah.
He's not.
he'll be all right.
Oh, come on.
Nah,
You saying
Castle's a point
Castle?
guard.
Castle
Castle's a
the
ain't.
point
point
guard,
guard. Yeah,
bro.
Come
Castle's
on,
better.
Ain't they
man.
playing
Castle's
him
a
at the
point
3 though?
guard, bro.
Castle's better.
They played him at the three easy because
If Castle
UConn had
were
too
in
many
this,
point guards.
if
It was
Castle were in
basically the
this,
D-Ron situation. So they
Castle is
said,
definitely better
"Yo,
than Ace.
if
Yeah,
they
Castle's better
told
than
if
Castle,
Castle was
they
in this,
told Castle he could start, but he gonna have to start at the three. They had they was overloaded with too many point guards. So
if
he said,
Castle
"Fuck it,
was
all right."
if Castle was in this draft, he wouldn't be top 10. So come on, stop.
What?
You
Are you
hating, bro?
crazy?
Nope.
Yes, he would.
Do you
He
even watch
definitely
Castle,
would be
bro?
top 10.
Whew.
Well, he doesn't shoot the three
Bro, that
ball.
nigga is he is the best out of this draft. He's the best defensive player,
No, he's saying
probably
next year's
besides Zach
draft.
Edey.
He's saying next year's draft.
I'm
Next year,
saying I'm talking
he's
about
definitely a lottery
25.
pick.
Yeah, I'm talking
He a
about.
lottery pick. Yeah, 25. And this with the Cooper
Wasn't
draft,
he
yeah, he a
wasn't
lottery
he?
pick.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't
Yeah,
he in
he
the
wouldn't
lottery?
go.
LM?
He
Huh?
ain't going
Yeah, he is
before.
lottery.
He was 4 this year. He was
He ain't
4.
going before Harper. He ain't going before Traore. Come on.
That nigga is definitely going probably after Edgecombe. That's a fact.
He's definitely
Once
over Dylan Harper,
once
bro.
some
He's
5
better
niggas
than
get
Harper,
drafted,
bro.
Castle is definitely going 6, 7, 8, or 9.
I like
That is
Castle,
a
bro.
fact.
I think Castle's better
That
than
nigga
Harper.
modeled. That nigga in college said he specifically models his game after Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That nigga plays
You can
point
say
guard
anything.
But he
to a
plays
fact.
almost like him though. It's similar games. You can see it.
They
If
have
you actually
that
watch
nigga's
Castle,
basically a more athletic Shea or a poor version of
he
Shea.
does look like Shea. He looks like
And
early version stages of Shea.
He's more athletic, but Shea is taller. Shea is longer.
nah, that's not true.
No, Castle
They
what, like 6'7"?
Castle got a very long wingspan.
Castle is 6'4", right?
Castle's 6'7", 6'6".
Yeah, 6'7".
Yeah, he's tall. He's a tall point guard.
I thought he got
I
measured
think he's
lower.
taller than Shea.
Yeah, they did. He might be taller than Shea. They damn near the same
I
height.
thought he got measured lower than that.
Nah, he's 6'6", bro. That nigga's 6'6". Yeah, he's tall. That nigga tall. He Luka Shea height.
I'm like, no, I'm not tripping. Yeah, I know he was 6'7".
Yeah, that nigga Stephen
I
Castle
gotta
is
watch
tall.
these dudes, bro. Be like, I'm telling you, Castle is nice, bro. He's better than Harper.
Castle gonna be that's their point guard for the future. I'm telling
And
you.
Chris Paul
that
already
is
said he's gonna be
solidified.
mentoring the young point guards. He gonna be you gonna get mentored
And
by
who did Chris
Chris
Paul
Paul?
mentor? Shea, right? Come on, this shit right itself. Like
It's gonna be
I'm
oh my
telling
god,
you.
I'm telling you, BK, when we gonna win a chip, bro? Oh my, it's over, bro. He's gonna be winning a chip, bro.
It's only a matter of time.
I'm watching the
The league
highlights
is going
on Castle right now. Let me see.
When these dudes in the West retire, bro, it's over. When we gonna be winning mad
and the
chips?
thing about Castle is he's like 6'7", like 202, 210, 212. So he got weight
I
on
see
him. You
Wemby
can
retiring
switch
when
him
at
on
least like
taller guys.
when we gonna have at
Like,
least like 4 chips, bro. At least.
Well, I ain't afraid to admit when I'm
I don't know
wrong.
about
So
4
if
chips,
I'm
but I'll
wrong,
say he
I'm
could have 4
saying.
DPOYs. I'll say that for
now,
for a
the
He gonna
fact.
only
have at
reason why I
least 3 or
say this
4 chips.
LVO is because I wanted the Spurs to get Castle.
I
So
Think
understand.
and
about
they
it.
did.
He's
So
a righty or
Easy. Think
lefty?
about it. Who gonna challenge Wemby, bro?
he
When
a
all these
righty.
dudes retired.
Oh man,
I think he ambidextrous though.
he did like an in and out cross with the from what left to right. I mean, this dude is nice though, man. I'm like,
His
okay.
summer league was nice. I don't know if y'all watched his
And I'm
summer
gonna tell
league.
you,
He was balling.
as far as for Shea, when I seen him at Kentucky, right?
If
I
I'm
didn't
Luke, I'm
think
trying to play with Wemby, bro.
when
I'm
I
not
seen him
so
at
serious.
Kentucky, I didn't think he was that nice.
Yeah, that's fair.
SGA, I didn't think he was that. It probably was because they had like 10 freaking All-Americans, and it was hard to tell, because all of them was getting minutes and stuff.
You know who I thought that about? I thought that
I
I
mess
had
with
that
Shea.
same sentiment. I had that same sentiment about Devin Booker.
Me
I didn't
too.
think Booker was gonna
Me
be.
too.
I didn't think Booker was gonna be who he is now. There ain't
Me
no
too.
way.
And it's hard when you get
I thought he
that
was
many
just from the
recruits.
scoring alone. I saw it.
When you get that many
I thought he was just gonna be
recruits,
like a taller Reddick, but I had no
Let me
idea he was
ask
gonna
you
be
something.
sometimes it retards their growth too.
You think Stephon Castle is better than Dylan Harper?
Yes.
Ooh,
1,000%.
he could be. I'm not even gonna lie, BK.
I'm gonna tell you, I haven't seen enough of Castle, so I gotta wait.
I've seen enough of him.
I think. But the only thing that puts Castle above Harper is that he's way more athletic.
Bro. He's nice.
He definitely is a better athlete, though. I can see that.
Castle's a way better athlete.
You know, athleticism is going to give him an edge.
Playmaking is so nice, bro. Like,
and he's a defensive.
You see that
he's
was
a
the
defensive
problem.
machine.
I'm gonna be
was the
mad,
problem.
I'm gonna be so if they don't
That
play
was
him
the
at least
problem
like
with,
25, 30 minutes a game, bro, I'm gonna be mad, bro.
That was the problem with
They
Gil.
better play him.
That was the problem with Gil Arenas. Whenever he kept trying to defend what Anthony Edwards was saying, and he's talking about, all these dudes today is way better athletes. But it's like, athletic, he didn't say Michael Jordan was the best athlete. He said he was the only one with skills.
He
And
was.
I don't
man.
agree with that's not
So
true.
BK,
that's not true.
So BK, put it like this,
BK.
right?
So like,
BK, no way.
BK. So in the 80s, guys like Alex English and Bernard King didn't have any skills.
Woo.
Yeah, come on.
They didn't have
Don't
footwork
say
like
that.
MJ, man. I mean, MJ's footwork
Isaiah,
was elite.
Dumas, they didn't have
I understood, Ant-Man was basically saying like the skill level they wasn't matching up to MJ. Of
MJ
course
was not the only person
MJ
with
was the
skill back
alpha.
then, bro.
No,
Like you know what I'm saying? MJ was the real
MJ
alpha.
was
Nah, what's his
like,
name? He couldn't go
they
left,
had
man.
skill,
Clyde
bro.
Drexler was all right, man. He wasn't MJ skilled, man.
Come on, bro.
What?
Yo, BK, they had skill though, bro.
You want to pull up some highlights,
Clyde
man?
Drexler?
No,
Clyde,
we need to see.
yo, hold on.
Clyde Drexler
BK, did
didn't
you
have
watch the?
skill?
Hold on, Alan.
Not like
BK,
MJ.
did you watch? BK, did you watch the last dance? He was like,
Oh
yo,
my
Clyde was giving him the work, bro.
See,
Yeah,
here's the thing.
I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. What I
MJ was
was
talking about in the
saying
last dance how Clyde Drexler was giving
what I
him the
was
business,
saying
bro,
is
giving him
Gilbert
work, bro.
Arenas.
Clyde used to give MJ work. Are you crazy?
Gilbert
He was
Arenas was
BK,
confusing.
MJ said he had to adjust and fix his game
But
to match to
but
fix
but
like
Gilbert
go against
Arenas
Clyde.
was confusing athletic ability with skill, and that's
Hakeem
not the
Yeah,
same thing.
that's
And that's
true.
what I'm saying. Even Ant-Man is the most athletic two guard, right? He's the most, but we can't say he's the most skilled.
He's not the most skilled, but he does have skill though.
Yeah, he does have skill, but I'm just saying. But for him to say, "Oh, them dudes didn't have skills," I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
man,
mad crazy. That's mad
you never
crazy.
seen all them dudes like Kevin Johnson and all of them, man.
But look, BK, here's what I'm saying, right? What I was saying about Castle is the fact that when I say this, I'm not saying that he's going to put a stop to them because they're going to get their buckets whatever, whenever. But now that they're in the West, right? So you're gonna have to go up against Luca. You're gonna have to go up against Shea. You're gonna have to go up against these 12 point guards. Now that you have Castle, you got a 6'7", 215 point guard with size that you can put on these guys, not to stop them because they're gonna get theirs, but
That's
you
hard
can
stopping this
affect
guy.
them a little bit, right? But you can affect them a little bit. I'd rather have Castle than Trey Jones on these dudes. Feel me?
But
So
I was looking at him. I mean, he has a high basketball
But
IQ.
you know, but you know what? Another guy
Hey.
that we all are overlooking that wasn't a great athlete, but is highly skilled, is the point guard on San Antonio, right? CP3. I'm talking about
Chris
CP3.
CP. Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm done with the 90s.
He didn't jump out of the gym.
That's some haters, bro.
He's not. He was never. He's probably. I mean, he's probably close to the same athlete he's always been. He's just older now. But I'm saying, he just got guys on the wop, right? Wop, got you, right? So that's and his high intellect. So that's what I'm saying. We don't talk enough about that as if those aren't basketball skills, because they are. And
That's true.
That's what Gilbert Arenas misses, because he keeps talking about, oh yeah, they can't jump like this. These dudes had a 30.
Gil just be trolling, bro.
But it's like, yo, that doesn't
That's
even
true.
matter. You know,
That's
if
what I'm
you
saying.
can play, you can play.
CP3 brings out the best of his big men. So imagine every big man he played with, they've had a career year. So imagine pairing that up with Wemby.
And you know what? Because I think they touched on that when they were talking about skills and athleticism, and I said that's why the Clippers never won, because them two dudes we had one of them, right? DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan is no better than when he came into the league. The only thing was he just got older, but he never developed the post game. He never developed any kind of resourceful shot near the baseline or a hook or anything. And so all he was I could dunk the ball and I could rebound. That's it. And he never got better. And the same thing with Blake Griffin. When his athleticism left, remember when what's the name?
Yeah, but
whoa, not too much on Blake. Not too much.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you because I'm gonna give you a comparison.
LBO, Detroit Blake was crazy.
I'm gonna give you.
It's all right. I think what Ant-Man is talking about, like, look at your
Blake
bigs,
developed
right?
a shot though over time, bro. So
over time.
Blake developed everything.
Look at Paulo Banchero. We was just talking about him for the last week or so. You know, now the 90s didn't have a player like that, man. I mean, I'm just trying to think of Jared Jackson.
You never heard of Derek Coleman? You never heard of Derek Coleman? Derek Coleman was better than Paulo.
Hell no. What?
Are you crazy?
You crazy?
He dunked on Shaq. Are you kidding me? Derek Coleman could shoot the three.
Derek Coleman was
anybody can get dunked on, man.
What?
I like DC, man. I like DC. But Pablo's way more athletic than him, man. Way more versatile.
You bugging.
You always talk about athleticism. Come on,
yo, it matters though, man. What are you talking about? Come on, DJ.
Let me get it. You're right. Banchero was more athletic, but DC was like that first power forward 4-5 who could handle the ball and could shoot the long ball. Like DC was ahead of his time. Like DC could play.
Yeah.
And lefty. And
Tony Kukoc was another one. I mean,
but I'm saying you a long time fan.
Opposing power forward.
You a long time fan. You remember what he did to Cleveland in the playoffs?
Things evolved, DJ. I mean, damn. I mean, I watched the 90s.
In the playoffs, in the playoffs for the Nets, Derek Coleman was averaging 27 and 12 against.
I'm trying to think. I mean, it's just like guys like Giannis, a 7-footer that can go from end to end, man, and just
Giannis don't got skill, bro.
No, not like footwork. I'm just talking about his ball handling, like for a 7-footer. Because I watched Giannis in person, man. You got guys like George Hill that was guarding him and just couldn't strip him, man. I'm like, damn, man.
You bugging, man. You bugging.
Like Jaren Jackson Jr., these guys like 7 feet that can slide their feet.
Jaren Jackson ain't better than Chris Webber.
Into the paint, bro.
He ain't better than Chris Webber.
He's not, but Chris Webber defensively.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But C Webb defensively.
I'm telling you right now, Giannis would be doing none of this stuff in the 90s.
That's what I'm trying to say. You had Antonio McDyess. You had Chris Webber. You had Derek Coleman. You had all of these dudes. All of these dudes could play, man.
Jokic is actually better than a lot of those guys, man. Jokic is
what? Who?
Jokic?
Over who?
Jokic is a center.
Better than McDyess, right?
No. Compare him to the centers.
Oh, okay. I got you. Who was the
saying? He wasn't better than Akeem.
Yeah, definitely
he wasn't better than David Robinson.
He's not better than.
He not better than Steph.
He's not better than
David Robinson. Stop.
Yeah, he definitely. I know for a fact he ain't better than
Jokic gives you like.
You know who Jokic was? Gary. You know who Jokic was?
Hold on. LM, Jokic not better than David Robinson?
Yeah, I think he is.
No.
He can handle the ball.
Nah.
Passing.
He's better than David Robinson?
You better go look at some
I love the Admiral, bro.
Come on, bro. Who is
I don't know, Easy.
Comp, bro. What comp does
David Robinson was the man, yo. I can't say that.
He can score, but remember a lot like you had guys like Karl Malone, man. I mean, they had to throw the ball.
Defensively, Robinson was leagues ahead of
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Leagues ahead.
Running the floor
going against BK.
Jokic
he was listen. David Robinson was a beast, man. I get it, but I'm just saying.
Yo, come on, BK. Who is Jokic's comp, bro? Who is he going against, bro? He going against midgets.
I'm gonna tell you the closest thing to Jokic, and I'm gonna tell you, Gary. You know who he reminds me of? If the senior Sabonis never got hurt.
That
was the same game. It was the same game.
Yeah.
Smarter than everybody else.
I think Jokic is like. Like his basketball IQ is insane, Jokic, man. I mean,
so was Sabonis.
Insane. I'm like, damn. It's really like.
So was Sabonis. And I'm not talking about.
I remember Jokic could shoot the 3.
Sabonis could do that too.
I don't know about this season.
Yeah, not this season though. Yeah, he had a bad year, man.
But what I'm saying is, there were a lot of highly skilled players, but I'm saying because what he said, because I thought about that too when somebody had said, "Yo, name the unstoppable shop" or something. I'm like, well, wasn't nobody stopping Bernard King? Nobody.
All right. You guys, all right. So you guys are actually thinking more like the star players. I'm going more into like your role players, man. Like let's say Mikal Bridges. I mean, he's a role player that can get you between 20 and 40. Just being off the ball, that's what I'm saying.
It's different because Mikal.
You talking about so your top guys like David Robinson, those guys can play in today's NBA. It's like the Luke Longleys. And if you're from Australia, please forgive me. I'm sorry.
Good.
The Luke Longleys, the Bill Wenningtons, the Charles Oakleys. I'm talking about really like a lot of the role players. Today's role players, like in terms of skill, are better than the role players back in the 90s.
I agree.
Wow.
I
What
think a
I'm
lot of the
saying
role
is,
players are better
what
than
I'm saying is,
the 90s
a lot
role
of
players,
them.
bro.
What I'm saying is, a lot of them Villanova boys, not Brunson, but a lot of them wouldn't even be playing in that NBA back then.
Well, don't see. Y'all think physicality. You're saying, oh, he would throw him out of the air.
Physicality
That's not
matters.
defense,
Nah,
man.
if you think about it, though,
Physicality
BK,
matters.
Mikel's not doing all this what he's doing in
What
You
about
guys listen.
physicality matters.
Basketball is a limited contact sport, man. You got to be able to
You don't see
slide your
how
feet.
little Mikel is, bro?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying in terms of like guys that can
BK,
yeah.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think about hand checking, getting
That's
guys
what
in
I'm
the NBA
saying.
that are here now? Could they do the same thing?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie,
But that makes it easier to
Come on.
guard
Allen
somebody, man.
Iverson was taking the punishment. Mark
What
Price
part
was
of
taking
man
the
being
punishment.
able to like hand check or not be able to hand check, and they still want you to kind of guard Ja Morant? I mean, you still got to play defense.
But that's a good point. AI was averaging 30 in a league where it was more physical and they
Where
was
he got
hand
knocked
checking.
down every play. Come on.
Yeah,
That
right.
takes a
Like,
toll on your body. Because you see, if you really was watching the Olympics, the 2 games before the US won, right? The medal games, right? Them dudes was getting in Curry's ass, and he couldn't handle it. They was getting physical with him, and that's when he was shooting 1 for 12 and all that. That was the old NBA. That's what I'm telling you, and that's what European dudes. Imagine if it was American dudes.
Yeah, so everybody wants to compare the 90 stars if they can play. No, they can play. It's like the Pennies, like Penny will bust ass, man. Like Penny was nasty.
But what I'm
man.
trying to tell you is,
but
what's the
it's
name
just the
said-
role players.
But what I'm saying is, they made it easier for Curry to shoot all like that, right? First of all, because coaches gave him the green light. Back in the days, coaches wouldn't let you shoot. But then on top of that, if he would have went to the hole and had to go against Mace or Oakley, come
All
on.
right, so that's not defense.
Davis
You
boys.
knocking them and throwing them out of the air. That's a foul. That's not
That
defense.
was the game back then. Think of the Jordan
fouling.
rule.
That's just fouling.
That's just fouling.
That's
Them.
not
That's
even
not
a foul.
defense.
But he got to get
I
up.
played basketball for a long time. I slide
BK,
my feet, man. I don't have to knock somebody out of the air.
But what
was
I'm
the
trying
game,
to say
bro.
is, after he gets
That's how it
fouled
was
like
back
that,
then, bro.
after
That
he
was
gets
defense to
fouled
them,
like
bro.
that 3 or 4 times a game, he ain't going. He ain't gonna be the same player.
Yeah, but that so in today's
They should bring
NBA,
that back in this NBA, bro. These players are
I
soft.
believe it too.
but
They
in
need
today's NBA, and this what makes it much harder than it was back in the days. Guys like Charles Oakley, right?
How is it harder if they
The
scoring
Sam
more?
Perkins,
Kurt Rambis, yeah.
the who's Eldon Campbell's, like these guys today gotta slide their feet now. You can't just like throw
But BK,
anybody
this
out of the
era, you
air.
can
You gotta
admit that
slide
this
your
era of
feet.
defense
So
is weak,
so
bro.
you telling me, man, if Eldon Campbell was in this league now, he'd be one of the top 10 centers.
He has to guard though, man. They'll just
Eldon
what are you
Campbell
talking
would foul
about?
out of the game in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm saying outside of the
and
foul.
he's one of my favorite players. Don't get me wrong. I
No,
love
I'm
Eldon
saying, but he
Campbell,
was a
man. Like
double
I
Nah,
double.
love
it'll
Eldon
be
Campbell.
Nah, BK,
I'm
I'm not
not
gonna lie, it'll
listen,
be
guys.
hard.
I'm not hating, man. Y'all guys think I'm hating.
Nah,
I'm just
BK,
saying. I'm just
today
being pragmatic as much as possible.
it'll
But
be
it's
harder
not
today
being
because of
Now,
the
go
pragmatic.
rules,
back,
bro. The
go
rules are
back to
so
the
soft.
2000s. Jason Collins on the Nets. He was the
Oh,
same thing.
he can't play in today's NBA.
He can't play in the NBA. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just the role players. The
But
game
is
is
that?
evolved.
But if you're saying he can't play in today's NBA, is it because he's not good enough, or is it because of the way they
Both. He's not good enough,
Both.
and then he has slow feet, and they would just
Nah, come
constantly
on.
put him in
Come on,
high
BK.
pick and rolls, and he has to guard perimeter players. Man, they would switch. Yeah, it's hard today, man.
But
You think
but
it's easy for a big guy to like guard a small guy like that? I mean, maybe they can stay with them in 1-2.
But it's because of the rules, though. It's because of how the NBA is.
that's
so
what I'm
soft now.
saying. That's
But it's
a big
also the
part
high
of it.
pick and roll too. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The high pick and I was saying this, Gary. I was saying this 2 weeks ago, and this is why I don't like Trae Young, even though I think Trae Young is good. The ball screen just makes it like hard because they can just switch a bigger player on the
Dang,
Trae,
bro,
and
really hate
it's
Trae Young, bro. Like,
And then
no,
part
I
of
like
it
him.
is,
It's just the if he can just guard his guy,
and
right?
then part of it is,
But
he's
the
so
problem
little,
is,
bro.
all right. Let's say, Let's say in today's NBA, right? You got Trae Young out there, right? And they can like they can make it where Trae Young gets switched on to Jokic. You know, now you got to send help, constantly send help, or Jokic has an easy 2 points. That's the problem. The ball
But isn't that
screen,
the
man.
strategy
no,
of
but
the
you know
game?
what? But you know what the problem also is? Even when you get matchups like that, freaking half of the guards in the NBA don't know how to feed the post. That's a skill. They don't know how to do that.
Well, it depends on the matchup, man. Like
I'm saying,
Well, think about how many.
70% of them don't know how to feed.
Let me ask you a question: how many offenses do you think do
I know
post
of is probably what Luka.
You could I don't
Luka
see
don't
me
even do
even
it
me
either.
like
Luka really
if
don't
you
do it.
have like let's say Brook Lopez is trying to post up like Joel Embiid, right? That's not really putting pressure on the defense. Brook Lopez gets switched on to let's say a Patty Mills, then throw the ball into Brook every single day. He could put pressure on the defense, man. So it just depends on the matchup when it comes to post ups.
You know what you're forgetting about? Another rule. Brook Lopez can post up Embiid, but then they took away. They had the 5-second count. You can't bounce the ball.
It's just that Joel Embiid can just put up a lot of resistance, man.
But
Like
what
he
I'm
can
trying
put up
to
a lot of
say is,
resistance against
what
him.
I'm trying to say is, you had guys like Barkley. They could bounce the ball for 6 seconds, post up somebody, and turn around and beat their man. But now you
so
got to
even
pass
back
the
then,
ball
that's
out.
not good offense, though. You know, because it can allow the defense just to collapse in on you easier. It should be 2 dribbles and then get to the rim. You know, like
It worked
post
for
up.
Mark Jackson.
You don't want to pound the ball.
It worked for but you don't understand. Even Mark Jackson pounding the ball, having a smaller guard on him, right, posting up. He don't bounce the ball as much as he don't dribble the ball as much as Spencer Dinwiddie does on the outside.
Spencer Dinwiddie got a low basketball IQ. We can't really.
But what I'm trying to say is all of them do that. All of these guys, they dribble the ball like for
very
like
low
15 seconds. They dribble
That's
the ball.
why I like Joker, because as soon as you double team him, he releases the ball. Even like Ben, I get on me about Ben, but he releases the basketball. Like once you double him, he passes.
BK,
Man.
it's an easier game. It's a much easier game.
Nah, man. You think
the
guarding
game
that 3-point line is easy,
the
man?
game is not that hard.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's not. It's no. But what I'm trying to say is, you're not totally wrong. What I'm saying is, it's an easier offensive game. It's not an easier. It's not
All right, but easy for the offensive player, harder for the defensive player. That's the thing. You're looking at it from one side. You got to look at it from the defensive player's perspective too. It's hard guarding these guys. Like a guy like Steph Curry, man. Like he's
BK, it's the
giving and going,
too, bro.
Huh?
But it's not their athleticism or skills. It's the rules.
The NBA. Adam Silver came in the NBA, bro.
And Silver said that. He
changed the rules into like something soft, bro. They can't even play defense like how they want to.
He said that to KG, and he used Steph as the example. He said, a guy like Steph Curry, take for instance, he wouldn't be able to show off all of his skills. And if he's not able to show off all of his skills the way they played in the 90s, then this is a more aesthetic game. This is a better game to look at for the fan. And then KG said, for who? We liked it like that. He said, well, that's you, but for the fans. So see, that's what I'm saying. Because
having to guard perimeter players, man, put so much wear and tear on your knees, man. Like you gotta like.
It's not. We're not talking about no injuries or no CTE stuff. This ain't like the NFL. What I'm saying is the reason that they fixed it like that, and if you want to be really honest, is because they wanted to make basketball more palatable for casual
but the thing
fans.
is, all right. So you still like coaches still expect you to play defense, man. It's not like an all-star game. You can see the difference. Like if you watch an all-star game and then you watch an NBA game, like Joe, like who's his name? DFS can't just cross somebody up and then just go to the rim like that, right? He gets stripped or he gets blocked.
But what I'm saying is they changed
because he can't, BK.
They changed all those rules. They changed all those rules. They changed all those rules to make it more palatable for casual fans.
Well, think about it, guys. Would you want to go to a game that it's like 80-80? They wanted scoring. Scoring equals more money.
I'm not gonna lie, it might be a little bit entertaining.
The players got better, man. And you look at AJ, like AJ DeBonsta, man, he has a counter move for every single defensive scheme you could throw at him.
It's not.
I wouldn't mind it because it's like you seeing the defense, you seeing how
exactly.
Yeah,
but
like I would
the
like
thing
to
is,
see
you're
the
not the casual fan. Most people want to see scoring. They want to see.
But that's what I'm
10
saying,
threes.
Pete. That's what I'm saying, Pete. It's certain things that's going on in the NBA.
But Pete, that's because the NBA wanted to lean towards more money, bro.
Yeah,
of course, everything's money. Yep.
And
Usually
casual
that,
fans,
and that's
casual
sad because
fans
usually
pay
the
all right, all
80s.
right, all right. It's also
the
it's not
purists.
just the rule changes; it's also the players
But
actually
it don't
get
make sense.
better,
They was
man.
getting
The
Yeah, but
players
BK
haven't got the,
usually the 80
the
80
players
games are
haven't
the
gotten
best
better.
games.
The players haven't
facts
gotten
because you
better.
got to
That's
see
what I'm
defense.
telling
Like
you.
in crunch time, you got to see the actual defense. You don't see that
Right.
anymore.
The 80 games be the best games. You see these defenses tighten
But
up.
most people
It's
don't
not an
think like
easy
that
score.
though. Most people want to see Steph Curry
Yeah,
hitting
because we're
53s.
purists.
They want to be
Yeah.
seeing
Right.
nah,
We're
bro. I
different.
They
don't
want
know.
to see 140 to
Did you see
130.
everybody complaining about the All-Star game? They
Right.
was like, that's disgusting. There was no defense being played.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, not every
Yeah.
They
single
hate that
Okay,
NBA
though,
do you want to
but
see
that's
player.
why
LeBron dunk?
Like, if
that's why
that's
you
You
the
gotta
guys
you
case,
want to
gotta
see
elevate
LeBron
the
dunk?
game, bro.
how come we didn't make the play? I mean, we were like 5 games from making the play-in tournament. The Nets, right? But there was times that Cam Thomas had bad scoring games. Man, there was guys really guarding, playing
Well, we just
defense
wasn't
on them.
good enough.
Yeah, I mean, guys do
Yo,
play defense. It's just that what beats good defense is just good offense. All right, the offensive players are just guys is a better offensive
no,
player.
they're not. They're not
What?
better. They're
Oh
not
my!
better.
Look at oh my lord!
Luka Doncic ain't even in
Garrett, you
shape,
on mute.
man. He
But
ain't even in
offensively,
shape.
like he has
You know
counter
why he
moves.
ain't in shape? Because he said, I don't have to be in shape to score 30 points in this league.
He's
Wait,
that
do you
good.
guys agree
No,
that the game is more specialized now? Like you get a guy who could hit just
I mean,
threes.
to be fair, LBO, we had a week where 2 guys scored 70 in like
I
the
would say the
same
game is more
weekend.
I
versatile
think it was
That's
now.
like
what
You
three
I'm
have to
guys,
have
wasn't it?
players
I
that's
that
thought
what
it
do
I'm
was like
trying to
multiple
two.
say.
things on the
Devin
court.
Booker scoring 70 points. He wouldn't have done that in no NBA 30 years ago.
You had Mitchell, you had Luca, you had Devin
the
Booker.
floor. All
Like,
right,
come
so
on, bro.
the floor is more space,
You
right? The
had
floor is more
what's this
space.
dude's
Hold
name?
on, hold up. Kyrie dropped 50, then he dropped 60. Come like in the next two in the
But look
two
how
games.
skilled Kyrie is, though, man. He can pull
But
up
that's
from
crazy
3,
though, bro.
like he
Like
can
there was
finish
no
But
with
I
his left
think
defense.
hand. His pull up
to
jump shot in
BK's
the mid
point,
range
like
is insane.
it
What's
is
that
definitely
dude?
getting
What's
more.
that
Nobody's
The
dude?
nobody's
offensive
disagreeing with
players
the
is getting
skill,
too
but
out
it's
of
like,
hand
bro,
now.
Yeah, look
Ellen,
at
you can't
AJ,
deny
like
that there's
AJ
absolutely
DeBonster, man.
barely
He's in high school.
Hold on,
He
hold on.
has a counter move for
What's
every
that?
single defensive
but
scheme you
BK,
could
there's
throw at him.
barely any defense being. I can only name like a few teams that
What's that
actually out there
dude?
playing
What's
defense.
that dude? The shooting guard off the bench, Terrence something. He dropped 51. What's his name?
Yeah, he's
Terrence
not doing
Mann.
that. Yeah. I mean, he'll have a good. I mean, I'm talking about like your top guards, man. Your top guards can like pull up, even like the pull up jump shot, man. It makes it hard to really, like,
What are you
especially if
talking
you're
about? He
a
said
big
Terrence
guy.
Mann. He dropped how many points?
He dropped
Malachi Flynn
51.
scored
I
50.
think for Toronto.
Malachi Flynn.
Oh, Malachi. Yeah.
Come on,
He
man.
scored
Come
50.
on.
That's just not playing defense. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's
Malachi
a
Corley
fact,
can't
bro.
score 50.
Come on, yo,
What
BK,
I'm
what's your excuse
saying
for
is,
that?
Who
Flynn
Yeah,
is
but
like
all right,
who's
all
that
right,
against?
all right.
skill.
So Gary Trent
He's
Jr. When we
6'1",
played this,
BK.
he
Hold on,
had
hold on, hold on.
25
more skill.
points.
BK, answer that question. What's your excuse for that? Flynn is like 6
That's
foot
one game.
6'1".
You know what I'm saying? Do you go on a basketball court and play hard
He's
defense every single game? I
6'6",
don't.
bro. How you let somebody like that?
But
And
Gary Trent Jr., when we played
and he
Toronto
be
the
buried
first
on
time,
the
he had
bench though, bro.
25
Like he
on
be
12.
buried on the bench and he scores 50.
Oh, so Gary Trent Jr., right? Gary Trent Jr., right? He had 25 points on 12 shot attempts when we played him the first time. Next time, Nets tighten up that defense. He didn't do that again. You know what happens?
Man,
It does
bro,
happen.
50 points and he be buried. That's crazy work, bro.
I tell you what. If what's the name would have played in these
That's
rules.
crazy. He mentioned that too. I forgot all about that
Speaking of
game.
Nets fans, speaking of the Nets people, if Drazen Petrovic would have played in this league, he would have averaged about 40. Because that dude can shoot. He can hit free throws.
Oh, now you don't know, BK.
40.
Now you don't know.
Saying.
Petrovic was like that, yo.
Yo,
BK,
that changed the Nets' future. Two big things changed the Nets' future. Number one, Dr. J and Moses Malone was trying to come to the Nets when they were turning into the NBA. The Knicks fucked that up.
Yo, do you guys remember Jordan said that Petrovic was his hardest guard?
Yeah, and then we had Petrovic, Kenny Anderson, Derek Coleman. He lifted that team's professionalism, made them stop coming to practice drunk. Yo, if we didn't, if
sound to me the Nets players is wild.
No, the 80s was wild. Yo, the 90s rather was wild. Niggas was drunk, niggas was high.
doing fucking meth, all type of
Yeah.
shit.
Half the players out there on crack.
That was during like the crack era.
All right, so like I said, when it comes to this comparison, I'm really talking about role players today, role players back
crazy like
then.
that on the court.
Not the stars. A lot of the stars can act. Grant Hill can bust ass. I mean, a lot of players can like Tracy McGrady.
So I'm
not even gonna hold.
I'm
not gonna hold you, Pod.
still
A
trying
lot
to
of the
say,
times, those guys
name
is
some role
like.
players. Name some role players that you're talking about.
No, I mentioned them already, man. I was saying like in terms of like guys like Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, but Mikal Bridges wouldn't have a career if the rules didn't
Mikal
change.
would even get Mikal would even get drafted in that
every era has scrubs, but I'm saying Paul McKeskey would have been averaging 15 in this league.
Yeah, Steve Kerr would have been.
Mehmet Okor.
Mehmet Okor. Get on the court.
Mehmet Okor. Mehmet Okor.
I ain't gonna hold you. BJ Armstrong would have been getting a couple bucks.
Nah, not even BJ, man. Stop.
Steve Kerr. Hold up, Jerry.
Nowhere near the court.
You got guys like Flynn getting bro. Come on, bro.
You can't touch them.
Flynn getting 50. You telling me BJ Armstrong can't score in this league?
In this
league, Owen actually agrees with me. He says BKNY hoops. What you're saying is fact. The league is deeper today. Also, thanks to Euro talent coming in. Yeah, even the Euro guys. I keep forgetting about those guys, man.
None of those guys could play in the 90s.
I'm glad you mentioned Euro guys.
They made this league for Kukoc.
You know, Kukoc would be a 10-time All-Star here.
Kukoc was just all right.
No.
So let me hold on. So let me.
He would have been a legend.
No.
So let me ask you a question, right? Is there any player? So is there any player in this league, right? Is there any player in this league that y'all think if you put them in the 90s, they excel? Doesn't matter.
Oh, definitely. There definitely a lot of the stars would excel, but they wouldn't be doing what they're doing now. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you see,
I'm gonna give you three.
Okay, let's say KD, right? Let's say KD. If he could shoot, he could dribble, he's tall, he would have still been scoring, but he would have had a lot of. But I'm saying
he would have struggled.
But remember, KD's 240, man.
He wouldn't have struggled. He wouldn't have struggled.
205.
No,
he wouldn't have struggled, but he'd probably be a 20-point scorer instead of a 27-point scorer.
What?
Right. You couldn't play in that league if you couldn't post it.
BK, hold up. You the same. Hold up, BK. You the same one that said Boston was getting physical in. Imagine the 80s and 90s was doing
exactly. Remember Boston? What they did to him?
Yeah. But I'm saying
he get that every game.
What position was he playing when he actually played?
I'll tell you one thing. He would never play the 4.
He was playing the 4.
Well, the 4s couldn't guard him, man. Like, you think Charles Oakley can guard Kevin Durant?
I promise you, Chris Webber could have guarded him. Kenyon Martin would have ate him alive.
Hold on.
No, not Kenyon Martin. No, not Kenyon.
Kenyon Martin is athletic.
I know you can't not guarding Kevin Durant. I'm sorry.
K-Martin not guarding Kevin.
Do y'all remember the playoff series against O'Neal and Indiana? The Nets played against them, and Kenyon Martin fucking erased that nigga. Erased him, made him. They were saying he was the best power forward in the league. Blase blah. He came in with Indiana. Kenyon Martin erased.
Who are you talking about? O'Neal?
O'Neal, yeah. Indiana.
Yeah.
Kenyon Martin didn't have any skill though, man. I mean, he couldn't shoot. He had no ball.
We talking about defending. If you put that
KD,
dude,
bro.
Yo,
he ain't got no KD, man.
KD has never had to go against defense like that.
KD is cooking.
KD has never had to go against defense like that.
You know what he had to go against early in his career?
Boston and Milwaukee. That was the last time KD had to go against something like that, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Chris Webber couldn't play defense.
None of them niggas.
I was saying earlier.
So what's going to happen on the
either
other?
one of those teams that defend like Kenyon Martin.
Did you see what Boston and Milwaukee did to KD, bro?
What's going to happen on the other end?
Yeah, but you're talking about like a DJ. You're talking about like injury, like Kevin Durant that just came off of that Achilles surgery.
No.
Man.
Let's talk
but
about.
no, regardless though, you can't deny that they was getting.
So BK, what's gonna happen when KD has to guard someone on that? It's gonna be mouse in the house.
He's 240. He's not small, man. He weighs 240 pounds.
Are you kidding me?
Kevin Durant, that man is
strong like that.
That man is
You're talking about all right. You're talking about
KD Martin played 94 feet of defense. 94
Weber would bust
feet.
his ass.
KD could defend, but
Derek Coleman would bust his ass. Amari Stoudemire would bust his ass.
He would have ate him alive. Amari Stoudemire, vintage Amari Stoudemire. Oh my God!
Sean Kemp would bust his ass.
Tim Duncan 50 points.
All right, do you see
Karl Malone will have a field day with KD? I ain't gonna hold
you. Do you see him guard
What KD do with Karl Malone?
Stop.
Karl Malone was still KD. I ain't gonna lie.
Back pocket.
Rasheed
Charles
Wallace
Oakley
would bust his
and
ass
KD.
in and out.
Charles Oakley?
Inside and
Come on,
outside.
man. Stop.
Nah, he could
Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley couldn't guard Kevin Garnett?
No.
He can't play in the NBA, man.
Yes, he could. Y'all don't understand.
Yo, I don't think.
Y'all think Ewing can guard KD?
Hell
listen,
no.
I don't listen.
Ewing couldn't move left.
The disrespect on KD.
Yeah, Ewing could have
crazy.
Hold on.
Yo,
I'm
you
gonna
guys
agree with you.
Yo, this
I
is
don't
kind of
think
crazy.
Oakley.
One mic.
I don't think Oakley could guard KD.
He can't.
But
He doesn't have the foot speed.
But Mace would. Mason would shut him down.
Oh my God.
Shut him down.
Yo, they don't even make that species of basketball player no more.
You just said
Oakley, got that type of nigga no more.
You said Oakley.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even think Mace guarding KD. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Oakley wasn't even that.
Y'all don't know Oakley when he first came in the league.
And he was pissing me off now, man. I got.
Oakley,
this is crazy.
Oakley could not.
Charles Oakley, when he first came in the league, was just an athletic type of freak, and then he blew out both. Yes, he was. How old are you, DJ?
Oakley.
Oakley.
I ain't gonna hold you.
He said,
if y'all talking about OKC Durant.
Don't look at these highlights. I mean, don't look at Kevin Durant now, man. Where was it? Right here, top Kevin. Yeah, this is it right here, man.
OKC Durant was something crazy. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, man.
But you can't touch him,
bro. Warriors KD was.
Imagine you could do what you could do in the 90s. You giving those elbows, forearm shimmers.
But all right, remember, listen.
Like KD is like a little punk.
Hold on. Kevin Durant.
What are you talking
like
about?
I said,
listen. Kevin, hold on. Kevin Durant's mid-range game is elite, man. You're not going. How you going to get to them spots
ever? He ain't gonna get to them spots against them stronger guys.
I mean, we seen KD shoot over Giannis, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but Giannis can't touch him.
I gave you he'll get 20 because he's a great shooter. But he ain't gonna get to all them spots. He ain't gonna get to all of them spots.
Yes, he can. If he didn't have an elite mid-range game, I would agree with you. But his mid-range game is elite. He can get anywhere he wants.
There's no spot on the court that KD can't get to. I'm not even no spot that he can't get to.
You know what they call this era of basketball? The freedom of movement era. The freedom of movement era.
All right, see, you're looking at it,
freely?
You're looking at it from one aspect. You got to look at it from a defensive perspective too. These guys still got to guard those guys.
I'm looking at it from a defensive perspective.
So BK, if you're looking at it, but BK, isn't offense at an all-time high?
Yes,
the players are better, man. Like the players are much better.
It's not because of the rules.
All right. Let me
change the rules.
Yeah, but the players are actually better too, man. Why
you know what Anthony Hardaway would look like in this era?
I said role players. I said the role players, man. Let me pull up Jaren Jackson Jr., man. This is a guy that can get you 30 as a role player.
He's not a role player. He's defensive player of the year.
He's a role player.
He is a role player, bro. They don't view
he's
him
a
as
role
a star
player.
or a superstar, bro. He's a role player.
Nah, he's a
player.
star. He's an all-star.
Who views him as a star?
So what are you trying to say?
He's an all-star. He's literally an all-star, like two-time all-star.
Exactly. So how is he a role player?
He's a role player. They don't run their offense.
When did he make the All-Star team?
I mean, just because he's not a 1A or a 2A
Let me show you. I want to show you his offense, man. Like him, his ability to put the ball on the floor.
Again, you're comparing apples to oranges right now.
He ain't doing that against
the ball on the floor. You're not doing none of that shit.
Not with Alvin Robinson out there. Not with Derek Harper out there.
Shit.
Overhand crossover fit.
He's a very good role player.
Remember what Doc Rivers was like on defense?
This is a role player. All right. This is your role players doing this over here, man.
So what is Desmond Bane? Is Desmond Bane a role player or a star?
Role player. Very good one, though.
Yeah, so is Jaren Jackson Jr.
Nah, Jaren Jackson Jr. is like what? Top 5
So
pick?
Desmond Bane a role player, but JJJ is a star?
That don't make sense, bro. How
I didn't pick him for the All-Star.
Why is the All-Star the end all be all?
So
that's recognition from your peers and coaches and the fans that you like that you one of the best players.
Man, he's not no star, bro. He don't even do this on a consistent basis, bro.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Damn. That's a role player doing this, man. That's a role player.
He don't even do this on a consistent basis,
A role player. The big guys can put the ball on the floor. They're much more skilled.
He talking about won the award. Bro, they was boosting his stats, bro. There's actual evidence.
I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this. They're much more skilled at shooting from
Claxton
outside.
should have won it, bro. They was boosting
and putting the ball on the floor and footwork. I mean,
no, they're not better at footwork. If they were better at footwork,
they are. Yes, they are.
No, if they were better at footwork, they would be able to turn and post people up.
It depends on who's guarding you, man. It just
can't do it. No, they can't even do it.
They could.
Can't do it.
Why would you want Jaren Jackson?
Embiid can do it.
Guy. Necessarily depend on
Embiid can do
it. Paulo does it.
And Embiid can do it. Paulo can do it, but that's not everybody.
But not everybody in the
is doing it over here, man. So 44 points is like Jaren Jackson Jr.'s like most highest. Like this is the most points he get. And this is a role player, man. Let's
how many Desmond Bane had, bro?
I'll look it up in a second.
I'm trying to understand why are you bringing up him?
I'm giving. I can give you a lot of players. So this is a role player over here. 43 points, 41 points, 40 points. Role players back then couldn't do this, man. 37 points, 36.
Someone mentioned drinking earlier. Vin Baker was better than him.
Who? Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Yeah.
Nah.
You better go look at.
I can't say.
You better go look at Vin Baker.
No, I don't think so.
I like Vin Baker, but
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think.
No. 20 and 10, brother.
I like Vin. I like Vin.
Kind of props, man.
Go look at his stats. I know his game.
Vin was nice. Vin was nice. I didn't love his game, but he was nice.
Antonio McDice.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie, BK. Jaren Jackson Jr. got to learn how to rebound that ball, man.
Yes, the what?
You got to rebound the ball more, bro.
And he has to stop fouling, man.
Tony average a double-double? Yo, somebody pull up Jaren Jackson's stats. I don't think y'all.
He does not average a double-double. He averages like 16 and 6.
They don't run. They run their
offense. He averaged 20.
Morant, all right.
No, but that's the biggest problem that Memphis.
What's Jaren Jackson Jr.'s highest rebound?
Rebound his ball.
Probably like 7 rebounds.
He don't
He
get.
did get 22 a game.
All right, look up his stats, BK.
And you know what's crazy, BK? If you even watch his game, he don't even look engaged to even go get the
ball.
No,
I know. I was watching him against when he played.
That's what Taylor Jenkins was getting on him about that.
Yep, I agree. Even when he played us, and Nick Claxton held him to like 8 points or 9 points. He was indecisive. He was holding the ball. He couldn't make the right read.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I remember that.
I'm telling you, bro.
And that's why I say that
Jaren Jackson
is a role player.
His biggest weakness is rebounding that ball, bro. He does not. He don't even look engaged to go try to rebound the ball.
Hold on. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? Why this thing is not disappearing?
I think he averaged 22, right?
He averaged 22. Yeah, I pulled up his stats.
What's the rebounds?
Six something. Yeah, 6 point. No,
now that's unacceptable.
How many points he averaged the year
bro.
before? How many points he averaged the year before?
Last year was more.
18.
It's going down.
18.6, 16.3.
So you got to take the 18 more than the 22 because the 22 Jowers out, Desmond got hurt, Bang,
he was the only one out
Smart got hurt, Rose got hurt.
Clark and that's the thing. He doesn't make other players better. Like I said, when he played us,
18.
But you brought him up for a reason.
He averaged 3 blocks a game. 3.3 blocks a game.
What I'm saying is he ain't better than Antonio McDyess.
Who? Jared Jackson Jr.?
Yeah.
Skill wise, yes, he is.
No, he isn't.
What?
No. 3 blocks per game is crazy.
He ain't better than LaMarcus Aldridge.
Come on, Elam. You know they was boosting his stats, bro.
Yeah, he is, man.
LaMarcus Aldridge
crazy. I'm not gonna lie. LA is kind of tough.
The reason why he averaged such little rebounds is he be on the perimeter too much.
Yeah.
All of them are like that. All of them are
for
like
real.
They
His problem's always been foul trouble. He getting foul
All right,
trouble.
yeah, Nets fans, those Nets fans, you go. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
anyway.
so tell me, what's the other role players? Because so far you just keep mentioning guys.
That's why I say he's a role
who are
player. Bro. He's not
starters.
no star, bro. To say Jaren Jackson Jr. is a star is
But
crazy.
I'm saying, but you're trying to compare him to who? That's what I don't understand.
This man averages 6 rebounds a game. And y'all talking about man's like
you got
7
Bam
foot.
Adebayo's another one.
And he only got one All-Star game.
You think? Remember that dude? What was that dude's name? What was that dude's name on the Knicks? The white guy that can shoot.
What was his name? I forgot the guy's name.
BK, you said Bam Adebayo a role player?
Huh?
Yeah, he's a role player.
Steve Novak?
No, Bam is
What's
a
his
star.
name?
Come on.
Steve Novak, you talking about?
Yeah, he wouldn't play in the 90s.
Nah, BK, I can't say Bam is. I can't say Bam
is
is
a
a
played
star.
in the
Bam is
90s.
a star.
Yeah, Bam not a role player.
And I'm saying they had corny little white guys like
He's
that,
like a third option type
like
star. He's
Steve
not really
Kerr.
second,
Like they had their specialists like
No,
Steve
he's
Kerr,
like a high end role
Jim
player.
Paxson.
He's not like.
Nah, he's a star.
But Steve Novak wouldn't even played back then.
Yeah.
But he's
Steve
good.
Novak,
He's good offensively, not elite.
Bro, he
offensively.
gives you what, 20? He gives you like
22 points a game. 22. Yeah.
But you talking about role players, so I'm telling you.
But that
Steve
Miami
Novak
system,
wouldn't
he
have played.
the second star behind Jimmy.
I'm telling you, Cameron
Yeah,
Payne
but not all
wouldn't have
the
made
time.
the league.
Yeah. Cameron Payne
would not be in the NBA. Alan Crabb would have never been in the NBA if the rules didn't change.
Alan Crabb
Jaren
is a
Jackson
shooter.
Jr.
Why
only
is
because
Alan
somebody probably
Crabb
got injured.
catching a string?
Joe Harris would
That's what I'm telling you. So stop
because
with all of that.
of
They're
what
better.
BK said the game was easier for the role players.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
No, I said no. I was comparing I'm talking about the skill of the role players today versus the skill of your role players.
That's not true because Steve Novak, I'll tell you, Jim Paxson could do more. Steve Kerr could do more. I seen Steve Kerr in college. He could do way more.
College, man.
No, I'm talking about even in the NBA, he could do way more than Steve Novak. Come on, stop.
Steve Kerr?
Steve Kerr, yes.
Hell no. Gary
Steve
already
Kerr
took
was
you
a
on
good
that
little
one.
scrappy defender.
Nah.
I think Novak. I mean, even when you mention guys like Aaron Afalo, like guys like
y'all gotta remember, man. Like they can switch bigger players onto these small guys, man. Look at guys like Austin Reeves who struggles, man, against like an Anthony Edwards.
But the guards
could not play in the 90s.
But BK, the guards is always the smallest players on the court anyway.
No, but like guys like Jaylen Brown, I mean, he can guard, man. Like you saw what he did to Kyrie, right? Who's like 4 or 5 inches shorter.
I know, but you talking about if you put Jaylen Brown on a big, he gonna get dominated. Like that's how
he can put up some resistance, though. I mean, he can put up resistance. You know, he can fight.
You put Jaylen Brown on a Shaq, he's getting cooked.
Come
on, like
it's the rules.
It's just how it is.
What about Shaq has to guard a Jokic now, who can actually shoot from the perimeter?
What about Jokic Jokic ain't gonna foul out trying to guard Shaq?
Nah, you were saying a double. Well, see.
Nah.
Early
Shaq could do nothing with Shaq.
Early Shaq.
The cheat code.
Early Shaq, yeah, he was a cheat code. I mean, they just listen. They didn't have anybody back in the days that could make Shaq play defense. Now you got guys today that can make Shaq play defense.
Embiid doesn't bust his ass. What makes you think Shaq won't?
No, Shaq would destroy him, but Embiid would destroy him right back because Joel Embiid could shoot threes.
No, he wouldn't, because guess what? He can shoot threes, but Shaq ain't even going to guard him out there. But what's going to happen is...
how much does Joel Embiid actually shoot from the front?
Hold on. What I'm saying is...
Y'all want to leave 5%
shoot a lot of
open, man.
Niggas shoot too much. That's his problem.
If Joker wants to play outside, Shaq ain't going to go outside. So what's going to happen is they're going to switch someone, right? But what I'm saying is, but when Shaq has the ball, Joker's going to be fouled out. You don't get fouled out by trying to guard threes. So he might he'll give up them jumpers. He'll give up the jumpers.
Let's see how much Joel Embiid shoots from the 3-point line. Let's see what his percentage is. It's fucking advertisement.
I'm just saying, like, when the guards got to switch on the bigs, like, that's always barbecue chicken. It don't matter who it is.
Nah. See, Joel Embiid shot 38% from the 3-point line. You can't just leave him wide open, man. You get. If he shot 28%. Yeah, you could gamble, but 40%, you can't do that.
Let's say this also, that talking about Shea Alexander, right, and those guys, that triple step back, traveling.
Yes, it's travel. I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So then what? What do they do?
No, they got more skill than that. No. I'm
they
got elite footwork. You gotta really watch these guys, man.
They even teach dribbling different. My son, they teach him that he could put his hand on the side of the ball. I remember being a kid and taught to dribble. You had to have your hand on top of the ball.
A lot of these players carry too. They put their hand under the ball.
Yeah, they just allow them. That means so you as a person having to guard that person makes it much harder, man. It's not easy. Yeah, I mean, certain things they allow more now. They allow the push off now. That's like the push off, they allow that more. The wraparounds, they allow that more.
You're proving our point, though. That's why Luka averages 30.
But see, the thing is, you as a defender, you got to guard that. I agree. You still got to play defense, though.
But he wouldn't do that. But he wouldn't do that in the 90s. That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't average 30. That's the whole point.
Right, because if the refs is paying more attention to it, whatever carry he do, they probably gonna pull that.
Luka can shoot threes, and look how much you need foot speed, man. If you're gonna guard the 3-point line, you need foot speed.
Look how much he was getting beat up all through these playoffs. If he would have played in the 90s, he probably would have missed the series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the complaining he would have been doing would have been crazy.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, the stars are still.
Pete, what do you think about this whole thing, man? Before you get out of here, man. I mean, you've been relatively quiet.
I'm just chilling.
It's a good conversation, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yo, John, don't take it personal.
They changed the game to make.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I agree. It makes it easier for the offensive players to score, but the offensive players are better. You know, like
they're not better. You can't have both. You can't have both.
Mid-range
pull-up is easier. They're not better.
I can tell you why they're a little bit better. Think about the big men that can shoot.
They're a little bit better. I'm not.
But see, the things that you're gonna
let Pete talk. I want to hear what he got to say.
But I can see that they're better in shooting, and they're better in real dribbling, not that palming stuff. So I conceded that, right? But they're also worse. But they're also worse in rebounding. They're worse in boxing out. They're worse.
Well, they take a lot more threes now. So the ball goes on.
Physicality is down.
They don't have the mid range either.
Exactly. So that's they missing all of that.
No, Jamal Murray has a mid range shot. Curry has a mid range. Go ahead, Pete.
If you can shoot the three, why can't they shoot the mid range?
Hold on, let Pete go. Let Pete go.
I think it's more of a scheme thing, because if you could shoot the three, if you're a stretch four, why wouldn't you be able to shoot a mid range? I think it's more of like a scheme and whatnot.
Because it's closer to the defense. When you're shooting threes, a lot of times you're shooting wide open, and you're when you're shooting middies, you have to do a move to get yourself to your spot.
The mid-range has to be elite. Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
the analytics of the game too. Like, you get more bang for your buck shooting the 3 than the 2. So why not take the 2 steps back?
That's exactly what it is.
So it's really the analytics.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Back in the day, everybody had a midi. Like Charles Oakley had a crazy midi. Like that's just the truth. Like now the shooting is better, but only from distance. It's not like from mid range. It's like they don't know what to do.
Oh, definitely they didn't have all them guys like
LeBron James, for example, right? You have a defender that's a big, strong, physical defender that's really good defensively, but doesn't have the foot speed like let's say with LeBron, to match his quickness because he is fast. You put someone small on him to match his speed, but LeBron can just overpower them, right? And if you put a bigger defender to match LeBron James' physicality, he has the speed just to go around you. That's what I'm saying. Just the offensive players are just better today.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true. Because I'm going to tell you let's look at LeBron. Let's look at LeBron, right? Now, remember, when he was on Cleveland, he had no post-up game. So all he could do is face up someone, right? And he is quicker. But as they just said the other day on Gil's Arena, he don't have a quick. He's fast end to end. He ain't fast with a first step.
He doesn't really need to be, man. I mean, he can just.
No, he does. If he played back then, he's got to get by all of them dudes.
Yeah, but he has a perimeter shot, man. Yeah, definitely, DJ. Yeah, definitely.
He didn't have that perimeter shot for a long time.
Early on he didn't. I mean, early on he actually really didn't. But I mean, I'm just giving you an example. I even like Aaron Gordon, man. I mean, Aaron Gordon's another role player that can get you 30-something points, man.
So you don't think like now that you're matching up against zone defenses, whereas in the 90s it was all man-to-man defense, right? You don't think that has a big effect on what you could do in the game, Brooklyn?
Yeah. I mean, you didn't really have, like I said, you didn't have a lot of those guys. Weren't
like
really.
Zone defense used to be cheating.
Yeah, what about like 4 or 5 second calls, right?
Yeah, they were called 3. Was it,
3 seconds or whatever it is.
3 seconds in the illegal defense. The legal defense. I gotta look more into the legal thing. Yeah, legal defense. Yeah. That's what it was called. But no, Aaron Gordon, no, I'm talking about early Aaron Gordon, the white. If I'm pronouncing your name right, my fault. Mispronouncing it. Early Aaron Gordon. Now go watch him play when he was with Orlando, man. He was a matchup nightmare. You put a bigger guy on him, you could just blow by him speed wise. And if you put a smaller defender on Aaron Gordon to match his speed, you can just overpower him. But he's a role player.
I feel like the 90s was more suited for him, for a guy like Aaron Gordon. Yeah, because you're getting guarded man to man. He can blow by you and dunk on you. Like that's pretty much the 90s. Blow by people.
He would have been a different player back then.
He doesn't have a playmaker's mindset, man. To actually
he wouldn't be a role player in the 90s. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, Pod, you think they would have let him shoot the mid range back then? I don't think so.
Who?
Aaron? They been back to the basket, right?
Yeah, they would have. They would have made him post up. They would have made him post up, and he would have dribble drived and dunked on people.
I mean, we had a lot of.
Look what happened. Look what happened in the Bulls, right? The Bulls.
We had a lot of scrubs. We had a lot of scrubs in the.
Dennis Rodman held Shaquille O'Neal to like 0 points, man, in the third quarter of that game. But it was really more like they would like double team Shaq at times, then like come back and like use single coverage. And then the next possession, they'll like cheat. They'll act like they're going to come and double. Then they won't double him. So you got to be like, like what's the word I'm actually looking for, man? Like, know how to make the really good read. So that's something that Aaron Gordon struggles on, man.
They made everything so much easier for the offensive players. Look, even since you mentioned Shaq, Hacker Shaq.
Yeah,
that's even easier. You know what I mean? because that was the defensive team saying, well, we're just gonna trade 1 point for 2 points. And they said, no, you can't do that till the last 2 minutes. That's what I'm saying. They did everything to make offense easier.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with that, but what I'm saying, what makes it harder is that the offensive players actually gotten better. That's one, and two. And wait for the next 3 years. I mean, look at AJ. There's a couple of other players coming out, man. I mean, the players have gotten better, but you still have to play defense.
The aesthetics of the game.
You know what they gotten better at? They gotten better. Like, so when you're talking about AJ and all of what you're saying is they're better shooters, they better ball handlers, right? So those are 2 skills, right? And it's funny because they're really not better free throw shooters, but they're better.
I think
they're better deep shooters. They're better deep shooters and they're better ball handlers. But you know why that happens? Because they all work on their own and they never really.
Yeah, these guys.
practice.
I mean, these next proper players. I mean, they're working on their offensive games like 6 to 7 hours a day, man. It's like a job to these guys.
Well, I also think you got to take into account, right? And this even applies to Braun. We living in a day and age with all this technology, all this like you can take better care of your body. You got all this technology to help you with your body.
And you also have information. I mean,
like,
there's little 10, 11-year-old kids, man, like with elite ball handling, man. I'm like, damn, man. I mean,
right, but in terms of health, in terms of being healthy, like there's so many things that can help you in this league now to help you with your conditioning.
Your conditioning, the game. I mean, there's so much film.
It's way more advanced as compared to a few years ago.
Hey, BK, your son is gonna have to go up against. Your son is gonna have to go up against Derrick Rose's son. He's 10.
Yeah.
My son is 11, and he played him, and was happy that he was able to hold him to 10. You know what I'm saying? That kid's handle is nice.
I'm telling you, man.
He comes to the game with his trainer.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And it's
and
bad.
And you don't even need to do that. There's so many ball handling drills you can go on YouTube and look up, and information's out there.
BK, kids
they teaching
these kids have trainers now. It's a different game, man. They have trainers. They go to the park to their trainer. Like my son goes to a trainer, but not like some of these other kids. Like some of these other kids, it's 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they do
Shot
2
coach.
a days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's really different.
That's what I'm saying. These guys and they're bigger. There's 15-year-old, 14-year-old kids that are like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5".
And let's get this myth out of the way, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, from Will Chamberlain's day, right? He played from the early 60s to 73, right? The average size of a big man, of a center, was 6'10". You know what it is today? 6'11". So stop.
Yeah.
Stop. It ain't that they're bigger. It ain't that they're bigger. It's just Wilt was just that dominant.
It's the skill, man. They're not just one-dimensional guys, man. They could post up like Jokic could post up. He has footwork, up and under moves. He can shoot the three. I mean, he can handle the ball. I mean, he can.
How can anybody who's got Nick Claxton as their starting center tell us that it's the skills? Stop. He got one skill. Oh, he could dunk it. Come on, stop.
I mean, that's true.
And that's what I do. When I compare when I'm saying Nick Claxton, we gotta move on from Nick Claxton.
No, but I'm saying there's a lot of dudes like that. Clint Capella, right? I just mentioned Andre
Mitchell Robinson.
Right? DeAndre Jordan. So I'm saying them dudes is coming up as centers and they don't even know how to play the game.
But there's a lot of them that do know how to play the game, though, man. That's the thing.
Not as many.
Yeah, Drizzy, I pound that into like maybe to hell on earth, man. Like about Claxton being so one-dimensional, man. But a lot of people think I'm just hating and everything, man. You know.
But
think
you
I'm
know
hating
what?
when I say this?
But you know what? It's
Now
really
Claxton definitely
he's a product.
one-dimensional, but
He's a product of the age, though. That's the
But you're
problem.
talking about a damn near 30-something pick,
yeah, he's
though.
the DeAndre Jordan offshoot.
No,
Yeah. If
but
he
the
was like a
problem
high
is
draft pick, then I would say, all right. But I mean, he was
no.
like 28, 29.
But hold on, he just turned 25, right? Oh, you talking about?
Yeah, he just turned 25.
Exactly.
I still have a little hope
No,
for
so
Claxton if he
here's
can
what I'm
shoot.
saying. The problem with it's not his fault really,
Why
because
not?
no, I'm saying the reason that it's not really his fault is because they not teaching these guys years ago.
You can go learn yourself,
No,
man.
I'm talking
Nobody
about
taught me
they
how to
used to
play. I
have
learned.
no, but I'm saying they used to have big men camps and stuff. They don't now. All they do is the first thing they say, especially Nets fans, especially ever since Kenny got there. The first thing they see when they see somebody who's 6'10" or 6'11", yo, is he a stretch 4? Is he a stretch 5? Because that's all they care about.
It's
That's all
just
they care
so
about.
like
Can he
Claxton,
shoot?
because he's
Remember,
so
Kenny Atkinson had Jared Allen out there shooting corner threes. Come on.
yeah. It just
To
depends
be
on like
fair, it's just the
Claxton.
league now. Like, if you can't
Claxton is
shoot, then
undersized, man. I mean, you can't expect him to go up against linebackers.
And see,
So
my
he
point
needs to
is,
shoot.
you're not wrong when you say if you can't shoot, it's hard for you to be in this league. And what I'm trying to say is, what it is they can't shoot, but you can't coach. Because if you could coach, you would know how to get that guy the basket. You know how to feed that guy in the post.
Yeah,
And
come
foul
on, you
out
gotta
in
have something, man. I mean, you can't like Greg Popovich can't even take this team and get them into like the play-in, man. I mean, you gotta
I'm
give
not
these
talking
guys some
about.
sort of
I'm not
talent.
talking about our scrubby team, but I'm talking about a normal team. The problem is that like look at what's the name, like Dinwiddie. When Dinwiddie came back, right? If you really look at it, he really didn't improve since Kenny.
No, since he started, I know.
And you know why? Because Kenny kind of ruined him because he said, only thing I want you to do is either drive past your man or shoot the three. That's it. And that's
organizational, though.
He never.
That's
Because
just the
remember,
analytics in
Kenny
today's game. They don't value.
Kenny didn't want no twos. He didn't want no mid ranges.
He was totally analytics
That's
driven, man.
every time D'Lo or Levert would be cooking in the game, he's like, nope, I got to take you out.
Well, like some players, there's certain players that need a mid range, like Cam Thomas needs a mid range game. He doesn't have the athletic ability like a Donovan just to go.
It's not about
he has a mid range game, BK.
No,
he needs it. He needs it. I'm saying.
No, he does have no. But I'm saying
he does have a mid range.
I used to watch.
No, I'm not denying that. I say,
and that's probably why you hate Schroeder.
That's probably
why you hate Schroeder, because while Kenny was playing that way, when Schroeder was on Atlanta, he used to come down and bust our ass all the time. Free throw jumper, bang.
Nah, I mean,
jumper,
it's
bang.
just that again, the ball screen, the high ball screen.
No, I'm talking about Schroeder used to.
No,
kill
you're asking me why I hate Schroeder. It's just the ball screen. I mean, they can switch bigger players
but he used to kill us with those floaters.
Yeah,
all the time.
He needs that.
Kenny never respected
any small guard like that's in the NBA right now needs a floater. I mean, they need that. They have to have that in their arsenal.
No, they're not. No, some teams don't want you to have that. They just want you to shoot threes or drive by.
Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet did better.
Are those that you
if you got guys like Wembanyama in the lane, a small guard needs a floater, man. So anybody that's telling them not to have that.
But if you notice, a lot of them dudes, a lot of the defenses don't have a Wemby in the middle anymore. A lot of teams.
No, you got Bam. You got Bam Adebayo. He can play defense. He can guard. He's an excellent rim protector. Joel is a good rim protector. Giannis is a good rim protector.
And that's another guy. I'm glad you mentioned Bam, because if he had played 30 years ago, he would have just been a decent power forward. He wouldn't have been no
He's
center.
skilled, man. He's not garbage, man.
No, I'm saying he wouldn't have been no center. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I mean, they play him at the 4 or the 5. It just depends on where they really need him at. Yeah.
He's been one of the best defenders in the league.
Yeah, he's a really excellent defender. He can play on the perimeter. He's better than a lot of those guys back then. I mean, like a lot of those guys can't play on the perimeter like Bam. He can guard. You want to put the highlights up defensively? He can guard.
I believe you. He could. I agree with you. He definitely is. But what I'm saying is because, and that's what I'm saying. Athletically, he's advanced, but like I said, he never. He doesn't get boxed out. Imagine Oakley. Imagine Oakley putting a body on him.
Yo, Oakley would not be able to play in today's NBA, man. I'm telling you, he's just slow plodding big men. They can't play. They really can't play. I mean, unless they
describe Jokic. Jokic is a
slow
plodding.
Look what Jokic can give you, though, man. Look how many intangibles he gives you, though. I mean,
BK, if you putting it like that, do you think Zach Edey not gonna be able to play?
Why you keep naming
playing next to Triple J?
Are you going to slow?
Yeah, Zach Edey 300.
Are you going to slow your offense down for Zach Edey?
I will if he's effective. If you can't stop him, I'm going to keep feeding him.
A reason why you're not going to be able to stop him because you got Ja Morant feeding the ball.
I mean, he was 7'4", 300.
Yeah, he's not. More. He lost a lot of weight. He's skinny now. He used to be a skinny dude.
I mean,
but he
got skinny in Olympic. When you looked at him in Olympics, he was like.
But BK, my argument is it's a moot point because you could talk about Edey, and yeah, he is a throwback. But the problem is, it's not so much that he's the problem. The problem is that the rules need to go back to where they were.
It's the defenses, man. I mean, the way they can collapse in on you. You got
no. It's not the defenses. It's not the defenses. It's the rules. That's what.
It also depends on the spacing. Like if you have a team that I don't know, I wouldn't want to because like Ja Morant puts pressure on the defense. Desmond Bane puts pressure on the defense. Like Zach Edey. I don't know. You gotta slow your offense down too much for him, man. It depends.
But what happens in the playoffs?
He has to be able to run the floor.
Now,
quickly.
if Ja Morant is averaging like 25 30 a game, right, or whatever he's averaging, right, what would Allen Iverson average with these rules?
Oh man,
Allen Iverson with these rules.
Oh my God!
That's what I'm trying to say. It's the
30.
rules.
He's probably a 40 points per game scorer with these rules.
Yeah, all right. See, guys, I'm not talking. I'm not talking stars. What I'm saying in terms of the talent getting better is the role players that are much better.
Who do people come to see?
Those role players back then.
Who do people come to see? The stars.
Yeah, they will come to see Iverson. I'm just saying from a basketball perspective, like those guys. Today's role players like Mikal Bridges,
but
I gave you Aaron Gordon.
Don't you think the role players are better because the rules are easier?
I'm gonna add one more wrinkle because I already told you that that it's to sell it to the casual fans, right? But I'm gonna add this extra point, right? The extra point is they also did it because they wanted to sell it to white fans as well.
Yeah.
I seen white people in the 80s in those stands.
Oh no, definitely you did. But I'm saying, but
no, BK,
a majority of white fans can relate more to Steph Curry.
I'm gonna prove it
to LeBron James.
What you're saying is true because remember the dress code. Remember when everyone was coming to the games looking like they just came off the block and they were holding a pack. The turn ended that because the
AI influenced that too, though.
But AI is what made that rule come into place, and then he had the rest of the league dressing like him. You know what I'm saying? And now even the way AI played, they don't even have players that play like that no more. The last player that played like that was Monte Ellis. They don't even make that player anymore, like Allen Iverson anymore. When there was a lot.
Yo, I'm heading out, guys.
The thing about AI.
Check out my boy Pete from
Pod, hit me up.
The thing about AI that made him so scary was AI was also an athlete.
Channel, man. Pete's from Nets fans, make sure you subscribe to his channel.
Make sure
I
tap in.
All right, definitely. Yeah.
Yo,
yeah, you said AI.
AI was also an athlete too, though.
Exactly.
Like he was an athlete of athletes.
All-state quarterback. All-state quarterback too.
Speedy, he could jump. AI could
He was
jump
Michael
too.
Vick before Michael Vick.
He was an athlete, man.
All I'm saying is, even the way he played, that type of point guard, it don't exist anymore. Closest is Ja Morant, and I think the league, because they were trying to sell their product, basically got that type of dude out the paint. Now they come looking. Now they come to the games looking like they just stepped off a spaceship.
And you know what made me? And you know what made me look? You know what made me look sideways at we mentioned him earlier, Jalen Green.
David
At Jalen Green, you know what made me look sideways at him? Because you know who he reminded me of? He took me all the way back to Felipe Lopez.
Oh shit! Damn.
It's the same game.
Lopez was 24 years old.
It's the same game.
Felipe Lopez was 24 years old in high school.
All athleticism, right? All athleticism.
Yo, he was a grown ass man killing
LBO,
us.
So LBO, that's why I posed the question to BK one time, because we was having an argument about athleticism. So I was like, okay, cool. You start a franchise. You got the #1 pick. Luka or Jalen Green is available. Who you picking? He said Luka, and I said exactly. The main thing is Luka has IQ. As much as Jalen Green is exciting to look at, he's not an IQ guy. He's not going to get you wins.
Yeah, I mean, he can develop that over a course of time, but like Jalen Green defensively can like play passing lanes, get more steals. I'm
not saying he can't develop at that, but his IQ is nowhere near Luka's.
No, I mean you can develop that, man. You can develop IQ, man. It's not that hard. You gotta watch film.
Not all the time, BK. No, it's hard. It's very hard.
He has to like if he has chicks he's messing with, like women that
like it's rare to get Jokic, like that Jokic, Luka, CP3, that IQ, like it's hard to come across that. It's
very hard. You study the game, man.
Oh no, it's easy.
How you think I know so much about the game? I studied the game.
No,
I watch film.
It's easier for Luka with his IQ to play situational defense than it is for Jalen Green to play. Period.
Nah, he just doesn't have the foot speed. It's just the
genetic. BK, that's not true. You gotta look. You gotta realize Jalen Green. He's played in the AAU type system where all those dudes know is isolation.
Yeah,
they don't teach those dudes. They don't teach those dudes.
Yeah,
they don't teach those dudes real plays.
They gotta figure out whose team it is. It's gonna be Şengün's team or Jalen Green's team. So somebody got to go and just take.
You know what? He's like a Gerald Wilkins.
That's a good comp. Slasher goes to the basket,
and Gerald can play D.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Gerald Green, but
they gotta figure out like who they gonna run the offense through, man. I mean, I think they both could play together. Like Jalen Green puts more pressure on the defense. Like he gets downhill.
But the thing about that is Jalen Green had he was on that streak when Şengün was out.
Yeah.
So I mean, you gotta figure out.
See, we know what
in a playoff setting, like in a half court setting, I mean, Şengün is your guy. You definitely want to go to. You know, like he has more footwork, bigger, stronger. It's just it all depends. You could use like Jalen Green is more ideal for like the regular season when it's more fast.
You know what I would advise the Rockets?
All right, DJ, I'll check you out later, man.
All right, later. You know what I would advise the Rockets to be? Don't be fooled like the Nets were with that 27 game of Mikal Bridges. Don't be fooled like that for Jalen Green.
You gotta see, like I said, Mikal Bridges is not a guy you want to run your offense through. He's a guy.
Jalen Green ain't
a good team.
Jalen Green ain't either.
That's interesting.
It's not that. Mikal Bridges is a good player. Like if you had like a healthy Ben Simmons there, it would have. And
So,
Cam Thomas,
BK, who would you take? BK, would you take Jalen Green or would you take Kate Cunningham?
I think I would take Kate Cunningham. He's more efficient. Yeah, Kate is nice,
Kate
man.
can't even jump out the gym like Jalen. But the fact of the matter is, his IQ is there, and he has skill.
Yeah,
and he's a legit 6'8".
Yeah,
I saw him in the airport. I was like, "What the fuck, yo? He's bigger than I thought." Like,
He's tall. That man's tall, man.
Yeah.
Same thing with LaMelo Ball.
I think he
like LaMelo got crazy IQ.
Yeah.
But he can't jump out the gym. He's not gonna get you a dunk or a body. But he's exciting to look at.
LaMelo will catch a body. LaMelo's athletic.
He is, but he's not like Jalen Green athletic.
Oh no, he's not like that. Nah.
Not even close. But he's still exciting to look at.
Man. Let me wrap this up. I got a long day tomorrow. Well, today technically.
BK.
Yeah, man. Good stream, man. Great conversation. Yeah, man. Very good stream today, man. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, share the video. When you share, the universe shares back with you. Peace.
All right, peace.
All right, man.
Peace.